I hope I didn't miss player intros.
Under the trophy, and we're gonna see which team can get to the finals and have a chance to be the first ever Esport World Cup presenting League of Legends champions.
So I think it's about time, Fancy. How are we feeling in the arena? Do you want to meet your teams?
Nice, I didn't miss intros.
All right, introducing to the stage your first semi-finalist, Team Liquid!
I don't know who I want to win this, by the way.
In the top lane, Impact. In the jungle, Hoopty. Mid laner, APA.
Tio? Well, bro, I have a...
AD carry, Eon. And in the support role, Core JJ.
I have both.
The
hold on, I got
heart of
Intermission.
North America beats in this team as the spirit of a region charges their resolve. For today, they face their demons.
And their opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, T1!
Woo!
In the top
Honest to
lane,
God, though, I
Zeus,
heard in a crowd.
roaming the jungle owner. And in the bot lane, Guma, Yushi, and by his side, Keria. And in the mid lane, seeking yet another crown, Faker! The pride of the LCK, the Lion's Heart of South Korea, hunting for another key to crush. Giddy Arena, let me hear you roar for the reigning world champions!
Woo!
Captain,
Whoa!
please take their starting position.
Woo! Let's go!
Everybody at home, give a warm welcome to your first semifinal.
I can't
The
lose!
Esports World Cup presenting League of Legends semifinals begins right now.
This is lagging a little bit. I'm not watching on YouTube. I watched on YouTube yesterday. It was straight lag.
Y'all see what Kangas did there? The
Nope.
resolve to face their demons because they're taking on the unkillable Demon King in the mid lane. Good job, Kangas. Okay, I see you. Team Liquid versus T1 as they do battle here in this best of three. Again, one of the unique parts of the format here, Joshi. Only a best of three.
Only a best of three and only single elimination.
How we
There is
looking,
not
boys?
a
That's a
second
reformed litter
chance.
bottle.
This is the
Okay,
time to
they're
start bringing out
smiling,
those
they're
crazy
vibing.
picks. We saw
Okay,
how
they're
fast
happy,
were
they're not
in the
nervous.
quarterfinals.
All right.
Hopefully Team Liquid has something that they can still bring out.
You know, Ziggs has been a big talking point so far at this
Thanks,
tournament.
Alex.
I would not be surprised to see some Ziggs action
Unfortunately,
on
Team
one
Liquid got
side
not even
or
a
the
warm-up
other.
match against
And,
Fnatic.
it's going to be a fun one, guys. I can't wait to see Team Liquid try
Nice.
once again.
Yep, the storylines are all there with players being linked to each other's orgs. And of course, spawned one great Australian. So let's send it off to another one. Standing by right now, it's Atlas and Wolf for the call.
Guys,
Thank you very much, Digon, and thank you for the introduction here as well as Spawn.
can't go YouTube because having Twitch chat open makes my YouTube lag.
As we are, Wolf.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Now, important to note, unusual when you consider the circumstances, right? We have one clear favorite in T1. It's actually Team Liquid that's the higher seed going into this match. They have side selection. They're going to be able to choose where they want to go, dictate the pace of this draft. So that's one extra edge Team Liquid have going into this best of three. We've seen a lot of really unique picks in this tournament. The Ivern really catching Genji off guard. We saw APA pull out the Ziggs mid. You know, great performance by him, but it was also into a Kassadin, and he ended up getting a massive lead there with his first strike and taking the game away. Then we've seen a lot of teams be really
what Kassadin?
surprised to really make large
Oh,
draft
yeah,
errors.
dipshit
Part of that
Fnatic
being
locking
it's a
in
new patch,
Kassadin.
It's only best of threes, short
You
preparation time
dumbasses.
coming straight from domestic leagues. So if there's any world where Spawn and his squad
to be fair though, to
the
Team
defending
Liquid,
world
they didn't
champions,
pick
it could be this
Cringe,
best of three.
Trist,
exactly
or
right. And
Corky
as
a
we
single
move
game.
into the semifinals as well, you don't
went
have nearly as
Ziggs,
much time to
Talia.
prepare. Like, I imagine a lot of these teams were prepping for their first matchup, right?
Yeah, they're cold
And
as
then
hell.
It's like a single day.
It's
2
cold as shit in
days
there.
at most. and then you're straight back onto the Rift and you have to do it all over again. Of course, these teams getting a little bit of extra time than our teams that are going to be matching up in our next best of 3, but it's only 1 day in lieu, right? So we'll just have to see how much adaptation, how much preparation has been done
cheering
both
for?
of these
Good
squads
games. I'm
here at
happy if either
EWC
win.
to try and take home the victory. And of course, T1, reigning world champions, probably the favorites here. But I imagine, like, there are a few players on this team that are pretty good at just taking wins from Faker, right? Umpty, he can do it after 90 minutes, Wolf.
Yeah.
And Core JJ,
He does it in the World Finals.
he does it in the World Finals, and he creates the best photography
Link,
the world
bro.
has ever seen here in esports. So, I mean, there is definitely no lack of talent. Let's see whether they can actually do it here on the day.
And of course, Impact, one of
Don't link me that
Faker's
shit. Minus
ex-teammates
$3,
from
Jason.
SK Telecom back in the old days, one of the longest standing players in pro play, along with Faker in this tournament. A ton of experience under his belt across so many different rosters. Such a veteran. APA coming in as this, somewhat new player to the
Yeah, just
scene.
dumb
We
little mean
heard
shit.
about it on the desk as well, how a lot of people doubt.
Yo, the camera's tilted. I can't focus, bro. Straighten it up.
Expectations. Baker's been dipping up and down in current
Wait a minute.
form, right?
They
Some weeks
both
he looks
orgs
great,
have
looks back
different
to
hand
his best
warmers.
form. Some weeks he's
Can
looking
we get a
rocky.
hand
His
warmer
MSI
check on
form
T1, please?
was not as good as people were really hoping it was going to be.
Can we get a
especially
hand warmer
compared
check,
to
please?
his spring season.
There's not any
regular season form.
illegal
Wow, they even brought the
substances in there, is there?
Yeah, we saw this one a little bit earlier on. Kangas, of course, hanging out, getting some photos and things like that. Team Liquid, of course, out in force. As, yeah, you got to make sure you get your badge out of the way there.
That's top
Kangas.
secret.
Absolutely top secret. Thank you very much. Making sure that he's keeping everything as above board as possible. That's our Kangas for you,
This
Wolf.
mutes up.
We are taking a little bit longer to get into
Yeah, you
this
are. It's
draft,
pissing me
making
off.
sure that
I could
all
have
of
won
the
the last
audio
game. It was
is
winnable.
sorted out for everyone. Faker with his eyes open hasn't even
True.
begun
No nap buff.
the reboot process just yet. So that shows that we are only moments away from diving into the draft for this one. Umpty looking pretty happy, and you actually saw a bunch of giggles going on this stage. I feel like oftentimes international competitions, we talk about nerves, we talk about players being anxious, and we haven't really seen that so much here at EWC. I feel like the atmosphere
Can you
has
start
been
the
a little
series?
bit more
Why, dude,
lighthearted,
yes, I
and
have
think that's
control.
led to
Guys,
some of
start the
these more
series.
eclectic
Or
and
Pete, please
interesting
start the series.
drafts.
I'll
I think
walkie-talkie
it's
him,
a
bro.
great way to cope with the stress of getting your key crushed after losing a
Right.
best of 3, especially in that quarterfinals. We had the big tournament favorites, Genji, taken out instantly, right? We had
They were not
BLG play
favored.
a fantastic series against T1. Arguably, all 3 games could have been won, especially games 1 and 3 looked great for them. T1 take it anyways 2-0, and I mean, it's great for me to see Umpty happy on the stage. He was elated after he finally found success in the LCS. Emotional.
Esports World
because
Cup.
he's had a rough
True,
go
they were stealing my
of it
talking
over
points
in
yesterday.
Korea in the LCK. And Team Liquid, I feel it could really make history though today if they can dethrone T1 here.
Ooh,
prevent
same
that
sign.
run to
Come up
the
with something
finals.
else.
And
Ooh,
the
there it
tournament
is.
format just allows for it. There's the reboot.
Yep, it's reboot time. So we are taking a couple of extra moments getting
Come
into
with a
this
new
one. That
sign,
was a very,
bro.
very quick
We have
one.
no
I think
creativity.
We are definitely
You could be like
on, a
Thanks,
solid
SSD.
state.
Baker the
Definitely very
baker.
solid
Cook
state
'em.
as far as the
Ha!
format is
That's a good sign.
concerned.
And
That's a good sign.
I very briefly was able to speak with Spawn actually this morning. I ran into
Shit,
him
APA's
in
locked
the
in now.
hotel, and they're
Do it
feeling
for
very
America,
confident
bro.
going into this one. I mean, obviously, when you ask someone how confident are you going to the match, they're never going to say, "Well, I think it's doomed." But I do think that the attitude that he's had going to this, very confident into Fnatic in the first series, moving into this series as well. They've had a lot of experience against T1. It was mentioned.
It's the
on
worst
desk
time to have
earlier
the
that
tourney
they
on. The
nearly
Euros
were
is about
able
to
beat
start in 30
T1
minutes.
Last time they faced off, but couldn't actually cross the finish line. Great early games, but
Brother,
T1
nobody's
outplayed them
watching
in the
soccer.
end.
I'm sorry.
That's what T1's
Focus
known
up.
for. We saw it in that game 3 against BLG. Comebacks, clutch plays, but maybe if you can get an oppressive lead like they did against
I don't know
Fnatic,
why. I'm
especially
kinda getting
with
some
that
hope
Ziggs game,
for Team
maybe
Liquid.
there's
I don't know
no
why.
coming back, but early game I think is going to be quite
See how the
critical
drafts
in
go.
this series.
Yeah, and I'd say even earlier than the early game because Impact played Rumble twice in a row. And I think if you can mind control T1 into letting them have Rumble twice in a row, I imagine that's the amount of games that you're going to see. Because of course the champion is extraordinarily strong.
They're all
This
ready.
man
They're on
your
the
screen
lobby.
right here
Start it up. Look,
is
their hands are
very,
free.
very
Everybody's
good
freezing.
at
Can we turn on the
champion.
heat,
So I
please?
think the draft is going
I
to
don't
play
give
a
a
big
shit.
part. I also spoke
Open a
to
door.
Spawn this morning, Wolf, and he gave me some very, very insightful information. Do you want to know what it is?
Please tell me.
Okay, so basically what he told me was it was 3 things. He said he knows that his team is going to try their very best to win. He also knows that T1 are going to try their very best to win, and he also then knows one of these teams is going to win. I really got nothing out
Holy
of it.
fuck.
It was very sad. I thought we were friends. But no, not a whole lot. Still very stoic here on the stage as we are just making sure that everyone can
No
hear
pick
things.
Senna.
Yeah, that is quite critical.
Yeah, I've heard that that's
I mean,
good. Jan is
Cordae
gonna have his headset
Eon,
back on again, and that's when
I don't know how
we'll
fucking.
know
They
that,
play
he
actually.
can
They actually do play
hear
Senna.
stuff instead of just us talking about.
Actually,
whether he
they
can
play
hear things or
Senna
not,
Tom Kinch. I've
in the arena,
experienced
which
it
must be very confusing.
several times.
It's a
Unfortunately.
very tense moment for LCK fans because while you know that T1 is the favorites coming into this, I think most people would agree that that was the case for Gen G. Top Esports came out with some really fantastic play. Same with BLG. But T1 not having that dominant win means you're already a little bit nervous about potentially facing off against G2 or more likely Top Esports in the grand finals. But even a hiccup here, even if you win it, if you're T1,
looking for
you're
skins?
trying
For
to
chance?
bounce
What
back
the
for
fuck?
the LCK and for all the Korean fans watching this, there's a lot of pressure on you. You want to win it 2-0.
106 degrees in
You don't wanna
Saudia?
leave
Oh
any
well.
doubt going into the grand
Turn the
finals
heat on.
that you,
The players are cold.
Korea's
Do not care about your.
represented
Oh,
Esports, if
oh,
that's
there
who
he
you
goes.
meet
Oh, GG.
tomorrow.
Back it up, bro.
And the thing for me
Back it
is,
up.
Wolf,
Yep,
we've
there
been
he
here
is.
before.
Now,
There
see,
was a
look.
time where
They
the only team
intentionally
had
took
left after
too
a whole
long
bunch of
so
very,
that
very
Faker
strong,
got his like
LCK
his
squads
nap
were
slash
eliminated.
meditation
T1,
buff.
And then they win the whole
Oh
thing.
god,
So
they did it on purpose. They're
we
setting
just,
up
like,
T1 in
let
the
them
finals for
solid,
more
and the fact
viewership.
that Gen G is out means that they're not as worried because they know that Gen G is a very difficult team.
They're doing it for viewership
was
numbers,
not,
bro.
A very close series when we saw it in the LCK in
Bastards.
the first round robin of summer.
I thought you were going to reference the FPX time. I was like, oh no, that didn't go so well.
Oh, no, we're not going back that far. We're not going back that far. Just pause.
Bro,
pause.
enable
I'll take
watch
the pause.
TL in
There
the
we go.
finals. Trust me. Trust
Yeah,
me.
so T1, they're pretty good at being the last hope for Korea, and Gen G.
Everybody's
no
the
longer
last
here, didn't
hope.
have a very
Last
long
hope for an
time,
A, last hope for
to
Korea,
play on
last
this
hope for
stage.
EU, last hope for
We'll see whether
it's
T1
the
goes
semis,
whole
bro.
distance.
It does still seem to be an issue with Yun's periphery. Potentially audio is looking like the main concern here. So if you're just tuning in, as
Weren't
I'm
doing
sure a lot
tech
of you
checks
are pouring
before?
in here to watch the T1 face-off against Team Liquid, Yun's audio looks like it has a bit of an issue, so we're trying to get that resolved.
We gotta focus.
I noticed that he wasn't wearing a headset. Maybe that plays a part. I could probably be down there. That could help with the troubleshooting.
Yeah, maybe you could go fix it.
Oh, they
yeah,
probably
yeah.
think I'm still in game. They're all
I am
waiting
a
for
jack of
me
all trades.
to get out of game.
No,
Guys, game
we'll
ended
let
about
the
10 minutes
experts deal
ago.
with it,
IFF.
Make sure that
Okay?
everything is,
Actually,
completely
our nexus
sorted out.
exploded.
They're
Okay, you can
patiently
start.
Waiting to get in there.
It was really
Start,
fun
guys.
shooting that content that you and I did earlier outside on the boulevard. We got in a golf cart. We drove through the really awesome venue we have here. We got to wear sunglasses. We don't normally
I know, I
wear
should probably
sunglasses
take those off.
on TV.
Yeah, no, it's really not that bright in here. I mean, it is. There are some lights, so maybe we could leave them on, but it might make looking at the screen more difficult.
Yeah. It's very sunny here in Riyadh. Very windy today, as you guys probably saw when you had the players, get out of their limousines to come
Oh,
over
I didn't
here
see
and
that.
get set up to play. We had some interviews. The players, trying to get inside as soon as possible. It's very hot outside, but very
yes.
cool in here.
Certainly is. Of course, when it gets to the evening, it's somewhat bearable. But otherwise, just want to try and stay in the air conditioning if you possibly can. But I sense that there are some headphones on heads.
Yeah, I see that. I see a mouse.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
he's
we're
not
going-
liking that mouse.
Okay.
Oh, he's not liking that.
To dive into the draft here, and here we go.
He might feel pressured to
Draft
say yes,
begins.
but he does not
K1.
like that mouse, you can
T1
tell.
versus TL.
They're like, good? He's thinking
names are
inside,
pretty
no. No, this is
They're two
terrible.
very
They're just
different
going to say yes
teams.
because they stalled too long.
See who's going to
Yeah,
be
GG, we lost.
top here as
Two
TL
mouse
with the blue
gap.
side. They have a little bit more flexibility in what they're going to be taking away here.
Indeed. I will tell you guys that the draft priority has been all over the place this tournament. Everyone's reads on the meta are extremely different. It seems the LPLs have been the most robust and
Alright, what we
the
got
most
here?
surprising. But we'll see.
Okay, banning
T1
the
will
Senna
not make
from
the same
one.
mistake that Fnatic did. We'll take that Rumble
Yeah,
away from Impact.
I
instantly.
have
Tristana
never
also
seen them do
removed.
well on Senna
No
ever.
Zyra for owner, no Senna lanes.
Maybe it's not the
Faker's
Senna, it's the
LeBlanc
Ornn.
also
That's the
taken
problem.
away
I
here. Kind of a niche.
whatever.
I don't want to say off meta pick, but definitely you
Trisk
usually go down the
banned.
rabbit hole of getting those 80s
Trisk!
away before this pick
Trisk
is
Corky
relevant.
banned!
I feel like it's a fearless pick.
I don't even think AP really plays it too much, but respect. Oh my god.
The first round mid laners, and then she's like extraordinarily high priority.
Respect, bro. Finally.
Going to be that Corki and Sejuani. It feels like it's taken away from Ona, but we know Umpty
Who has
absolutely
86% rate? Yes, blah, blah, blah. They
Bristle and
spew that all the
Sejuani.
time, but I see it and he just does nothing.
You could go for a Vi rotation. Now, I think given the Sejuani's already locked in, you don't necessarily need to grab Vi here right now, but with the Corki and the Tristana gone, the nerfs to Talia jungle, maybe Vi Talia is going to be the mid-jungle duo here for T1. But Faker potentially going back to an old favorite of the Azir.
I don't think they're respecting us, to be honest.
Maokai flex pick instead first. We've seen this played in the support role already here at EWC.
I think Maokai's trash, so I'm going to say we're winning already.
Mid AD picks available.
It is winning.
The Jace is still available. That's been one of the ones we played in Korea. The Yone, more commonly.
Yep.
But the Ashe is a really big pick that stands out like a sore
Ashe
thumb
is
to
broken.
me because we know what Young could do with it.
My
We
god,
also
they're
saw
saying,
it
what do you got?
dominate
Just
yesterday.
ego locking in
Gen
Azir
G
anyway.
Esports crushed them with the Ashe Sejuani.
Well, it's going to
Oh
be
my God.
Faker's Azir, of course. Pretty synonymous.
Wait, Faker
Player
just saying I'm
and
better than
champion,
you. Blind picking Azir.
combination. We'll see what
Can't
APA
beat
is
me.
going to answer it with, because yes, the Tristana and Corki have been taken away, but it's always the Ziggs that your mind wanders to. But it's
Just
what
go
the
comfort,
priority's
bro.
going to be,
Stop-
right? Does
stop
APA
stalling, just
allow
lock it
his
in.
champion pool to be hit once again? Do they prioritize getting a bottom lane that's going to be able to go toe-to-toe with
There it
Gumayusi
is.
and Carrier?
Okay, as
Or
expected.
do they just lock in Ziggs? And I think to just lock in Ziggs idea is a pretty good one. I'm down with it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and very flexible as well in this
Comfort.
draft.
Comfort matters,
Could be
bro.
for Young, could be for APA. Can just try to outrange. Well, this will make it a little bit more clear, as we've seen
I
a lot
don't
of
like
Aurelion
that.
Sol in North America, and it's been played, sometimes here and there.
Like,
in
yeah,
the
you should've went
LCK.
Kled, bro, if you're not a
Kled would
pussy.
be very fun.
It would.
But I don't think that's going to be what we do see. It will be, in fact, instead the Zeri.
All right,
so
not bad.
we know that Ziggs is going mid lane now. Zeri is going bottom. I don't think Impact is going to be picking this champ up.
Yeah, I was about to say. Apparently,
He does
according
play
to
Kled
Zay, it's
mid
a
a
top
lot,
laner.
actually.
And,
He used to
it-
please
it
be a
got
Kled
W.
mid one trick,
I
to be
guess we
honest.
can't even really say anything bad about it, as Faker has the last lock-in here for the first round
Ezreal
of
for
picks. and,
sure.
Yeah, Ezreal looking pretty good.
Now, Ezreal gets locked in here. I think you need to.
Alright, what we
look
got?
at the
Sejuani
Leona
could flex
if you
top
are
lane.
on the side
Doubt,
of Team
but-
Liquid. Very powerful combo with the Ezreal. You've got great follow-up to that type of engage. You can set up the engage as
Support's
well with
open.
the Maokai. So on the side of, on the other hand, Team Liquid, what sort of picks are they trying to look away here? Because normally, if you're playing the Ezreal, you're worried about pushing lanes if it's not a Zeri, but because it is a
there's gonna
Zeri
be
here,
top.
it could be just something like a Lulu to come through.
Yeah,
Nautilus
Impact
is still
played like
open.
garbage.
They're gonna take away the Renekton here instead, which can be great lockdown for
Still
the Azir,
won.
great lockdown for the Ezreal specifically. Tough to play into the Maokai, but T1 are not going to take any chances.
Yeah, I was actually, I'm a bit surprised. I kind of thought that they would be targeting that support pool. I think
In fact, the one that was
wanting to keep
gapped, and I'll
as
send you a
open
game by
as
week, said
possible
William,
to give
yes.
Carrier as many options moving towards
I don't know if you
the,
go
second
Leona
round of
Nautilus
picks.
with
They're not
Fury,
going to be
though.
taken away as Spawn is going
Or
to
Zeri
join
Ez,
them as
the best
they
combo.
focus
I mean, it's
towards
not-
the top side.
Yeah.
I wonder whether this means we're going to have
I like
an
it's
interesting
negative
top lane
impact.
matchup. You know, Jackson Camille is still available. Impact and Zeus, you know.
Just banning out top lane.
Cassante
Oh, shit.
obviously follows the Narband.
It's gonna be a
Again, the Narb
battle in
feels
the
like,
top
okay,
lane.
They're trying to grab a Cassante pick here. You want to remove that. Leona still available here. Team Liquid not actually taking this into account. It's been the strongest bottom support with Ezreal, the strongest duo, Ezreal-Leona, that we've seen really in the LCK. We saw it in this tournament
I
already.
think
with
people are
great
just
effect.
picking
So,
Leona no matter
a really
what.
big power pick that I think when you're playing the Ziggs here, they're playing the Zeri. Want to remove. There's also the Nautilus as well.
Bard!
Feels very carrier specific.
Okay,
but
so
I
they
think
want
Leona
them on
is
Leona.
definitely
What the
the
Okay,
option
do you have a
here, to be
counter?
totally honest with you, Alice. If you ban the
Don't go
Leona,
Nautilus.
They just go straight to
Renata!
the
I like the
Kinda
Renata
sucks in
pick.
this
I
position
like
as Team
Renata.
Liquid.
And I think Team Liquid knew that the Leona was going to be the option here. Renata, a decent option into it, I guess.
I like the Alistair much more, though.
Yeah.
As it's not really full dive here for the side of
You do- this is-
T1.
Alistair's a
I think
do
Renata
nothing
would have gotten a lot more
reaction
value out
pick.
of that type of composition.
No.
Nautilus also a great option. if
No,
you're
I
looking
hate.
at
Why are we
values
doing
coming
this?
through,
Why
gets
is
a lot
every
out of the
team just
Ezreal.
like doing this? Okay,
In
go
terms of
Rakan.
lane, I strongly prefer the
Leona, I'm
Alistair.
pretty sure
In terms of lane, I
counters
really do
Rakan.
prefer
But
the
it's way
Rakan
better than
into
locking
this
in
matchup.
Nautilus
This is
against
a
Leona.
very
That match
risky
was
game
so
that
bad.
Corki
People just
and
keep
Yana
like
playing.
handshaking
It
it.
really is. And now they have to go for a blind pick on Impact's top lane champion. Man, Core JJ must be feeling
ran
extraordinarily
Rakan Zeri
confident.
earlier
Playing
as well.
Rakan into the Leona is so incredibly difficult. However, there isn't
not
a
look bad.
Talia on the map just yet. And we know that Rakan's worst enemy is the lady that throws rocks all over the floor. So, thankfully, he doesn't have to deal with that. And I got half of my matchup.
All right, we got
Pretty
the
excited
Impact
about that. The
Jacks.
Jack's going to be locked in. Zeus, a
Who they
lot
gonna
of
pick?
different options here. The man has a
Yeah, he
very
can pick
large
anything.
champion pool. We'll see what he's going to be playing.
gonna play
because
for
the
fun?
Twisted Fate is left up and available, and it's awful into the Jack. So it kind of blocks that out as well.
I wonder if he's going to be happy to play something like a Camille here. I mean, they have a lot of lockdown with that. Jace also
Yeah.
an option
Not
I
going
mentioned earlier.
Camille,
Very
stop.
powerful with the Maokai because the Maokai root sets up one guaranteed empowered shock blast to come through with the acceleration gate.
I mean,
very, very strong into a matchup.
I don't
like
mind
the
these
Jax.
drafts,
You play
actually.
carefully, play correctly. Similar
Pretty
to Gragas,
solid
you
both
can,
ways, I
if
think.
you're in hammer form, just knock the Jax away. Play defensively up there. The Maokai is going to have a lot of power in this top jungle duo.
I don't think it's lost for
On the bottom
either
of the
side.
map, I am very
draft,
concerned
honest.
about how Yun and Core JJ's laning phase is going to go. If it
think
was
this is
the
gonna
Ziggs in
be
the bottom
a
lane with this Rakan,
hand.
at least you'd have the wave clear to back it up. Azeri,
hand and
though,
brain.
is going to feel very vulnerable down here, and if you set up a stun, get that Zenith Blade, the empowered Q coming
Rakan
through.
runes
Ezreal,
it? No,
it's the
Rakan's not the
W1,
best
it's
against Leona, but
almost
Rakan in
guaranteed
general,
you have this
like you're
much
gonna
damage
run it
early
down,
too,
and it
and
still
Ezreal can
provides
poke
utility
out the
for
Rakan.
Zeri,
Very
always.
tough to play. I think the mid lane, as it kind of has been for Team Liquid so far this tournament, is really the key point here.
I
How much of a
agree with
lead
that, actually.
can
I think
APA generate in
we'll
this
see
lane
what happens
matchup
mid
against
lane.
Faker? How much gold can he get with first strike? What kind of leads are we going to see? Against Fnatic, he was able to take several turrets, tons of plates. He was too big to fail. Not necessarily sure that's going to happen against Faker.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried, especially about the bottom side of the map. I can't keep my eyes off the Ezreal Leona
I
into
think bot's
Zeri
fine.
Rakan matchup. Just feels like T1 are going to have
They
a
can get
field
shoved
day
in,
down
but-
there. And like you say, APA needs to get a lead, but I feel like there's even more pressure being placed elsewhere on the map. And perhaps, you know, we've been talking about these laners, but perhaps the general needs to come out and get something done. The man is pretty good at getting a couple of early ganks in, and maybe Umpty can be the key to victory here for Team Liquid. On the other side, I mean, T1,
He
I
didn't
don't
play
think
for
that
top,
there is
meh.
much to critique, right? This is a very standard
Ace is a
T1
champion that
composition.
only falls
We've
behind.
seen
He
this
doesn't really
brand
fall behind
so
because
many
items are so
times,
cheap.
and I imagine it's just going to be like clockwork that they're going to get this game underway. I think it's like, this is a great opportunity for TL to try and throw a wrench into the works, because game number one, it's a best of 3. If you can get them unsteadied, that might be a way to take down the world
right, here we go.
champions. But it's a tough task.
Who wins?
The start of
NA?
the race, ladies and gentlemen,
Does
game
NA bring it
one.
home, or
The
does
first semi-final between T1
my
and TL
tournament
starts
favorites
now.
win? Can't lose, bro. Let's go. All I want for NA
Atlas.
is to not
I
get
love
curb
these
stomp.
walkouts.
Okay?
I don't want to call them walkouts.
We belong,
That's
bro.
what we
We
refer to
belong.
Players, but the champion walkouts look so cool here. And his first strike on the
Mods,
Ziggs,
bet it up.
This is really common because he can generate a ton of gold early with this rune. And one thing to mention about the Ziggs, we talked about how he can kind of poke and harass the Azir and how it can be a good matchup if played well. Umpty can kind of hover there. The Azir also is really good into fairly immobile champions like the Ziggs. Has his satchel charge defensively, of course, but he gets Emperors divided.
Yeah.
He will find himself in a lot of trouble. That's why it's really tough to play these types of
Like
mages.
the mods!
And what I have learned from
Do I pay? Oh, they
a lot of
lanes?
very one-sided conversations with Daniel Ox Harrison.
I don't want to lane
is
swap.
that
That's
if you
so
use your satchel
boring.
charge aggressively, you best believe that you have to be completely safe when you do so. And as APA is an absolute master of
No.
this champion, I imagine he's not going to be running into too many problems there, as
High-value
Daniel
ward.
are in the top lane.
Yeah, looking like a lane swap situation here.
Put me to
potentially
sleep, bro. We're
for
not
the side of
confident in our
Team
own
Liquid.
abilities.
Now, Zeri can push turrets very quickly with her Q. You know, if she is able to spend some time with it, can be quite strong, and the ability to grab plates is really good for Zeri in a lot of matchups. But Ezreal also has the ability to crush turrets with his
He
W.
spotted it
The
early,
hoop he's
so
gonna
this
put
is
around the
actually
turret
so good
is
for them. That's a
gonna
good
make
ward.
that much easier. Zeus also getting involved early here.
Yeah, this is a little bit dicey as APA goes
This
down to
is
about
so
50%.
bad for them.
The Sand
This
Soldier's
lane
getting
swap was.
involved. Most
Why did we
important
do it?
things is that APA missed experience
This is
on a
terrible.
couple of these minions
This is
here in mid
horrible.
as well. So Faker with a lot more tempo
Ugh.
than you may initially
It was actually a good ward by
expect
Jace to
after
spot it
APA
early.
able to
This
just
is.
wander his
I
way
mean,
back
they
to
did it
lane.
to themselves. Just go
considering
next.
also
Go
that
next.
you know, Zeus has
I said I don't want to get
arguably
embarrassed.
three
We're
abilities
shaking
at level
our
1.
hand,
He's
like we're
gonna be
literally
able to do a
shaking in
ton
real life,
with
so we're
it.
lane swapping.
Push into that health bar. APA now in a bit of trouble as Ace is going to come over here and put the harass onto Impact.
Best of 3.
Yeah,
So what happened when Ben TP'd bot last time?
Yep, you can see a
It's
little
a
bit
counter
of spare
strike.
time for the Zeri,
Oh,
but now
oh my
the
God.
engage comes through.
I think
Impact
they just
does have
redive,
the
do
counter
they
strike
not?
and has, of course, skilled that one. As Gumayushi able to come on over, does pick up the turret aggro. They need to try and get this kill. As Guma goes down low, there's the flashes.
Counter-strike should come up. Ooh!
Comes in.
They
That
trade
is
it.
still first blood going over to Gumayushi, but can he keep himself alive? As Core JJ's got
Kills them
heal,
both.
doesn't have the ignite.
He kills them both.
There's the general, and they even out the scoreline. And now Carrier, I don't know, guys. I think he might be dead.
He's
kind
dead.
of
What the?
the map, and he's trying to run his way out.
Zeus has
Oh my
to back
God,
up
what
to
is going
come
on,
up
bro?
here.
These lanes,
Carrier
I said it
definitely gonna
before,
go down.
lane
A
swaps
huge
make
win
the
here
games
for
look
TL.
so
Ultimately, great
unserious
flash.
and
Ultimate
goofy.
Q
They
by
do,
Impact
bro.
buys just enough time. Everybody's so low on the side of Team Liquid. What they did to
They make the game look
win
so,
in
like,
that BLG
unprofessional.
series after the TP, they will not do to Impact. A nice try there, but Impact just simply outplays it. Jack's a lot more difficult to dive because of his Counter-Strike, because of his mobility. This ends up being a huge win for Team Liquid.
And the thing that I absolutely love about this is it goes back to what TL know
If
about
Ja-
T1.
if Jax
And
counter-strikes
in
and Leona
their experience as
stuns, does she
T1
still get
at
aggro?
MSI, we're not all that comfortable.
Even if the
lane
stun doesn't
swaps,
go
they
off?
didn't quite figure it out. And
He didn't
yes,
counter-strike the
lane
stun, I'm
swaps
just
are being
saying, if he
nerfed.
would
It's
have.
not the right way to play the game.
This
You can
looks
hide
really good for
your
them. They
bottom
gotta do it
lane
fast.
in this matchup and make things really lopsided. Just like
Fast, fast,
this.
fast, fast.
The buffer comes in from the
Oh,
arcane
shit.
shift, but that means absolutely nothing.
Okay, I'm kinda low-key rooting for Team Liquid. I don't know why.
Started.
Look at this,
There are
APA.
so many minions here. It's absolutely
We get
ridiculous.
all the
And it's
CS
just
top
another
lane.
one for TL.
TPing top as well, not going to lose any of that top farm. Is going to be able to just leave Faker solo there in the mid lane, but killing Guma, denying his
What do you mean
farm
low-key?
here,
I
picking
mean,
up
I'm a
some
T1
additional
fan.
Gold. Team Liquid pulling ahead quite substantially.
maybe
in
it's
this
the
game, but very
American
little
in me.
cost to them.
And I mean, the one big cost is the fact that Owner is the one farming, and Umpty has kind of said, well, I don't care about my jungle.
Is the game
I'm
not
gonna
just
try and get
over,
my
by the
lanes
way?
into a good spot before I
Based
take
off
care
that
of
level 1
myself.
trade
The
mid?
selflessness of a true bro player, as we know. And he has taken that to North America, and it's working out here so far. But you can see Owner
didn't, like,
has
fuck
a
up that
whole lot
dive.
more farm than
He
what
certainly
Umpty's
does.
been able to put together.
He's already got his Faded Ashes. Umpty sitting here at level 3, a level behind. We'll be able to clear
And that
his
level 1
top
mid
side
play.
of his jungle. He's got a lot of farm he can pick up there, so we'll catch up a little bit. Meanwhile, down here,
Yeah, it's fair bit of damage coming through there as the grand entrance going to be arcane shifted. Battle dance to just make sure that Core JJ is going to be all right.
Look at jungle CS. Oh no,
And
the
TL
Maokai's
picking up
power
this wave as it
farming.
heads towards them.
Fucking
I
mean.
don't think T1 are going to be too phased about how this has gone, but I do think that it's a great boon for Yon and Core JJ especially, because we knew that this bottom lane was going to be very difficult.
No,
to
Maokai, please
navigate,
don't
And you around with
power
it,
farm.
you, like, start these lane swaps and stuff like that. It does allow you to kind of hide that potential weakness in this matchup.
it certainly allows you to avoid the toughest parts of it for
Yeah.
sure. And he has 20 minions down on his call already, Yun, so in a pretty good
Well,
spot. But
Faker's
Harry
yapping.
looking for the assist here on Owner.
Yeah,
Nice.
Ooh, doesn't get the Zenith Blade after he blast cones in. Popcorn Chicken's
Doesn't
going to
matter.
be collected by Umpty. Unable to get the last one is now Gumayushi firing some shots towards Core JJ.
It's an action-packed game to start this
it
off,
is.
for sure.
True.
As Guma here going to allow this wave to push a little bit more as Carrier comes back. No way to punish that return here of the Leona. Super tanky. But they have kind of avoided, like you say, the 2v2 for its most dangerous parts. But now it's starting to
They're
normalize
chilling.
a little bit more. Now Guma
Not
is going
that
to be able
dangerous.
to catch up a little bit here and farm.
It's
Still
never
down
that
CS.
dangerous.
We'll see what they can make of things. Faker, obviously, a small benefactor of the extra time he had in mid lane there. Will be able to TP back to lane. Has a pretty big CS advantage himself.
Fighting.
Once he catches this wave. So it's not all roses here for Team Liquid, but really great for the Zeri. And once that call finishes too, he's going to have so much
He doesn't
goals.
W
Umpty
this, no
maybe
way.
a
He
bit
does.
like, ooh,
Wow.
Yeah, even the short fuse
He
doing
really
a bit of
pressed
damage
W
here,
there.
Who does have mainly damage as the
What is APA did?
Vigor Inferno
APA,
comes in the
I feel like
from the
could have played that
APA,
better.
But it doesn't matter. Faker just sweeps
I don't know.
Umpty, puts him
I
into
don't
the death
know.
chamber,
I
and
feel like
now
we could have
T1,
played
they
that
have
better.
full control of these grubs.
I
Really
know
tough fight to take there,
Zero was kind of like
as
zoning with his
Umpty,
combo,
yes, you
but
have the Ziggs back up there. The Emperor's Divide in a choke point like that is going to be basically a guarantee. APA also using his flash.
I was a
He's
little
gonna
bit
be more
scared.
vulnerable
All I'm
once
gonna
Faker
say
gets
is-
that ultimate cooldown back. Carrier holding down the fort here as the lead continues to grow
his name?
for the bottom lane of Team Liquid, but a huge bounce back now for TL. And
FlyQuest
the Jace
mid laner,
matchup
I
into the
can't-
Jax, we haven't
God
talked about this
quad
too much because we
fucking
weren't seeing
fights
it
that.
initially in this game with the lane swap and all the shenanigans. Pretty good for the Jace because, yeah, you can counter-strike, but It only lasts
Against
for a little
Aura?
while, and the Jace will continue to have that range.
Because I feel like,
over you. As we
okay,
look at
he
this
like
play once again,
so Satch's
pretty
minefield was
greedy
kind of
here.
blown.
Has
He
AP
misses
to
that
back him
Q.
up. There's a
He
satchel
satchels
right,
that.
there's ways to peel,
Like he
but
literally
just
misses
don't,
every,
unfortunately,
and
have
like,
anything to do
okay,
with
that is a
his
bad
flash.
play.
Has to use
Objective.
his
That is a
flash,
terrible.
but it's well worth it.
He played that
Is
really
Faker
bad. I
able
think
to just
that is
come in and
terrible.
collect the kill. Now back in the mid lane.
He
as
missed.
you
He
can see
did
here,
like
JJ
that. Should they
moving
locked it
over.
out? That should have been a kill.
And not too much going to come of it. But still, if you look at the top of your screen, only 300 gold going to be in it between the two squads. TL still very happy about the game state right now. And I think
Can't be
as
nervous,
the game
little
goes
bro.
on, they have so many threats.
Can't
We
be
know
nervous.
Ziggs scales extraordinarily well. Jack's in a side lane, almost unbeatable by what T1 has. And T1 themselves, a lot of team fighting
top CS is
availability,
looking
right? But I think that there is a lot of opportunity for TL in the later stages of the game if they can keep themselves competitive. But now Ona is trying to stop that. The grand entrance comes in. Yon
another
just skates
E
his
with
way
ice.
out.
Got his ult.
And the Nature's Grasp not really getting too much ground here against TL's bottom lane.
Yeah, not really. Core JJ does have his Merc treads, a huge part of this. He's able to get out very
Zero
easily.
also rest from Mercs.
Despite the ultimate going down. Rakan, a very slippery champion, very difficult to lock down. Further issues here on the top side, as we were alluding to moments ago. Impact having a really tough time.
D actually manages to steal away the Gromp here as Carrier is going
like
to come
it.
up and try
Aggression,
to assist. Of course,
not
we know
just
Core
holding.
JJ in the area, so not going to be a full scuffle, but
Okay.
two camps going to be stolen by Sejuani. That is going
I
to
mean,
be great here
I think
for TL,
nobody else is
especially when
playing
we
scared.
already
Maybe
illustrated
Impact, haven't
that
been watching.
Umpty was the one that had to give up so much in the early game, was behind a whole bunch of camps. I think it was like 5 camps or something like that, and has now evened things out entirely.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage here is not going to amount to
Dragon, how many
anything,
grubs
but,
did we get?
You know, you miss every shot
One?
you don't take.
I mean, he still hit 2 people.
True. And a dragon as well.
Yeah.
So he's just helping them with their clear.
Yeah. So,
At the end of the day, it's worth trying that out. Obviously, you're not going to need that ultimate for anything.
Top
right
is
now.
doomed. Yeah, this is
Both
another
top
bit.
laners just teleported back. So we have very lopsided top.
I mean, he's
side
playing
game state
Jax, it's
that's
fine.
favoring T1. Bottom side, pretty huge advantages for Team Liquid. You mentioned Umpty getting that farm back, but Yon has maintained this CS advantage, has that extra kill, obviously in his belt as well. So he's up 500
get
gold
carried.
right now in this bottom lane. And I think some proactivity is going to be needed here for Owner. Without his ultimate, you know, wasn't able to do anything in that interim, but maybe could make an impact here either top or mid as Guma continues to farm things out.
Focusing
And
bot
you know what
against
I'm
T1 is
fascinated
smart.
about, Wolf? I'm just wondering.
I mean, do they have a
when
choice? That
APA
lane
said
swap
anything in
made
Ultra
it this
yet.
way.
I am really curious.
that bot
I
dive.
imagine that Digon and the gang are probably, you know, staying on the ball there. But I'm so curious as to what it is. Very much looking forward to finding out as Carrier and Gumayushi closing in on Tion, but he's Zeri, so he just skates over the wall, and everything is absolutely fine now. A potential
if
gank here.
they
as
get a
Ona
kill
moves
here,
towards
this game's
the top
over.
side, lurking in the fog of war.
Can't die here.
Faker coming over to
get a bit
threaten
back.
that.
This
At the
is
same time, bottom there.
pretty hard not
as,
to
yeah,
die,
as you
I'm not gonna lie.
mentioned.
You could let it push, but honestly, there's a dive window. Okay, Sejuani
Will
knows.
impact
Okay, they
move up
can't get
further than
countered.
they should, as they know Umpty is here as well. As
Oh.
there's the counter strike. They start this one off. Nature's Grasp comes down. Glacial Prison
winnable.
comes in as well. Impact.
Winnable,
the
winnable,
first one
winnable.
to be focused. The Permafrost
Oh,
comes in. Umpty not able to actually.
Ziggs TP, we have
APA.
Ziggs ult.
He turns up.
Okay,
Nature's Grasp.
splash!
Kill from
Okay,
the
watch out though, bro.
Ziggs.
You got you got big face coming.
Short fuse. There's the satchel.
Okay, okay.
Distance, and there goes the tree. Faker 1 versus 3, and even though these health bars are low, I
Wait, they
don't
just
know
kill
whether
him,
he's
right?
gonna be able to
He has
take
Merc treads.
anything here if TL do decide to turn. And that is a great play from the North American.
That was a really good TP.
Absolutely, it was jungler versus top laner there on both sides of that fight until
APA
APA showed up.
Ziggs. One of these gonna
How
learn.
did APA
Bro,
get
to
here?
not take-
because Faker is not
This
actually
is close,
denying
by
his
the way. They
rotation.
almost got the
Okay,
kill
take a look.
threshold.
Impact
It's completely
over here,
different.
very low. Zayas has to flash, still gets permafrosted. It's the teleport here from
Yes.
APA, completely
The
circumvents
TP.
Faker.
That's
Faker
what I
a little
said.
bit late to actually come up here and deny the play, so teleport advantage to APA allows him to
Zoning
make this
satchel,
happen.
by the way,
And to
actually
use
smart.
when nothing owner could do. No escape here. Even with Faker showing up with flash and ult, he can't turn the
Okay.
play. They will be able to get these grubs out of this, or
Oh,
at least
Kit
a
Kat. I love
majority
Kit
of
Kat.
them, as they have this choke point once again controlled with the Emperor's Divide. But man, what a lead for Team Liquid so far.
Yeah, it's definitely going well here in this early game.
I don't know why
As we
people
move
like
towards
ego and
mid,
give
though,
one
that's
tricks
when
their one
things can
trick.
get a little bit
Dude,
more dangerous for
it
Grubs.
doesn't matter
Now
if you're
going
like,
for
oh, I
T1.
can beat
I
it.
think a big deal for Zayas.
Bro, they've
who
played
does
matchups
so
1,000
much damage on
times.
his Jace to turrets, you know, you sort of
Just better
sit
to
there
ban
in
it.
gun form, press your W, and you just wipe them out. And so definitely going to be something worth looking out for here as T1 try to accelerate into their 1 to 2 item power spikes, right? Like, this is what this composition is so incredibly
Only got
good
4
at.
grubs.
It's utilizing these early spikes. They might be
You
able to get
support?
something
I
done.
was
Unless
saying I
Umpty
don't
has
care
something
who
to
wins.
say
Like, I
about
like
it.
both.
As he moves towards the
T1
top side, there's going to be this
Oh my
special
God, it's a
delivery.
kill
He's been
again.
taking up this
He's
turret
dead.
for such a long time. Grand
Oh.
entrance is
I was saying I
what
didn't
knocks
care,
it
but as the
down.
game
And the
started
TL
going
player
progressive,
pops
like
up above
even
Umpty
before
as
the
he
game,
walks
I was
his way
saying
out.
we
It's
got
another
this.
kill
Maybe
for
I'm
the
a
North American
TL
hit
fan.
squad. 6 to
Like I
2.
said,
The
I'm
kill score
repping.
now.
Yeah, Impact and Keria traded flashes down here on the bottom side as well. Looks like Keria trying to go a bit deep there potentially. We got the tail end of that, but they do end up trading flashes. Impact here just going to hold down the fort. Guma should get this plate relatively easily, but a Ziggs along with a turret is a big problem. Owner going to commit the ult here top side to try to chase him down, but won't be successful. And Atlas, this game is wild, but
It
this
really
is the
is.
kind of early game we were saying Team Liquid could come out with some surprises. They could play a great early game.
Bro
They
wants
could
an
get the lead.
LCS
They've
coaching
checked
spot
all those
so bad.
boxes.
Yes,
It's
that's
what
why I'm
happens
supporting
next
Team
around these
Liquid.
next few objective fights where Team Liquid need to solidify this advantage. We saw them do it at MSI. We saw them get those
Yeah,
advantages.
T1
We
came
did
back
not see
from
them close the
down
game
5,000
out.
gold
Ziggs
against BLG,
is
so-
so huge, so early. Not quite as big
So,
as he was
shit's
in
not
the
even close
Fnatic
to done.
series in game 1. But it's still going to be a huge problem here for Team T1 to deal with. And it
That's
feels
the
like
thing
it's
with
not just
T1, you feel
a
like they
hands
always
dip,
come
it's not just
back.
matchup dip,
Pretty much,
it's just
especially
macro
in A
calls here from
teams,
Team
they
Liquid.
never
They
come
came
back.
with a clear plan here. The
Never.
execution has been crisp, and that's what you
And-
want to see from a
and
North American team taking
It's
on
not like
the
you
defending
ever
world
like
champion.
think
No,
that they will come
absolutely.
back.
I
They
wanna
fall
go back
behind. It's
to
like,
it. I
okay,
think,
GG.
like, commending
All right,
the
go next.
preparation is what we should be focusing on here, because Team Liquid, they did their research, they did their homework, and they came up with a great way to tackle this T1 squad. I think the early lane swap, even though they didn't get a massive lead, they put enough weirdness into this game to allow Yon to have a 20 CS advantage.
I mean,
up
that was
against
because-
Gumayusi. APA
I
gonna
think
get
he's
thrown
fine.
underneath the
Oh,
turret
he got
here.
aggro
Umpty is
because
there to
his-
protect him.
oh, shit,
Doesn't
Figure
land
played
the
that well.
ulti, though, and down goes the Ziggs. I don't think Umpty's going to die here, but Core JJ finds himself on the wrong
His
side
minefield
of the
got-
map. Battle
gave him
gets
aggro.
himself
That's
out as
unfortunate.
Umpty comes on over and gives him a target to head towards. So it is just APA falling down, but it's T1 finding a bit more tempo here on
flashed
this
the
map.
money
I
ult.
think APA getting a little bit of greed there because he knew Umpty was nearby, but Faker flashing the Arctic Assault there. They have enough damage, and that's going to be the Dragon here going over to T1. It wasn't in the mid lane where he got punished on the Ziggs to this Emperor's Divide, but in fact in the sides. We're 1-1 apiece. Hextech Soul is the Dragon. An amazing Dragon for both teams.
yeah.
You consider the Ziggs poke, but also the Ezreal and the Jace here for T1. I think we're going to see a lot of action on the
Not
bottom side of
GG,
the map
guys.
these next few
I have
Dragons.
faith.
Not to mention
They're-
Zeri,
they're-
that's
they're
lot of
a different
electricity, Wolf.
team.
It's going to be going everywhere as Umpty going to get slammed by the Bramble Smash, formerly known as the Arcane Smash. He's now going to use it on the Raptors. Looks like Owner is not going to be pursuing Umpty here towards the Herald.
Baker
Does
doesn't
look to potentially start this one up.
He doesn't have TP, but he has the Hex Gate, so he can get over to this objective very quickly. As we're gonna
They
start
need to show that
as the
fight.
replay
Okay, yeah,
happens.
so he...
Notice this,
Oh
as
no,
the
he
divide comes
intentionally...
through, APA,
Probably...
no
maybe it's
flash.
unfortunate. I don't know if he got hit by that
And Faker
Ziggs
as
Q
well.
on
Sabotage
purpose or
doesn't
not.
save him, flashes the ult here,
Oh,
the
wow.
Glacial Prison, and is able to take him out. He doesn't
Yep,
feel too
yeah.
bad
Fuck.
about it. He's just
Yeah,
knows he
that
got
was-
outplayed.
Is what it is.
Don't lip read that. It was a naughty word.
I think he just got hit by it.
It was
Because I think if he doesn't there, he doesn't get aggro.
With the satchel charge, could have almost been.
I mean,
him
I think
just
the
getting
entire
out
team's
scot-free,
coming still dies,
and that
so.
would have been a huge advantage for TL. Not exactly the
Shouldn't
end of
be
the world,
standing there,
though,
to be honest.
for the North American
Oh,
squad
skill
right
issue.
now, as they do collect themselves.
He did get first
the
crit.
Riptail do T1. Zeus
Whatever, got
trying
his
to
flash.
dodge the Glacial Prism, but that is another flash. Umpty is just flash police today. He's going around collecting all of them. And even though he lost his mid laner, he did collect the flashes of both of the solo lanes on T1. So
Give us
maybe
two
set up
items.
for some sort of fight here as we look towards the next Hextech Drake, or the first Hextech Drake of the game.
Right, and the scary thing about this game state here for T1 is that, yes, they've got great wave clear, they've got a Ziggs on the side, which is always
Any
terrifying.
TL
T1 will be
quad?
affected, but T1 have the Herald, and the
EPA
Herald's
is not
gonna
playing
allow
bad.
them, if timed correctly, to get a lot of control over that bottom side of the map. They were able to pick up the Herald top side, so they could just put their focus bottom. As long as this
really like
Ziggs
this Rakan
isn't
pick.
given too much free time with the turret, so Faker is going to be in this position where he's going to
Rakan's kind of a champion like Pike,
They're gonna
where
hover
he can
top
get
side here
really
with Owner
deep
on this
vision
Maokai to
really
keep the Ziggs
easily.
at bay. The Ziggs
And he
gets
also
down.
runs
Zeus
zombie
has enough
ward.
burst damage to take him out
Because he's like
easy.
so slippery.
This is where T1 really need to solidify their control over the bottom side, keep that Ziggs away from the turret. They can stave this
He can
up
get
for
good
the next few
ward
minutes, use that
safely.
Herald correctly. They should have the Dragon start in their control. As Core JJ, bit of a Hex Gate journey.
Yeah, this is somewhat aggressive as he's going to get stunned, but not before he gets over the wall, and that is going to mean that he survives and doesn't actually have to use too much of anything at all.
He's just
Oh,
teasing
now,
him
big
this whole
dog.
game.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
was
the
feeling
portal?
a little bit nervous as more Hex
Here he's coming
shenanigans
far.
come through here. No outer turret on this bottom side as Faker trying to
He has
take
passive?
a long
He
wall
does
to
have
get out of the
passive.
way of Umpty, who does have that ulti.
I don't think
back
they know
on
where anybody else on the
once
map is.
again. Control ward in this brush. Umpty just going to settle
Out
for
of
the
there.
Gromp for now as Yun hops
Ah,
into the gate.
fuck the ward, bro,
and
fuck the
gets
ward.
himself out.
Faker having the Sundisk, he's feels pretty safe here, Atlas. You
Yeah,
know, it
it's
looks
such
kind
a
of
weird
scary.
position though, Wolf, right? Like, it's just a lot of jostling.
The
We're
top turret.
jostling.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, jostling trades.
Uh-oh,
I mean, Team
APA's
Liquid
doing
is a
the
great match
APA
for Young.
thing.
See if he can avoid this.
Zigsby zigging.
Able to skate his way out. Yeah, really nice slide, actually. Takes Carrier for a ride with him.
Doesn't need to cleanse, but will take some damage here from that Mystic shot of Guma. Minute 40 until this dragon spawns. Herald at the ready. And this is where T1 will have a little bit of control for the first
Wins
time
this
of an
5v5 if
objective
they
fight.
were to
They had
5v5.
wrestle away
Zeri,
in
2
that
items.
first
Ziggs,
fight where
2
they were able to
items.
pick Umpty
Rakan,
there, force the flash
Warmogs
out
on
of
back.
APA. This time they get to
Close.
start the fight on their terms. And for the
I think
first
it's
time in this
based
game,
off
it really feels like
Malphite
T1
or
can do what they want,
anybody.
right? Team
When they
Liquid
just
have kind of pulled
CC,
them
one of
into
them
their
can blow 'em up. I think
what they
Jason's
prepared
actually
in the
way
early
stronger
game
than his
for
record
a
looks like.
majority of this game. Faker also has TP, has gone to the top side here. Very dark up here, so Faker going to respect it. Umpty threatening.
They thought.
Yeah, man, Team Liquid is so scary on the map right now.
Umpty is like, he is really pushing. He's trying to find any opportunity. As soon as anyone
They're not posturing
oversteps,
like they're
he
just
is
giving it.
there
They're not
to try and
at all. I think they're just
counteract. And I
giving.
love the proactivity coming out of the man. This is something that we have seen from him in the past, but it
Ziggs
seems
gets
to
mid,
be
they can't get that
ramping
ice
up
TP.
here in this game.
There's that Herald drop I was talking about here. Flank from Impact, but he's spotted.
Carrier going to be piloting this one. As
Hey.
there's the grand entrance, they get the
Gonna
knock
aftershock down.
Little Leona, but
Big.
not exactly a key target. As the bouncing bomb doing a lot of damage here to Ona, who is pretty squishy on this Maokai for now.
They don't have any wards bot side though, and Rakan didn't like get a pre-base.
A lot of minions
Jungle wasn't
lost
there.
actually for T1 coming down for that Herald play. Remember, he does have the teleport to go straight to Dragon, but T1, because they didn't get the turret, not confident to actually group for it faster. And Team Liquid actually gaining a lot of prio as a result.
Oh my god,
Looks
they
like
are.
They may
I'll just
opt
back
to
off.
try to
Wait, they clear all that vision.
just
Holy
give
shit,
this
they're
up,
giving
and
nice.
This is quite wild to see. I mean, T1 had the Herald, they had an Ezreal pushing the lane. Impact
full
has
vision
free
control.
over the side right now as a Jax. And they're just making faster rotations right now. T1 need to make something happen here in mid lane, or this Dragon may be lost.
Well, solo
that's
play
fine.
is going to come
Nice.
through, but it's Umpty. He's
Shot
able to
down
take that one out
again.
very comfortably.
Boom! Oh!
Even Ona just gets taken down.
It's actually playing
Nature's
so
finds
clean.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, just used defensively there, but gets nothing.
Bro,
back.
is
Owner is
has the
dead, and that
gap
should
closed,
be
by the way?
Team Liquid pushing ahead.
APA does,
Dragon
that,
control here.
it does
They
not
had
look
the
bad.
control, they had prio, but they were
Like West
happy
had
with
his
that.
bright
They
spots
pick,
too, to
and
be
they
fair.
Gumiushi looking for an
He has no
opportunity.
cleanse.
JJ, he
Boom!
finds it.
The Rakan pick!
Down in a
The
turret
mid turret
as
falling!
well.
Oh
They
shit!
get on the inner turret, but Impact is there to get rid of him. Outer turret and Dragon and
Like, Teal looked
kills
good
here
against
for
Fnatic.
Team
Those were pub
Liquid.
stops.
They are on a tear.
They are on a tear indeed. Massive lead in this game now. Second Dragon goes to them. They get 2 kills mid. They get the turret with the satchel charge. And, you know, we
go.
talk about Sejuani Ash. We talk about some of the follow-ups with the Sejuani Rumble that Genji fell, victim to yesterday.
Or is this poor JJ in my solo queue, by the way?
Plus Ziggs
Motherfucker.
bomb is also a pretty big combo when the Ziggs
Bro,
is
he
this
wasn't
far
playing like this
ahead.
in solo queue.
And it's
Gotta
just
focus
those
up,
concepts
guys.
here that we're constantly
We have to
seeing
practice
back by
how we
JJ
play.
as well, the threat we had onto Guma. Look at this bomb damage.
Oh,
You're
man.
dead. No way
CC
out.
chained it beautifully.
Just ridiculous, and then able to get himself out very, very
JJ.
comfortably, and this is the next one.
He says, okay, you eat forward. I'm going to jump to Yun, go in here with the
Beautiful.
flash, and look for the knockup.
Got the
onto
flash in
Ezreal
his
that
turret.
has
No sums.
recourse.
No sums
And
in our
down
80
Guma
characters,
goes,
just
down
win
goes
perma.
the turret. Team Liquid eyes on Baron control right now. And it just seems
This-
like T1 have no entry.
Yeah, and I think that they just need to tidy things up, right? Like T1, it was Faker on the top side of the map. The Azir is so incredibly
Why could I
powerful
not
in
see
these 5v5s if they do get to
half
it.
of the
If
TL?
they have the setup themselves to utilize Jace poke, the range advantage that Gumiushi's going to have. But it's just the chaos that Team Liquid have been reveling in that's been
Hey.
working out. That one didn't quite so
You
much.
know, like I just said, no subs. He's a guaranteed kill. Jace flash as well.
Flash to get out of the way of the Mega Inferno Bomb. I don't know what that
Oh my
ultimate was
God.
trying to do, but I'm so scared of Umpty right now that I trust that it was something that was very important to getting that kill.
I mean, on his time on Breon, Umpty was famous for great Sejuani games where he didn't hit any ultimates. He was in a few of them.
Bro, they gave him Sejuani? They gave APA comfort?
You know what? It's enough with the bomb. The
Oh my
Glacial
God, is it
Prison.
happening?
They end up getting another pick here. It's not yet
Is
enough
NA
to commit to Baron. They don't quite
gonna
have the
take
damage
the
just yet.
Esports
Faker
World
will
Cup
come up here
and
with
then
owner,
the
Sapien
World
Pack can get out,
Championship?
but he has Flash. He's Jax. He doesn't care.
It's Team Liquid. I keep saying
He's just gonna
APA.
walk
It's
away.
Team Liquid,
Meanwhile,
I
over
mean.
here, you can see this lane is getting pushed in. And the longer they spend time on the top side, they know owner's here. He was spotted. APA is going to get some alone time.
This
with
is
this
like,
turret. He's
I'm a
sitting on
Cowboys
2
fan.
items and
You guys know
an
some. Be
Rod.
careful. Don't
Cortez
get
is
greedy now. Don't do
threatening
anything
to die.
stupid.
Well, the
Is W up?
teleport's going to come out, so Core JJ not
It's
gonna
like
be
me
able to
getting.
utilize
Okay,
the quickness there.
okay.
He's just
Let's
dead.
relax
Emperor's
it,
the one
Core.
gonna pick him up. And the unkillable
Relax it.
himself
You're on the
is gonna
main
come over and say,
stage.
Stop with the funny business, guys.
Yes.
It's time for us to
Stop
find
the
some
cut the
advantages,
shit,
and
bro.
they're gonna need to find
That's a
a whole
filter.
bunch
That's a
of them
filter.
as
That's
Faker gonna have
that all is a
back
mental.
stopped. A little bit of a delay picked up.
Let's
for
say,
TL.
bro,
We'll see what
I'm
they
like a
can
Cowboys
utilize
fan,
with
so I'm
this
used to
added
like
tempo that they
copium.
do have now on the map.
Every
But
time you
I feel
do
different
that
about
with
this.
Ziggs, when you have first strike, you pick up a lot of
Oh,
gold.
it's so much money.
It's actually just gold generation. He's already gotten the turret mid right and done a ton of damage to top side turret, and he's just farming up to the death cap. I mean, this is the kind of build you want to see on a Ziggs. I feel like Ox might have a bit of a golf clap on this one. No Archangels, just going
Where's
full
the
damage.
Leandro?
Could have got big damage from that
I don't know
turret.
if he needs it in this game. There's not really that many tanky members here on the side of T1, but Young.
Nice! Careful! Ooh, that's a good flash. Makai would have flash W'd him. Guys, we're kind of doing the thing that NA teams do. We not do it.
See whether they can utilize that in the next fight.
Area also committing his
Holy
ult, committing his
shit.
flash
We have no
to the
subs
play.
on our 80
Not gonna
carry.
come up with anything here. Feels like a pretty big win for TL.
Like, and it's just like
Assuming
stupid
that
shit.
there's
Like,
no
why
way
is
to lock
Ziri
this
in their
area down.
jungle
It's been so
alone?
difficult to catch
I was
you on this
Rakan
game.
flanking the
0
tier 2
deaths
turret
so
with no vision
far.
of anybody.
He's sitting on 2.5 items right now. The Runins, so valuable to clean up the kills after the Ziggs bomb comes through. They've got so much burst. They have so much control over this Baron pit right now. And T1, it's got to be a scary moment here. At least they have control of the Rift Scuttle here. There's no way they could do this Baron without T1
Fine.
knowing.
2
But
dragons.
this lead hasn't
Stronger.
grown that much for TL, but yet their map control really has, and that's the scary part. Is Core JJ has been
Rakan
always
vision
threatening,
control,
Umpty
goated.
always threatening. Never a
Keep
comfortable moment in this
the
game
zombie ward
for
bonus.
the squad
Takes
that
the
won
vision
World
score to
Championship
125,
last year.
70.
Yeah. A little bit of a
Zombie
spot
ward's
between
so
Carrier
annoying.
and Umpty right now in the river, but I want to go back to the draft because I want to look in at.
And then we have Ziri at 270. What are we doing?
That's going to be Zenith Blade connecting onto Umpty. Frost Armor
Fine, he
and
has
the
warm-up.
Aftershock means that
We were like at
takes less
13,
than the damage,
12 CS a minute on
and
the
he's able to
Ziri.
walk his way out. So
Fine.
maybe I'll have
Those
a
subs,
little
though, gotta
bit
be
of
careful.
a moment to have a talk about that draft take, because the one thing that I think. Okay,
This
never
is
mind.
3 items,
Umpty
just finished
wants
death
to
cap. Oh my
continue
god.
making fights happen. So perhaps
Wait,
we'll
he's
just
massive,
the game
by
is
the way.
over before we talk about things that aren't the game in this particular moment, because this is a 5-stack of T1 players trying to find a team fight in their favor.
Careful.
Impact, a potential flank angle if he looks for it, but right now walking back towards
We
the
need
top
to
side,
not let
possibly
Faker
an
shuffle.
opportunity for T1 to strike as the Sun Disc is put up in mid. T1 just going to be protecting.
I mean, it's not even
the amount of
easy.
ranged wave kill.
Bro, we're
the
so
safety
juiced.
that
Ziri,
APA
Ziggs,
can,
3 items. How do we
respond.
lose?
It's kind
How
of
does this
insane.
loss? How is this a loss?
Okay, Faker's used his dash here. This is a scary moment for T1 to try to close the gap here, get through this choke point against Rakan.
Ooh, this is dangerous. They're a little bit
They can't
split.
fight
Still
this.
the
They
4 stack
can't
of
fight.
T1. 4 versus 3 if T1 do decide to pull.
Ooh, the macro play!
Outside Mega Inferno Bomb.
Boom! And they can't fight. Oh my god, that tower's gonna drop.
Zeus here, he says, I'm
Look at the macro! What the f is happening?
It's been a very long time since he was one, but still, with the help of APA, they're able to create a big
Get out, though.
advantage in their
Get
favor.
out!
Solar Flare isn't able to interrupt the Hex Gate escape, and it'll be another Drake.
They just
Hey,
don't see
and
it
it's
coming.
3rd dragon. Wait, they're
Thanks for the
crushing.
ultimate.
Oh my god.
Thanks for the dragon. Thanks for the kill on the top side. I'm winning in 3 places on the map as Team Liquid. And
Holy
look at the
shit,
way
this is
this
a
plays out
beatdown.
for T1 normally.
Bro,
They're so
I
good
swear to
at
God.
focusing on sides. They're so good at reacting to these types
This
of
is
plays.
all
I think they
off
really got
that
caught with their pants down, but
fucked
the
up dive
long-range
level
bomb
1.
from APA means there's enough damage to kill that Jace. They've got their eyes
my
now
God, let's go.
on the Baron. Zeus does
Just
have
NA it,
available.
bro.
Baker's level 16, ult at the ready. I don't think
So
you
I'm
should
talking
start this
about.
one up
Do some,
quite
like,
yet.
dumb
Team
lane
Liquid,
swap
threatening
shit.
It is a good idea when
If
you've
it
got a
goes
Jax
terrible.
in the side, you've got a Ziggs up here in the top lane. But watch this play one more time. So Team Liquid
Just play like
down
idiots the
jockeying for
entire
position on
game.
Dragon.
Would never
They
expect
don't
it.
know where APA is. He gets to just set up a bomb here, and that alone is enough damage to
That's a
give
good
Impact
play.
the kill here top side. This long range.
Well, these guys ban Ziggs. I don't know.
Global on the Ziggs. APA, a master of the champion.
Yeah, really beautifully played. Zeus almost dodging it with two
Damn,
skies
Figures
there,
level
but unfortunately
16?
not quite able to get far enough out of the circle. And so APA just taking names. And on top of that,
Holy
Wolf, now
shit.
he's got a death cap. And like you say, with this first strike, it feels like even if he just contributes a bit of damage to these things, he gets so much extra money. It's like losing to a Twisted Fate.
Oh, this Rakan
it's
pick
like
was
every
so
Q
good.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah, every Q's a cannon minion.
Yeah, right? It's nutty. Okay, Ona taking a little bit of damage here as Umpty just going to push his way forward. And this is the best version of Umpty. The one that can just move into the enemy jungle and clear things out, because he will not change.
But it was
this
shit. Did not
playstyle.
say it
If
was
they're
shit.
losing,
I said
he's still
Rakan
doing
is.
this, but
I said, isn't Rakan
unfortunately,
supposed to be
he's
countered by
getting punished
Leona?
for it. This time around, though,
Always
absolutely
safe
the
and you
right play.
can't
No,
die.
Precisely,
Plus, look at the
Wolf.
vision
This is so
gap.
dangerous. Another
What
classic
the f was
DLT
that?
is going to come out.
Holy
Doesn't find
shit,
anyone on
Sejuani artist
T1.
flew past
Not
the
gonna cause
crib.
Too many repercussions either, so gonna have to wait for that one to come back up again, unless Carrier says that he's not allowed to.
Also,
Still
I can't believe they
taking
put
a lot of
Owner on
damage back.
Maokai.
Look
That
at
chip is
extended
so
beam.
ass. I'm so
AJ
sick of
throws
seeing
down
it.
Another one, and now Carrier and Owner, they're not going to be able to start any fights here for T1. They're going to have to look for a bit of a reset, and once again, it is tempo moving in Team Liquid's favor.
Absolutely. You know, Umpty's ult misses, but you can get enough damage.
I don't
with
know why
that
they
Ziggs
pick it.
bomb.
It
All
looks
they did
so
is constantly threatening
it does
here. The vision
nothing.
is so limited for T1. They have to leapfrog their way from brush to
I hate
brush
it.
here to control this Baron. Jack's still pushing in the side lane here. They're going to try to come over and punish, but guess who's
Those
there?
bot
It's APA,
lane.
who has, by the
Get a
way,
reset for
TP.
wards.
So the
for
macro
Soul.
game here for Team Liquid is absolutely immaculate. You love to see this level of control. Very different, honestly, similar.
If they just do nothing,
to the way that
keep their leads for Soul in 2. They just gotta wait 2 minutes. It's
unlosable.
unlosable.
The threatening picks,
Unlosable.
non-stop. They have so many different ways to blow up single targets. Speaking of, Carrier a little bit out there.
Yeah.
There's no way to lose this game unless they do something ignorant.
On Jan as well. That's why he's doing so much
Careful.
damage right now. Owner moving on over. They do get information about that one. And Team Liquid strength to strength right now, not letting go of this amount of pressure. And I want to give you guys at home and those in the Cube, the Kadia Arena right now, a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. Because
Not jinxing
in
anything.
games like this, I like to commentate from the perspective of not T1, because I expect T1 are probably going to win this series. Now I'm feel like I'm running the risk of just seeming extraordinarily Team Liquid biased, because T1 haven't found that inroad back into the game
They certainly
just
haven't.
yet.
And when you look at some of the game
Doubted
states
Flight
here, the
Quest
map control
too.
that Team Liquid have had. Gumayusi
Rightfully
just
so,
having his
but the
third
Flight
item
Quest
as Jan
had
is
a
approaching
chance.
his 4th here on this
The
area.
gap is
Already has
just
the
closing,
IE.
bro.
He's 2 levels behind, or was. He's now just 1, but will be 2 levels behind again here shortly as Jun clears up a few more minions. This is an immaculate lead from TL. This is really oppressive.
Souls up in
and
1
it's
minute.
hard for T1 to get back into this game without a super play, and their play
Look at
options
all their
are pretty
vision bot side,
predictable, right?
by the
You've
way.
got
Holy
Leona,
shit.
you have
With
the
Rakan
Maokai to
sitting
set
on
up shot
full
blast
wards.
if you're
Oh
ahead,
my
if you have
god.
vision control. Otherwise, you're just throwing roots in blind as owner here, so your opportunities are just so limited. It's so difficult to fight into this dark,
They can't play.
barren region. And if you don't constantly check, if you don't constantly push
That's a
in
5-man
clear
mid
out
and just
those
force
wards,
blind.
Team Liquid could be doing the Baron. If you lose that against the Ziggs, it's basically lights out. They're so far behind in gold. A straight up 5v5 team fight isn't going to be easy. It's going to take a heroic Emperor's Divide, an overextension. That's why Team Liquid are not pushing their advantages too far, playing it safe.
Yes,
playing
they
around
listened
wave
to me, I
clear.
think.
They are grinding T1 out of this
Yes,
game.
TL's actually doing
And
things
T1
correctly.
just
This is
catching the waves
incredible.
where they can. You can see Faker down here towards this bottom lane, staying
Careful.
out of vision as he spots Core JJ on his way over. So mid lane of T1 not going to be dying just yet. They're still not finding any inroads, right? So this is
They have to go through
protection,
mid. They have to
but
just like
it's not
they're gonna have to
being able
force.
to move the needle back in the direction that they want it to, and
Okay.
is still pushing forward. He
Okay.
Boom!
Yes, flash, yes, flash, yes, flash.
So much trouble, but he's able to arcane shift to get himself out of dodge.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You don't gotta chase, just go just go Dragon. T1 will try and rush Baron, but they can't.
Bristle, ridden by Umpty here.
They're gonna try and trade for Baron here.
Mid lane, but they're unable to really
I don't even
fight
think it's
too much.
bad.
So keeping everyone alive, and that is the main thing. Is T1? They're looking to get control of the Baron area.
Yeah, they call the bluff. They're like, oh, you guys think you can trade for Baron?
Okay,
I'm
now
not
it's a
gonna
little bit
play that game. I'm
wonky
not
because
gonna
now
allow
we
it.
don't have vision.
And they are going to rush over here.
Well, they're doing the T1 thing where they just
now
rush it.
down
Oh
ultimate,
my god.
doesn't have flash here, but they are
Just
gonna
gonna give it? Oh, we're like
so
panicked
much
right now.
damage to this Baron.
Focus up, guys.
Can they turn?
Yeah, full
Big?
information now goes over to TL, and
Oh, this is white.
T1 not getting low.
Boom!
Gets onto 3, and that's with no setup as well as the extended beam comes on down. Faker looks for
What the f was that
flash and gets the Zeri in the end, but Impact will be able to take down
Whatever,
his
it's fine, it's
ex-teammate
fine, it's fine.
Guryushi. Still trying
Should
to
die
fire
here.
forward,
Yes,
and
nice.
APA, he's basically an 80 carry himself, and he'll be able to take down the Ezreal.
There's no-
Three
they-
members
they-
of
it's
T1
just
left
one.
standing. Zeus, the last big damage threat, but I don't think he's
Okay,
going to
nice.
be able to do anything. He's just going to be backing in this brush. APA is
Christ, that character. Jesus Christ.
Save the Ziggs with basically nothing.
they're stalling.
Those 2 thumbs up that we were expecting. And Zeus comes in, and he is going to be
nice.
falling down. Leap strike from Impact.
What do we do here? They can't do Baron?
TL. I think
They're
they're
gonna-
going to win this game.
they're
I
gonna
think
try it?
I mean, Zeus is
Oh, we have
enough
6
time
TP.
for some of these respawns to potentially come through with Hex Gates, but Faker 20 seconds left, no teleport. APA gonna
free,
head
it's free, it's fine.
straight back into the fray.
I don't think they lose Dragon either.
Online. He is just so huge again, and this is not just a Baron. This is a Baron to Hextech Soul play here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I don't think
T1
they
had to do
lose
their trademark Hail
Dragon
Mary
either. I think they
run,
just get
but
both.
against that Mega Inferno
Holy
line,
f- they're actually
all
curb
stacked
stopping
up,
them,
and
by the way.
just look at it fly. They're trying to split like the red team they are in this game, but they're not going to be able to get out of the region. Meanwhile, over here,
Yeah, a little bit more.
I think
of a
they're
fight as
fine.
the Nature's Grabs comes on down, but look at the AoE
They're
damage
fine, bro.
coming out of this Ziggs with 4.
Oh!
To finish
Nice
off
Maokai
the
pick, you
Ziggs.
dumbass.
Surprise
It's like they picked the
down
dumbest
that
champions
one
ever, by the way.
Used to
Let's play
Maokai
that
being a
game.
little
Let's
bit
play
more
Sida.
tanky than the damaged version that Owner is piloting this
It's
time
GG,
around.
bro.
And the Dragon
This
is gonna
isn't
go
like
for that
FlyQuest
Hextech
Game
Soul
1. This is
triple
like-
stack Hextech Dragons.
It's like a clean
Young's
stomp,
gonna
by
have
the way.
a
Oh
lot
my
of
god.
extra electricity as we're gonna check this one out one more time for reals this time.
Bro, what if Team Liquid doesn't lose a
triple
game?
bomb here. Owner avoids it,
Like,
but means he's
this whole
isolated
tournament.
Here, Umpty says, okay, we've got our first
Are they the
target, force
favorites
him
to
flash.
win
Look at
Worlds?
the follow-up here from Core Data. Now, this is great from Zeus. Perfectly placed Shock Blast after Faker's ult comes out, so at least they take out this Zeri, so no real further damage can be done.
Yes,
Otherwise, Zeri
USA.
maybe just runs away with this fight and they get even more. But still, it's a small prize here for T1 as
Actually clean.
end up
They're all
knocking
clean.
Impact out of this fight. Or Impact, sorry, knocking Zeus and Carrier out of this fight. As Zeus buying so much time here, but it's still not enough to stop the Baron. It's still not enough to stop the Hextech Soul.
I mean,
And now
there
the
is
beast
no, it's just
open.
FF.
Looks like
There is
Team One
no
set
world where they can
complete.
stop
Team
anything here.
Liquid completely unlocked here at EWC.
And it's their drafting, it's the gameplay, it's
I know, it
just
was weird
TL
because
looking extraordinarily good here at EWC.
T1
They're going to be
picked-
breaking down this
they
top
gave
lane
Sejuani.
inhibitor turret right now.
They
Counter-Strike
banned
comes through, they
Trist
just
Corki
have all of the
themselves.
answers.
Like, are you afraid
These
of
six compositions
APA's
just
Trist
an
Corki?
absolute, like it's
what?
a symphony to watch them play these
Like,
ones out.
I feel like they kinda
The
trolled,
well-oiled
like-
machine that we're witnessing as they make the push towards these inhibitors now. There's another Glacial Prison. This one going to connect as Mega Inferno.
They're all
on
slowed, they're all
3
dead.
once
Game
again.
over.
The quickness locks
Double
them
kill.
down, and APA takes them out. It's a double kill. As
Like, it wasn't
immediately
the
it's tanks
1v1
from
mid
front line, and they
matchup,
are
to be
removed
fair. It was
from
the
this battle
what happened
completely.
outside
The
of the
bouncing
1v1.
bombs impossible to avoid as they just keep raining down on top of
This is
T1.
annoying.
I say impossible to avoid. I mean, they can avoid them, but they're just not.
This is a
Found
beatdown,
out
by
well,
the way.
and he
17 to
has
5
about
score,
5%
10,000 gold.
cooldown
This is a beatdown.
on that ability at the same time. So the Sun Disc, it's going to be removed. 2 inhibitors down, waiting for some super minions to make their way in.
The
And
poke
Team
is
Liquid,
just so
I think they might
impressive.
just win it here.
I think they
Yeah,
will.
Ziggs
They've got
literally
this
won
Baron
autos these
in here,
turns, by the
Baron
way.
empowered. Still 25 seconds left here. Looking to back away.
Kinda playing a little bit safe
Very
here.
low
It
on
is what it
HP,
is.
just let the
It
Ziggs
is what it
do
is.
his
I'm
work,
fine
and
with
they're
it.
gonna bail
I think they could have
back out
ended
of
there,
this
but I'm
one.
fine with it.
So still hanging by a thread right now. T1, 12 kills down, 9,300 gold behind in this game.
I'm fine with it.
But if it's T1 that's alive, if the Nexus is still standing, there is still hope. But I just don't see an angle right now, Atlas. This lead is so huge, and the poke
True, I'm an innate
in
fan
this
for life.
composition with Ziggs, with the Zeri extendo beam, it's just unreal. As Carrier maybe
He
trying
is-
to bait something. I don't know where he's
What the
going.
Oh, he's running it the down.
And he's going to
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. He's had enough, actually. He said, guys, the game, the FF vote failed like 1 to 4. He's like, I'm going to wrap this up myself. He just weak side willied it, by the way. What the
4 items and a casual little critical strike.
That's, you know, hey, that support
this-
gap,
I mean, TL,
we got gapped
they
this hard
have
by
every
Core
single
JJ.
card.
Look at this.
It's
2-1-11 to
9,000 gold lead,
0-4-1.
but it's the Hextech
215
soul.
vision
It
score to
really
1.
is
Like,
the
he's
icing
pissed
on
or
the
whatever.
I mean, I
It is
guess
what it is.
Carrier bought some time on the wave. Usually when you see a jump out of replay,
Oh, he
like
ran
that,
it down,
there's
guys.
a reason, but
No spoiler alert.
doesn't
He
end
wanted
up
the game to end.
accomplishing anything here. Now Faker getting chunked out.
Yeah,
Baker has everything up. They can get shuffled. They have to be a little bit careful.
In front of him nicely with a twisted advance. I like that. As the Nature's Graph doesn't do a whole lot, but Umpty has his health bar shredded down. So TL gonna have to just wait for that Warmog.
Kind of giving a little bit
again, unless he does decide
to go
for a full reset there as well. I think realizing that that health bar is going to be back up very, very quickly. And now back onto the push once again. Super Minions making their way in alongside this last remaining
I don't know, I'm a
inhibitor
bit curious why
turret.
Ziggs isn't autoing.
Last bastion of hope here for T1 because you lose 3 inhibitors against
Kind
the
of
Ziggs.
playing a little bit scared
you're
now.
just a sitting duck.
Like, I understand, but
APA has teleport available. He'll basically
there's a
just
difference
two-shot the
between playing
Nexus if he
safe
gets a
and playing
chance. He will
scared. I
just
think it's a
TP
little
in
bit.
and end it. So all the AP he's got stacked up. Now even has that extra luxury arm guard. So picking him so difficult. Baker trying to find him with an Emperor's Divide means he could just Seeker's arm guard that. They have a Zeri who has GA.
No, I'm talking about at the Nexus, at the turret. I think they could have autoed when they were at the
Her is
Nexus.
actually quite difficult. She has Flash, she has Cleanse, and even if you kill her, you got to deal with the Ziggs. You got to kill her twice, by the way. Those are Jack's that can TP in to end the game once he gets to teleport back up. T1 just have no way in.
They're just getting so much farm though, guys.
Like you were saying, I'm having a look at this.
Like Faker's up 100 CS low key. Like act like low. He's CSing like a machine.
Okay, TL going to face check T1 right now as the Glacial Prison comes down once again. Umpty, it's been absolutely fantastic this game.
We have 2 Rs down.
APA layering the ultimate on top as well. T1 keeping themselves alive at least for the minute. As Zeus gets the hammer slam back. Impact taking a bit of damage here as well. Extendo beam. Oh my goodness, who's the poke champion now? As Jan is going to send Zeus back to the fountain. This last inhibitor still standing, but I feel like the clock is ticking on that one. Elder up in a minute, 25 seconds.
I think
on
that's
the
what they wanted to
Baron.
play
I think
for
TL,
Elder, but I
they're
feel
gonna
like
make sure
Elder
that
and
these
Baron
waves are pushing in,
being up
take
leads for
these
like some
neutrals and carry Exodia
trades from
towards the
one.
enemy next.
If the
Hextech gate
inhibs are
allows
open, they
T1
can
to
maybe
try to
threaten
get
the
in
back door.
there.
6
Umpty's
one-shots
over
towers.
here.
Yeah, finds carrier, not exactly an ideal target, but he'll take it.
But, I mean, there's just no way for T1 to really get to either of these objectives. They have the Hex Gate, so they can try to rush over and contest, but a teleport can
I mean, they
end
can't
the game.
walk
Even
through
with
Ziggs.
both
It's not
Nexus
possible.
turrets standing, if T1 get their back stopped here,
With Hextech
APA
Soul, they're
can
never
just
walking.
end the game. So
Pretty barren.
T1 have really crossed their T's, dotted their I's, as that's hopeful. Gumayusi with this true shot, as they're only going to leave 2 on Baron because Yun does so much damage while continuing to push these waves into the mid lane.
I mean, they're going to
stacking up
try
super minions
to
there.
get
So there's
vision
just
of Elder.
absolutely no way
I don't think it
T1
matters.
can come
Rakan's
to
sitting
Elder.
on everything,
It's
by the way.
essentially League of Legends checkmate here right now with the composition of Team Liquid.
Yep, T1, I think the fight
I just say, I mean,
on the Elder or on their Nexus.
oh, this is
And
going
they
to start
have
it.
elected for the Elder.
They're going to flip it. I mean,
They'll start that one
I
up
think they
as
have
it
to.
spawns. They have positional
They have to
advantage.
flip this.
Banana Brush control,
No
but
matter
Umpty
what, they have to
just
flip.
walks on in.
They have to finish it and flip.
Does not mind about this one whatsoever. They're all inside the pit.
Oh, they did get it.
Thunderdome, but the Elder is taken by T1. Is this an opportunity? Impact says absolutely.
Okay, they're way
not
too
as
strong.
getting
Okay.
torn to shreds. Carrier
All right.
slides down.
Clean though, clean Gary. They're way too strong. But it's a curve stop. Now we're down in an A. The gap is closed, bro. It's closed.
T1 don't get to play their proactive playstyle.
Never doubted.
To play the Leona into the Rakan bottom 2.
Never doubted, bro. That's a beatdown. Almost a 15,000 gold lead, 30 kill lead.
Beautiful game. And
absolutely incredible
what an
stuff.
upset we saw.
USA! USA! USA!
We're going to go to a short break. We'll hear from them right after.
I didn't think the drafts were too bad at the start. But looking back at it, dude, what the does Maokai do ever? I said the same thing when who picked it? Somebody else picked it. Dude, that is a terrible character. Other Rakan pick would be worse, yes, but in a vacuum, Leona's good against Rakan. That's how it used to be. But you don't ever play like that. You just play around Leona, like, away from Leona. You get deep vision. Like, oh my god. I dare to say that game was, like, I dare to say it, but that game might have just been sub-gap. Are you guys good doing the bare minimum? Maokai, like, Maokai is a champion that's like, oh wait, I'm inferior, so I'm just gonna survive and be useful. But Sejuani is kind of that champion as well. It's like both point flip. But I don't know. I think that the bans were the problem because why did they give Sejuani and ban Like, maybe they did it for the crowd, like the audience, to ban Trish Corky. But, or maybe they just didn't, like, even... You think T1, like, watched VODs or, like, studied TL? You think T1 studied TL? They're just like, oh no, who's this APA guy? Oh, I'm just going to assume he plays Trish Corky, ban it. Maybe they just, like, don't even know who the f we are, so they just, like, didn't even bother doing any research. They just, like, they banned Trish Corky because they thought it was strong. APA can play Trish. I don't know. I think after... Watch this.
Just farming up to the death cap. I mean, this is the kind of build you want to see.
Bro, at the start of the game, by the way...
Has Guma
Ability to grab plates is really
Like, because
good for Zeri.
their
A
lane
lot
swap
of
got
matchups,
spotted by
but Ezreal
Ward.
also has the ability to crush turrets with his W, his little hula hoop he's going to
Bro,
put around
I'm
the
not gonna
turret
lie,
is
this
gonna
looks
make that
fucked right
easy to
here.
deal with. Zeus also getting involved early here.
Yeah, this is a little bit dicey as APA goes down to about 50%. The Sand Soldier's getting involved as well. And one of the
Okay, if, like, nothing
most
happens,
important things is
there's
that
up
APA missed
TP karma, right?
experience on a couple of these minions here in mid as well.
Like,
so
that
Taker
is
with a lot more tempo than you may
a bit of a nasty
initially
trade.
expect after APA is able to just wander his way back to lane.
Yeah, considering also that Zeus has basically, arguably 3 abilities at level 1. He's going to be able to do a ton with it. Push into that health
Watch
bar.
this
APA
dive.
now in a bit of trouble. Zeus is going to come over here and put the harass onto Impact.
Yeah,
So what happened when Ben TP'd bot
You
last
know he has
time.
E.
Yep, you can see a little bit of
No, yeah, okay. So you stun, he doesn't counter-strike it. I thought if you... I was saying maybe he should have counter-striked it because... Does Leona get turret aggro if she E's, but the stun doesn't go off and Jack's counter-strikes?
Time
I don't... It doesn't matter.
Zeri, but now
They didn't have enough damage, so...
the engage comes
He
through.
kind of, like, counter-strikes nothing. Like, there's no... Like, they just stop autoing.
Impact does have
Like, so there's no... Like, he counter-strikes air.
the counter-strike, has of course skilled that one as Gumi
Okay, good flash.
able to come on over, does pick up the turret aggro. They
They didn't expect him to take the
of course
threat.
skilled that one as Gumiushi able to come on over.
Because Jace just run. This is just a misplay. Jace just runs at impact here,
Impact does have the counter-strike, has
and like Leona,
of course skilled
like S-keyed right there, should be just running at him.
that one
Should be just running at him.
as
He flashes.
Gumiushi able to come on over, does pick up
Like he doesn't expect Guma to tank that extra turret shot. Jace should be right on top of him, kill him, flash out.
the turret aggro. They need
Turret.
to try and kill that one as Gumiushi able to come on over, does pick up the turret.
He autoed the turret as well. Oh my god. Oh, wait, does he not? Wait, does he also not use toggle champs only? Just like me. Just like me, baby. Just like me. See? See? It's a fake key. So he doesn't. So he accidentally misclicks the turret,
Aggro. They need to try and get this kill.
and that's actually the difference because he's dead here. So he literally misclicked the turret, and that's the difference. And now because he did that,
As Guma goes down low, there's the flashes. Zenith Blade doesn't work. Core comes in. That is still first blood going over to Gumiushi, but can he keep himself
Now they both die.
alive? As Core JJ's got heal, he doesn't have the ignite. Never mind, there's the general. And they even out the scoreline. And now Carrier, I don't know, guys. I think he might be dead.
Damn.
He's kind
well, they're watching it right now too.
Things rolling in a great.
I mean, he autoed the
for
turret.
them, and this dive was kind of 2,000 gold in favor of Team Liquid.
Yeah, again, we were expecting something either from the draft. We didn't really see a gotcha pick here by TL.
That's wild.
But then they go ahead, roll with the lane swap, find
That's
a little
wild.
bit of a lead there. Because of that, Then Impact gets a little bit more gold. The TP there to the bottom side by Impact, TP to the top side by APA catching the waves, leads to some action on the top side of the map where Zeus then is now on the receiving end of some bullying.
And we get to see exactly the power
They
that
played
comes
this fight
out
well.
with this Jace that we
There's a
really get to
TP.
see, or rather the Jax into this matchup where you have so much damage. Eventually, when you start to build a lead, it becomes very difficult for Zeus. And APA, a true master of
And
the
we see
Zig,
from T1
coming
now.
up and making
Somebody
sure
said
that he
losers
beats
side,
Big
but
to
they
the
swap for
rotation.
sure.
They will find multiple kills in every single one of
I
his plays.
don't,
And this really
as they should ban
cements Team
Ziggs,
Liquid's
but
lead.
Yeah, I mean, the double kill for the Ziggs is just gigantic.
people
because he
do
really
not
runs away
like
with this
banning
game,
one-trick
and,
champions. I don't know
T1
why.
never had
So
a good
Ziggs
answer
should
for the
be
Ziggs
banned.
at all in their draft.
Just for
I mean,
the sake
especially
of
from
comfort.
behind. So
Like,
you look at
make
it,
him,
APA's
like,
popping
pick
off,
a
you
non-comfort
can't really
pick.
access that backline very well from behind, and T1 were just kind of.
I think
lost
Sejuani's
for
too
what to
strong.
do.
And the
They have
poke that
first
we were
pick.
seeing coming
Whose
out
side?
from T1's composition with the Azir and the Jace and the Ezreal, it doesn't really matter when Ziggs is this far ahead. When he has that much gold, he can single-handedly outpoke the entire T1 team.
Yeah, again, we saw that Jace and we saw the Ezreal. The casters called it out. Nice poke, but it's very difficult when there is decent amount of engage here. Now
First
at
pick
19
Maokai
minutes, we
again?
have some skirmishing in the mid lane. You're thinking you're safe under your tower? Think again with the Ziggs bomb.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised that Team Liquid was able to find all of these kills. This looks like T1 making those classic
bit
plays where they
unserious.
try and find any advantage that they can, but Team Liquid is just around the corner ready to punish them.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of looks like
The ego
what
thing? I
Gen G
agree.
was doing from behind in Game 2 up against Top Esports.
Even
where they're,
after, like, the whatever, like,
floundering, they
they're
know they're
bot
behind,
lane,
they're trying
Corda J
desperately
played
to make
really
plays.
well.
Uma in this game, mostly invisible, and in that
died
moment, he's
once,
like,
that was a
"Alright, I've
meme,
got
but
a moment.
He was straight. He was
have to
gapping
punish
vision
the
control
Zeri,"
hard,
but
bro.
it ends up just being another
Hard.
death for him, and
Like, I hate to say it,
Top
but
side
he
of the
did
map
play well.
by Baron. T1 make that desperation call that a lot of teams do to bait out a fight. But again, you got a Ziggs that has huge AoE. You've got the
Like,
AoE
Ziggs
stunned
is a
by
problem.
Impact, and this is a resulting fight.
And I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit frustrated that was T1 that was the one who actually started up the Baron after Team Liquid had so much time to go for it. And this fight, I was very worried about it. Of all this, we got to see that Jan ends up getting caught out by Faker, and then towards the end of it, the fact that APA lives with a sliver
seen
of
someone
HP
right-click
after
and
face checking
reload?
this Jace really
Gives a
gives
shit,
the
bro.
lack of gold, no
Mouse
shutdowns going
gamer.
over to T1 that they could potentially mount to come back with.
yeah, it definitely still felt like TL weren't super clean, super confident
decent
in their
champ
victory,
pool, Beta's
but
top
was
3, no
safe
play
and
Triss.
sure that got the job
Yeah, but
done,
then they have to go
so,
Corky.
You know, it
maybe
is
it's
what
better-
It is.
okay.
It took forever to take the Baron.
Dude,
It was
there's
eventually
no
T1
world
that
where
had
you're-
to start the Baron
Okay,
for them,
you do
but
not
TL,
ban
they still won. They
APA's
still
Triss
punished it.
Corky.
They were still ahead for the majority of this game.
Yeah,
Are you
very,
better
very
than
close margins,
APA at
including
Triss
that
Corky?
last little bit there, APA on 1 HP. I was
You just-
screaming
you
here.
just
in the studio.
handshake it out,
Everyone around
but
here
I respect
over
them for
at,
doing that.
Studio Village definitely heard us here. Now, you all at home voted earlier for our STC predictions. Obviously, a very heavy T1-sided vote. So now I ask my analysts here. We sticking with
I
our
get
votes
too
here, or are we
excited.
changing it up?
FlyQuest did this
I
same
think now's
bullshit
its full time
yesterday.
to release the copium. We got to see Team Liquid take the first game off of this. They did it in a classic Team Liquid style. They got every single pick that they wanted, and we have been seeing that, well, LPL has had great meta reads so far, and NA has also come out with some things big here too. I'm looking at Team Liquid to take this series.
Valdez?
I think
I mean,
T1's
it
still
is
gonna
not
take it.
meta
I still have
sleeping
to
either.
stay
It's
with them.
actually
I think
quite
they
impressive.
Are very reliable, and one thing I want to see
Like,
is
they're not
Ziggs
just
get banned
insta-slamming
because they
Nautilus
didn't
Leona.
really
They're not
seem to have a
insta-slamming
good
Triss
meta,
Corky.
well, draft
They're not
read, I should say, in
insta-slamming
this first game about how to deal with it exactly.
Cassante-
and they let it
okay,
just go over.
Rumble,
They didn't
yes,
respect
but-
it at all. They should know that APA is fantastic at this pick. I think you just take it away and you move on with a more balanced draft for games 2 and 3.
Yeah, part of me wonders, again, what will the answer be? We did see focus in the bans in the mid lane. However, APA able to get his comfort champ, and the team was able to play around it. Game number 2, will it be the decisive one for Team Liquid to win against T1? Historic victory, or will T1 battle it back and force us to a sudden death? We'll find out after this short break.
Let's go, boys. That's what I'm saying. Like all these FlyQuest did play. Well, you hate to say it, but FlyQuest did play well enough to win that. They misplayed a couple times as well. Like yesterday.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here with the Jamal Motorsport mascot. You're looking as handsome as ever. So, if you were to give a heads up,
Where's my
or a
recorded
thumbs up,
piece, by the way?
How would you rate this place? Let's take you guys on a tour on what
Show
you
my
can
piece,
do in
guys.
this recreational area. So for here, there's gaming chairs with connected controllers that emulates being on a race car itself. As we continue, Mr. Mascot, can you please show me what's around? What's your favorite thing here? His favorite thing is...
Cameras?
Oh, it's VR. Ah, so if you want a very realistic
VR from that?
experience, that's also VR with the controls. I did not know that.
That's gotta be
Mr.
scripted.
Mascot.
I thought it was glasses.
We have amazing monitors right behind the cameraman, I believe.
Yo, he's going the wrong way.
Right here, look at
I don't think he can see in that.
Crazy. It's
Yo, Mascot over here.
You get a very realistic experience of what it's like on the racetrack, and there's a lot of people enjoying this game for tonight. But moving on, we are slowly approaching, I believe, the food stand, where people can get a quick snack if you're feeling hungry.
I'm hungry.
As it is vibrating very nice pink over here. So, racing is our passion, is their motto. Let's go check out what kind of food they have.
What you got?
Hi, is this...
No camera. Look, he's like, no camera. No, I have about 8 warrants. Get me off the camera. No, look at him off. Get out of here.
If you guys are feeling...
Camera off me. Look, and they put it on her. Holy shit, that guy's going to jail.
Their snack stand where this is...
Did I not make the cut? They're like in like post-production, like, yo, this shit sucks, low-key, cut it. Cut it. This guy, hey, he's trash, cut it. Hey, no way, right?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to EWC. I'm Atlas, joined by Wolf, and we're getting ready for game number 2 between T1 and Team Liquid. This is the time where I would be expecting to say, oh, let's see whether the North American squad can fight their way back. But
No, no matter what, we get a
I
game
need to
3,
say.
but
What
this
I
is going to
need
end in
say
2
is,
games.
can the
TL's not dropping a
LCK
game.
Stay in the tournament, Wolf.
I mean, that's the scary part for all the LCK fans out there. I mentioned before, if you're T1, I think the expectation was, and your goal is to 2-0 this and give a lot of a strong.
All right, let's see
message
how
to
they're gonna
fans
do
of,
ban
hey,
phase
we
this
can
game.
win this finals, right? Because you go into this thinking it's LCK versus LPL finals. That's most people's expectation for the tournament. Maybe even LPL or LCK. We didn't know how those first matchups would shake out. But now, on the brink of elimination, the final representatives from the LCK backs against the wall, not respecting the playstyle of TL. TL really just running.
I kind
around the map.
of they played
And
cheeky.
not
I like
only
it. They had their
has
own
the big
picks. They did
showcase
the little
great
lane swap
macro, but I feel
Roni.
like they played away from the style of the LCK. It really threw T1 for a loop. I was talking to you about this during the break. When they didn't have Dragon Prio, did they headbutt in? Did they force their way through trying to flank? No. They just went and picked Zeus in the top lane. They have a comp that has Ziggs ult being semi-global, can really impact those types of plays. And they played their own game, and I think, as the desk was mentioning, probably should ban that one away. I do not think the Ziggs is going to make it through any more of these drafts.
I mean, they wasted
and I
2
want
bans.
to shout out one of the co-streamers here at EWC.
TYLER1!
Friend of the LCK LS, because he has been preaching about Ziggs for, since he was an LCK.
So have I. I've been calling Ziggs broken for years. Can I get a shout out? Why does LS get a shout out?
Daniel Ox Harrison.
Why does LS get a shout out?
Matchups very, very well himself.
Huh?
And so hoping.
I've been calling Ziggs broken for years. Watch the Vods, check the paperwork, bro.
Again. But let's see what does happen as two trees.
T1 banned Maokai. That champ is trash. They banned Ivern on blue side. What is
So
happening?
a little bit of a difference when it comes to what this draft is going to look like. And from now, kind of looks like the Tristana Corki might be back on the menu.
I think so, and I think that Faker will opt into whichever APA doesn't pick, because I think they're fishing for a Sejuani pick. Now, TL reading this pretty well. The Ashe is banned away. It's one
I think
that
they
has
have
been
to ban
so
Sejuani. I think that
aggressive.
chip
Didn't
is
see
too
play in the
strong. That's why
last
everybody's
game,
been banning it.
because the Ziggs and the Zeri as real trade bottom side was
You're a
really
very
well
good
what the game
co
was
streamer,
about.
not gonna lie.
This final
Yes, because
ban
it's
is
very
gonna
hard
be
to
here
co-stream.
for T1.
Yes,
taking
thank you,
away
bro.
Ivern
Co-streaming actually takes a lot of
and
talent.
Zing.
Thank you.
It's definitely going to be
thank you, bro.
double carry we see this time around. Jax also removed a
Damn,
big
Jet
log for them
Jax,
in
man.
the previous game, but this means Ziggs is up and available
Rumble.
for TL.
Okay, so I
Rumble
think
is
they
also
have to
up,
ban
and I
Sejuani.
think that is probably
Right?
the thing that TL understands needs to be banned. Unless they have some crazy strategy.
Oh,
against
actually,
it.
Rumble,
I
true.
think it's Sejuani Rumble that they're really struggling with. So maybe you ban something else,
Okay, they did
or
ban the Rumble.
you just
Gotta
get
give
rid of
Sejuani.
that fiery
His
guy
owner-
on the top
yeah,
side,
okay.
because the fire
They give
yordle is
Sejuani
a crazy
willingly
one. So TL,
to help
T1
top lane.
will get exactly
They
what
said,
want.
hey,
Now,
when
as
we
I
last
expected,
picked top
the
lane,
Sejuani pick
pick
is
whatever
gonna
you
come
want,
through here
except
first
for Rumble.
T1. Umpty had a fantastic game on it in our previous set, but this does leave
I don't think
open
he
a lot
blind
of
picked
options
Ziggs.
here
I don't think
for
he-
Team
I don't think he
Liquid.
can do
Rather
that.
than just opting into the Ziggs versus potentially the Tristana, they are
I
going
don't
to
think he's gonna do
go
it.
for the Corki pick, a little bit more standard here. This will mean that Faker will be able to respond with his own Tristana. And,
Yeah.
you know, most
I mean,
of
Faker's
the
Trist
time,
hasn't been all that.
I think a majority of us are leaning towards Tristana being the stronger pick in this matchup. What jungle will be
It was
the
really good
answer
the
is
last
the
game.
question. They
It
can pick
had
up
like its
an AD
dicey
jungler like
portions.
Zyra. That's
Yeah.
still
Like, he has
available here for
his
Umpty.
Trist
He
games are a
wants
bit
the Lilia.
dicey.
Don't know if it really makes sense in this draft. Let's see what he's got in mind.
Yeah, quite a few things left up on the table. They
Italy.
could also pick Tristana and Corki.
Probably not, though.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy one.
They do
TL
play
have
that
had
Corki
some
in the
cool
bot lane.
strats, exactly.
And I
think Trist is
don't-
terrible
I
bot
don't
lane.
usually feel good about it.
All right, they're going
Yeah,
Ezreal.
let's see Ezreal double.
I
Trinity
don't think
Force.
Trist
So
was
this
too
is
bad
like Power Spike
bot lane, but
City.
then randomly,
I love
when
it. Tristana
Trist mid
obviously
became
gonna be
better,
locked away here by T1, but what
somehow
else
I
do
just
we
feel like
have
Trist
in
bot got worse. I don't
composition
know.
with Wolf? That's my question.
That's a real good question. Might just be the
I
Zeri.
mean, Figure Trist is still better than AP Corki. I think AP plays Tristana better than he plays Corki.
Away, but I think
Low-key.
the Zeri
I think he
is
just plays
too
it more in
strong
solo
here,
queue as
and
well.
That is what they're going to grab. See if the Leona comes through, or is it just going to be a Ziggs hover?
Yeah, Ziggshover for APA.
I think the Leona is the best option here. It's kind of a no-brainer with how strong
You
this
think?
duo is. We saw
Carrier
T1 play
goes
it previously.
Rakan, like
Obviously was
Forge
circumvented by
Horde
the
did,
lane swap last
like
time
salty
around.
run back,
And
like,
here's
oh
where things
yes,
get a
we
little
can
bit
play
more interesting
Zeri
because the focus
Rakan
is now going
too.
towards a little bit more the top
It could be.
side
I
of
find they
things
did
for
play Zeri
T1.
top lane. They could flex
See what
it.
the
You're right.
bans are going to be. Banning away the Gnar could indicate we're going to trade.
They
for
could flex the
Kasante
Zeri
ban
top.
again. We could see the Twisted Fate taken away. The Jax is already banned, however. See what the look is going to be here for TL. What their read is Gnar.
Let me check any
probably
top
that
100 ranked
Kasante
midstream.
trade
They're on
once more.
Tristana. Yeah, everybody plays it.
One of those options, certainly a bunch
Hey,
of
they're
things that you
banning
can
the
take
Gnar.
away. And
Bard
Zayas
is
just
open.
really good at Gnar, so
His
you can
Bard
just
was
get
a
rid
bit
of that
fucking
Mordekaiser to
disgusting.
be removed. So maybe
Last series.
T1 with a little bit of another idea. Wanting to limit the amount of AP
The
options
Mord!
as well is a decent
Oh,
idea. But I
shit.
don't necessarily think that Mordekaiser is going to be the biggest thing that TL are looking for. See what this final ban is going to be, though, because I think you can pay a little bit of mind towards the bottom side of the map as well. With the Leona locked in, you're not worried about
They
a
would
Nautilus
ban
in this
TF.
Zeri composition. But Twisted Fate going to be
What are the
taken
blind
off
pick
board, so
options?
real targeting towards
Zayas play
here.
Renekton. Oh,
Renekton
nope.
gone
They're
again.
gonna
So
ban
all
Renekton.
of these things are kind
Okay.
of what we expected. We saw the Renekton last time. The Mordekaiser is the one kind of pick that stands out. Doesn't feel as strong of a ban.
What does he
but
want to
Twisted
play?
Fate, good ban against Zayas. You have the Gnar gone. Kasante
Base
being
blind
up,
isn't the
though,
worst.
because they banned the
I
Mordekaiser
was-
instead. Feels like a pretty easy lock-in here.
Kinda
They
needs
wanna
AP
hide
actually,
Umpty's
doesn't
pick,
he?
But he could just lock that in now and save counter pick for whatever Zayas does in fact lock
He goes
in.
Vladimir.
Probably the safer bet here. Zyra, I feel really strong in
Oh,
this
wait,
draft
they're
here
gonna
for
blind
TL,
pick?
but they're not going to lock it in just yet.
Wait, they're gonna
Let's
blind
hop
pick
over
top
to
and give
the
what?
Kasante
Last
here.
pick jungle?
This one felt pretty obvious to me. We've seen
Oh,
Zayas
because
play a
they
lot
didn't
of
want to give
other
him
range spots,
Kasante.
like the Vayne, the Zeri into this pick.
There's a bunch of
Really?
options that you can play alongside a Sejuani really comfortably as well.
Wait,
like
that
a
can't be
Camille
the play.
We've seen rip into a Kasante relatively
And they're gonna
effectively.
do it.
Oh,
And
because they
the top
knew?
lane is just happening
So
once
it
again.
is the
there
Zeri
is
flex.
the
Ah.
Caitlyn to come out from
Okay, so
T1.
stack
We've already
armor,
seen
right?
this from G2 Hansama looked decent on it, even though they lost that game number 1.
So they
It is
had
an
the read that it was
aggressive
Ziri
lane,
top.
And Caitlyn, if you look up the stats for Gumayushi, they are pretty absurdly good.
I played with Guma's Caitlyn
Carrier's Braum is something that we've been up and
several
down
times,
upon,
actually.
but we know that he can pilot this champion very, very well. And so
We have a
now
last pick
face-up
jungle.
is the
Dude,
T1 draw.
what if he does bust out the Rammus jungle?
Once again.
Brand, fantastic here.
Wait, that would be goated, actually. That would be a spicy pick.
When I think about an AP jungler, R5 for Umpty.
Branded a Braum, but it's fine. Just went for the shield. Still
Karthus, I
CC
think,
him
is
in
a
one
little
shot.
bit risky in this draft because there's so much explosive damage, so much 80 carry damage here for T1.
Range, yeah.
And the range is a big problem. The engage range with
Triple
the Sejuani
80
too,
carry.
So Brand feels a lot safer and a lot more
Lose, you
consistent
go home.
damage. Now, my concern for TL will be, what does level 1 look like? How do T1 set up these lanes? Do they
True.
decide to lane swap? Will we see the Zeri get a massive edge over the Cassante? Because Brand, Cassante versus Zeri Sejuani, yes, you don't
Played
have
this
perma
matchup
plus
before.
synergy there, but it can be a really
Actually played
finicky
the Zeri
2v2
Cassante
there
matchup in the
top
first
side if
series
not
against,
played correctly. Yes, you have a ton
or
of damage output
Zeri
as the
Cassante,
Brand, but
the
if
first
Zeus
series
can
against
whittle that health bar down before those
Billy,
fights
didn't
happen,
he?
it's going to be really tough for Impact to play this one out. So I think this one's
I don't know.
tough
I
for
think
Impact. He
I
played
like
incredibly
you.
well in the first
I
game.
like they're a bit
Crushed
outranged,
the
but I
mid-game,
like
had
TL's
great
draft, bro.
macro. Obviously, he struggled against the Jace early, but he turned it around. So maybe similar story here.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be that guy, but TL 2-0, TL undefeated championship run.
The LPL really shocking us, but
Yeah.
one of the first times I look at the draft and go, well, this one feels to me pretty dead even.
Yeah, it's a little bit more even than what we have seen in the past. Absolutely. I think game number 1 definitely.
Yeah, we'll see
TL
how the
came
mid
in with
matchup
a draft
goes.
plan that worked out here. As you can see, Faker taking a little bit of a stretch. Good to see the fist bumps there from Tom, Roach, and Spawn.
Yeah, stretch, bro.
And we'll
Showtime.
look to get into this one.
Showtime, lock in.
TL going to be able to just finish this off. Could be a 2-0 for the North American squad. Augment that cash prize once again. Keep that key alive. Keep it out of that hydraulic press and possibly take another opponent's destroyed key with them towards the final. But can't count chickens before they begin hatching, Wolf, as we like to say.
True.
And
I guess.
T1, certainly, this is a draft that they looked fantastic on against BLG in the last day that we saw T1 playing. Something that might be
So
able to
much
just get
AD.
it done once again. And I love watching Gumayushi play the Caitlyn. He is so incredibly good at this champion. And more recently, Wolf, it's been Carrier playing Caitlyn.
Yeah.
So it's really good
Caitlyn
to see
Braum.
Gumayushi back on one of
Did
his
they play
best
this?
champs without his support just stealing
Or was
it
that-
away.
Yeah, I mean, the Zeri flex to top was something we always knew could have happened here. They kind of baited the Cassante in. They
Caitlyn
set it up
lost.
for it
That
perfectly.
G2 that
The
played
Gnar
it?
was
G2
banned.
played
the TF was gone.
Caitlyn Braum as
and
well.
then
Yeah.
They just left it open. They banned Mordekaiser instead. A new R4 pick priority went to TL, and once again they have this Zeri top pick ready and set to go. So let's see if this works as well for
All right.
T1 the second time around.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I think the Rift is ready for us to jump on and get into it. Game number 2, do or die, here for T1. TL take this one. They are going straight towards the final here at EWC.
There's somebody
And
yapping?
Otherwise, they're heading towards game number 3
Who's
once
yapping? I
again.
hear some typing.
The first time that TL has lost here.
Whoa,
in this
I heard some
tournament,
typing
they
there.
do lose here. Otherwise, they could make a clean
Uh-oh.
sweep all the way through. As already,
Fine, he's fine.
Core JJ in a bit of trouble, but Impact already ready
They
and
follow?
waiting. Carrier having
Brand's
a
coming. I think they
flash to get
follow.
himself out of the way as Umpty moves on over. Let's see whether they can get any added damage down as the rocket jump going to get.
Honest to
out
God,
of
if they
dodge.
commit, it's a
And
kill, but they get his
TL,
flash.
Yeah, they took a bit of damage, but they definitely answered back.
They certainly did. Flash down for Carrier.
Got his flash for
On
free.
this play, Core JJ did use his Ignite. The health trade definitely favoring TL at the end of things. Faker is going to have to take a
Flash and
complete
support,
back
it's
to be
whatever.
able to get back to lane without any issue. However, and it was a little bit of a level 1 Braum shenanigans. They learned from Barrel. You know, their last domestic match.
I'm convinced to the point that Faker just starts W1 Trist level 1 every game, by the way.
Impact in position.
He doesn't, remember
He's
that
ready for the lane swap
last
that
series,
TL are actually
he,
going to set
W
up
Trist
here.
didn't recall
See Zeus on
forever.
the top side. Not going to be laning into a Cassante right away here.
Is he recalled
quite
this game?
A unique setup here for Team Liquid. They had an answer from the get-go, and this is one of the big question marks I had going into the second game was, will they just straight up lane it into the Caitlyn and struggle?
So
Also
lane
struggling
swap
in the Zeri
again.
matchup? Of course not, because that would be terrible.
They
They've already
knew that this
showcased
was going to
they
be
know how
lane
to
swap, however.
And that's what we're going to be seeing here at level 1.
Yeah, once again, dodging the bot lane matchup. And you can understand exactly why Impact trying to get into range of these minions. As Zeus and
Helping
Ona
take-
just going to be pairing up to try and clear out this jungle as quickly as possible. Impact needs to be a little careful I don't think he's going to get dove
Yes,
just
they are
yet.
cards, but it worked out.
As Owner
Lane
and
swap
Zayas
early, then
just
they're
getting
swap
through
back.
these camps.
Yep, just trying to help.
They'll start rotating around pretty soon.
This guy's a vision everywhere. His path is fucked.
Helping to clear as Brand
Actually, not
has
the
an
best
extremely
because
fast clear,
they're also
and
double
unfortunately,
jungling, so his
Zayas
path
is
is he's a little bit behind. He's still level 2.
He does have teleport.
And then
And Impact, you know, he's not
they're
going
gonna
to
get this Gromp as well, and look for a bot dive.
time in the lane swap as all top laners
This is
do.
spotted on ward.
Into the Caitlyn, level 2 is hit here.
Both
Zayas is
Sejuani
coming
and Zeri
over.
walk over ward. They know it's a
Yeah,
4-man.
there are 4 people
What does he
heading
do here?
towards Impact
Just
here
does
who's
he
going to
leave?
have to vacate. I
He's
don't know
leaving.
whether he's going to be able to hit level 2 before he just straight up dies. His owner comes on over. He'll start off the Gromp here
I
first.
mean, Brand's path is
But
this is
now
really
it's
bad for
T1,
him. This is really bad.
3-man strong here looking to take plates, and they'll take them quickly at the same time. You can see the back starting to come through for
Is that
Jon and Core
are these
JJ
early
as they
lane
have
swaps
pushed that wave
worth
in.
it?
That is entirely going
Like,
to
it
go.
was worth it
but
last
the plate
game
money
because
really pushes this in favor of
T1
T1. And this was
griefed the
change
dive.
that happened. Is
Like,
Impact
this
taking
can't be
a bit of
worth
damage
it.
here from Owner right now. Permafrost comes down. Impact down to about 300 health. But this is why it's so tough to lane swap, right? Zaya's going to teleport up towards his top side after everyone's left.
I think this is how
He'll be
last
able to
game
get
should have went.
a fair bit of experience here as well. And these plates going down, so much more money into the coffers of T1. You can
They're
see
just
that
down to
just
straight
like
600
the
gold.
You can see Impact also, you know, he has teleport, doesn't need to use it, but he is going to be significantly behind in XP when he does clash with the Zeri in the top lane, which is going to be super frustrating to play
Why
out.
give
walking
Sejuani?
all
I'm
the
not
way back
sure.
Now, T1 knew that
But, I mean,
with
it's not a
the amount
Sejuani
of pressure they could put
problem.
on bottom side, not only could they get some plate gold, which they've gotten 3 of already, they'd probably force a return of Yun and Core JJ. They get
I wonder if they
plates,
felt like
get an XP
maybe
lane
T1 would mess it up
XP
again,
lead
so they just
top
did it.
side, as well as some of Umpty's jungle there. So big wins really everywhere here for T1. Looked like TL read the play well. The lane swap setup was good, but maybe underestimating some of the power of that Caitlyn push.
Yep. And just wanting to dodge this bottom lane matchup being the big thing, right? Like, that's the only real advantage that they managed to
Not
find.
the
is
worst
Impact
matchup.
Walking towards Zayas here. Doesn't quite find that cue. As now Umpty moving on in.
Let's say playing for
has
Flash.
to be invested. A lot of respect given over here. As
Hey,
now
Faker
APA
Wing in.
and Faker once again going aggressive.
Playing like the god
explosive
quad.
jump's going to even out the trade nicely as there's a flash
Oof.
to get away from the rocket jump. Faker taking a lot of damage in return, but he
Oof.
has his flash
Solo
available.
flash
APA
blow.
not
Oof.
so lucky.
Yeah, Faker can just stave off the pressure.
And he's
here,
down a
heal
shit
up
ton of
little bit
CS. They're
with
probably
that
like,
pop.
yo, by the way,
APA
why did we
actually
ban
find
Trish
himself
Corky
in
game 1,
kill
guys?
range
By the way.
Once he hits level 6 shortly here, APA going to respect
solo
that.
flash,
Back
and he's
away.
down?
Faker can clear this, no problem.
How much CS? 10 CS.
Here, yeah, in goes Core JJ. The door is placed.
I think
in
they should have
front,
picked
though.
Trist
Kerry
himself.
is going to say, nope,
He's better at
no
Triss.
presence for you. As Core JJ actually going to tank the Winter's Bite momentarily. Gumayushi taking a lot of damage, though, from Yun. They do need to be careful. Now Faker going to be teleporting back to lane. Him and APA, both of them utilizing that Summer
Alright,
spell.
he's
in order
going
to get
cloth
back here.
armor.
And Faker with
God
about a
Quad
wave
would
of a
never go
lead
cloth armor
right
on
now.
Corky.
Things looking pretty good as once again, okay.
There's no flash.
Zayas going to get pushed back. Impact going aggressive, finding the cues this time around. Zayas not necessarily navigating it quite as well as he was. I thought it was an expert performance earlier on up against BLG. This time around, Impact is finding a few of these angles, but just not quite as much of the farm as Owner is going to get the Valkyrie out from
W's on
APA.
cooldown now. I shouldn't have done that.
Still
Yeah.
pushed away. Yeah, Faker going so aggressive. There's the
Just
buster
poking
shot.
him out of lane.
There's the
Oof.
full stack, and there is APA just getting sent back home.
Yeah, I mean, even though he's not in kill range here, that was the level 6 advantage I was discussing moments ago. Can just force in the back. He already has a significant CS lead, and that's going to be.
I mean,
further
he
made
had
by Eagle
the-
coming over now.
he
Umpty
could have
is
picked
down here
Ziggs.
on the bottom side. This trap is going to be
Like,
a bit of
just
an
for
issue here.
comfort.
They do circumnavigate it,
Yeah.
and T1 I think have a pretty good read about this.
I mean, they had any mid pick they
See,
want.
Umpty?
They didn't have to.
Actually, the
Corky.
Yodel snap trap is going to break as Core JJ in that brush, wanting to find an angle here as he clears out the ward. Gumayushi not going to bite, though. And I think Umpty is going to complete this one. Doesn't want to waste too much time down here.
This is brutal to
They're gonna
Triss.
lose
It doesn't
Goats
matter.
for
It's
this
all
too,
about
because he wanted
comfort,
to
bro.
make this happen, but T1 just so smart, able to read the play. And because it's Caitlyn, he's not going to lose too much farm here as well out of that.
Yeah, but
threat
it's
because
fine.
he's
They're all
simple
AD.
and range to actually last him
Get
those
your armor,
minions.
bro. Don't
Zayas
fall behind. You
really
can fall
putting
behind
pressure on
early.
up here.
This
Don't
is
fall behind
feeling
too
a
much,
little
build
bit
your
more
armor.
Like what we were expecting out of this matchup. Zayas just relentlessly throwing burst fires towards the Cassante. And Umpty comes on over, is able to clear out this Gromp camp, Krug camp pretty quickly.
I think that never happens, though. I feel like when the enemy team's all AD, it's a loss every time. Ooh, did he up his stun?
is going to be tanked here by Ona. Umpty wants to get a little.
Oh, he trolled his.
He doesn't have the spells, and it's a double kill.
Okay, they at least get one. He
Zayas
trolled his
get one
stun.
mark as a
No.
consolation prize, but Wolf, are we signing the papers? What's happening?
I mean, I'm almost ready to at this point as Faker.
Yeah, Faker and APA just always fighting here in the mid lane. Down to half health, as is correct for Corki versus Tristana, as we have seen.
Yeah.
Should the
And
replay?
Faker
I'm pretty sure he
not quite able to
QW'd.
put that pressure back on just yet. They know that owner was dead, so Core JJ is also coming over here looking for a potential opportunity to collapse in. He does have flash. The wave is going to crash here, but the timing.
He
Ooh,
rooting
I was gonna
for,
say timing
I
is
think,
pretty good
TL a
for
little
Faker to
bit.
get out of here, but he doesn't have TP, so he's going to stick around. He may be in trouble now.
Yep, Core JJ making his way over. There's the flash shield of Daybreak, but Faker's going to buffer the buster shot so beautifully, and Ona is here as well. Core JJ could be in trouble. No flash up and available, and he has a blast cone. We'll see whether that's going to be enough, but nope. That is going to be
All right,
concussive
pack this
blows
one up.
coming
Anyway,
through.
what I was
Carrier
saying
even
was-
has the door to make sure they don't take damage from that true shot barrage. And Impact possibly also collateral damage from this one.
He should be
the
safe.
extender beam comes in, the all out.
Wow,
is
he got
going to
stunned
pull
through that.
Ona over, and maybe Impact
I was
now
saying
has an
was a
avenue
lot
for
of times
escape, and
against
he does.
80, like
He'll be able to utilize
against
the
all
blast cone
80
and get
comps,
back
you're just
towards
like
that
build
top side,
armor.
but wasting
The
so
solo
much
AP
time
always
here.
gets
He
fed,
did
and then you
all of
always
that.
lose
And
before
Zayas is
you
gonna be able to
stack
push this
armor
turret
anyway.
pretty quickly here, so he's going to lose some farm, probably going to lose a plate at least, and great rotation from Carrier. APA
What is he doing?
in danger.
He does get the honey fruit, but Yon's making his way over, and remember, there's Brand towards the bottom side of this one as well. Carrier gonna get spotted as Umpty.
He got the slow from the
looking
E.
for it, wants to be able to find the damage, doesn't get the stun as we can see there.
Oh.
As the series going to miss.
This brand is,
Carrier does get
yeah.
a massive proc on him, takes a fair
as
hit.
a brand
Otherwise,
veteran,
he'll
I
be
can't
able to make
watch.
it out. Now Zayas just getting to work on this top lane out of
We
top.
are
2
misplaying.
plates for the Zeri, who already has 2 kills under her belt. Oh man, that little slingshot I think is going to become a cooler item very, very quickly. Wolf.
About to get a little bit more electric here in the inventory. Now, Umpty will be able to get this first dragon here bottom side uncontested
Oh, good, we got dragon.
because of the really proactive play bottom side there by TL. I will say, you know, compared to the LCK,
First game was a fluke? I don't think it was a fluke. I think they're just
our most proactive early game teams that will make these rotations.
I mean,
happen.
it wasn't
We'll
a-
look for
12,000
aggressive
gold
plays
league's not a
more
fluke.
often than the rest of the LCK, just simply because
Kills 30 to
they're afraid
6
to make
isn't
a
a fluke.
mistake against a stronger team, fall too far
Fine.
behind. TL, not afraid. That proactivity at least nets them this dragon. If they had lost on both sides of the map, would have been much worse. But still, T1 with a 2,000 gold lead here in this second game. And this Zeri starting to get larger and larger.
Yep. Oh, there's a solar flare. Gumishi going to get slowed down. True shot barrage not is going to connect. A little bit of a delay there as
Oh,
Carrier
God,
moves
they're all
on
coming.
in. The door is in a weird
There's
spot.
no flash,
Corona's
though. The wave's
moving
too
on
big.
Down. It's a large minion wave, though. Gumishi doesn't have a whole lot of health. They spot Bristle and Sejuani as they move into the river. TL going to be safe and get themselves back out. Or are they? Yes, they are.
Yeah. Carrier looking for maybe something
Not
here.
too bad.
Faker is
Down, what,
relentless
2.5K?
with his pressure
That's
on
nothing.
APA.
And a dragon.
Does have a,
Out of grubs.
you know, fair
Him
bit
getting
of item
grubs
damage
is really
now
bad.
early with those components, and has half of his call completed.
I know
so
Rammus, he
he's
doesn't have
really
that
gonna
dog
pull
in him.
ahead very soon here.
Ooh, Impact not quite able to find that third Q. Keeping himself in it here towards the top side. Pretty upset about how things went as far as that gank from T1 was concerned. Wasn't a great time and isn't a great time now. As Leandri's now completed for Umpty, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Does need to watch out for the door. The Unbreakable can make things real tough.
Really can't give
As,
6
we
scrubs.
check out the crowd here in the
Yeah.
Kadir Arena.
Came from Dubai to watch the GOAT. We got people here from
I don't think we have a
everywhere.
choice.
As this is looking like Grubs 2, T1
Oh,
here.
shit.
Might be able to get
that's
the full
full
6.
already.
Rom's backing off, actually.
I think TL needs to try and get
Did he
at
get
least
one?
of
Try and
these,
steal
but
it?
nope,
Ah!
There's going to be 5 taken here as Ona moves his way out. They'll accept a 5-for-1 trade as far as those grubs are concerned. It's now Yon fighting
A
against
1-for-1 action bot
Gumiushi
lane?
here towards the bottom side. Guma looks to be absolutely fine with that situation.
Back off, bro.
especially
Back
with
off.
Carrier
He
just
thinks
off to
Rom
the
was at
side.
grubs. Oh.
Yon
He's dead.
needs to be so careful. Ona
Dead,
here
he's
towards
dead.
the top side as well. Everyone on
Ooh,
TL is in so
nice
much
prediction rate. They
trouble.
might be able to turn
That
this.
was a
Blitz.
decent dodge there as Yon not going to walk in to the.
Oh, he lives, he lives, he lives!
True shot barrage looking to be traded as APA moves towards the bottom side. Yon is so
Oh,
low, and
oh,
he's just
okay,
gonna
well, let's
explode.
run next.
Faker's in there, Carry's in there, and there's
That's next. This
Core
was a bad
JJ
draft.
trying to hex
It is
flash
what it
his
is.
way to safety. I don't think even the
I mean,
Eclipse
is
can
it really
save
a
him
bad
from this
draft,
one, though, as
though?
Gumiushi
I don't
almost
think-
dies to minions, but he's able to move himself out of the
We're out
way.
on comfort.
And Core JJ will will in fact be all right.
Yeah, a bit of a miscalculation here for TL. Core JJ staying mid there. Faker able to make the play happen
Top
with the TP
turret
bottom
plus all
side.
plate
Zay
for
is going
gone.
to take this top side turret
Okay,
and
this is a
deny
wipe.
some
This is
additional
stop.
farm. T1 winning everywhere on this play. And Guma down on the bottom side. He's not quite able to get the kill with his ult, but still enough
I mean,
damage
no, I think it
there.
was just
And
lost
this
from
is
the
just
early game
such
shenanigans
good-
as well.
such a good
They were
read
down
from
600
T1
gold from
knowing
1
that
minute.
Leona is still mid. They can TP in, match the Corki here. There's a really cool moment as well here for Faker, where you see he realizes he calculates, do I Buster Shot APA? No, I think I kill both of them. Goes for Yun instead with the flash, then kills APA, picks up so much money. 3 kills now
Fine.
on this Tristana, who also has 5 grubs. There's the magic number to wreck turrets in this mid game. Faker is going to be a menace in this second game.
He already is.
As dead again.
Absolutely, and I
Sees the
feel like
TP,
T1 have
because he had no
taken
sums.
game number 1 personally here. As
One's
Young
there.
Gonna get pushed away. Zayas comes
He's
in.
gonna
Young's
dive
like,
through it?
I thought
Oh
their
my
AD carry
God.
was Kalen. He's not. Oh, well, he is.
Oh,
But
God.
it's also
This
a Zeri
is-
coming from the top side
Actually,
of the map.
he's
and
dead
Core
here as
JJ
well. They
once
just
again
have him.
finds
Oh,
himself
shit.
underneath the turret with
Guys,
nowhere
I think
to
we're just
go.
gonna
Winter's
save the
fight
embarrassment.
is going to miss.
We might be down
They're
15,000 gold
waiting
this
for the
game. We just
minions,
FF.
and I think this Leona is just going to go down. Solar Flare is a lot of extra value.
Okay,
And Zayas,
but that's bounty on
he will die.
Leona.
600 gold goes over to a Leona, but they'll lose their outer turret
down
on this bottom side.
10 plates,
Almost
all
arguable
plates
that
from all
this
the
is a big
turrets,
win for
2
Zayas
towers,
as
first
well.
tower.
No one else going to be able to get that shutdown gold going to Leona. Still relatively valuable gold. Of course, they get something back for it, but that's another turret, another plate. And
They're gonna
T1
dive him
in
again?
full
No
control
way.
Right now you can see Impact is pushing top side
my
is Shadow, but Yun's in trouble.
Dear. Yun is just going to get prisoned and destroyed.
Jesus.
Able to give a good old thumbs up before that one is now TL looking to try and counteract the
Your
play.
ping?
Let's see whether Impact can find anything. The all-out does
Maybe?
go down onto Ona, as the ultimate from Carrier is pretty good there as well to keep them at bay. Impact is getting lower and lower as Gumayushi is firing shot after shot into the back of this Cassante. APA moving over though.
I mean, you're not catching,
Let's see
bro.
whether this Corgi is going to be enough
This
to
is-
be the difference maker. And the answer is probably not yet. T1 just walk it off.
And T1, they know too. I mean, this is a bit of a, it's a tough call to make for Impact because if he stays topside, he gets an additional plate. He's able to maybe
I don't
get
know,
some gold out of it, but he
they get
commits his
side
TP,
selection last game 'cause they
anything
lost
forward,
apparently.
Doesn't get the plates
That's what I was
topside
told.
there as now plates expire. And it's
did we
concussive
decide we
blows
want-
and
we pick what we want?
permafrost. And you're Cassante. Unfortunately, it's really tough
Will we
to
go
make
on
that
tank
work with
duty
the
in the
TP
jungle?
coming through, even with those low health bars there for T1. With the pushback,
Blocking
though, looks
comfort.
like they'll be able
Let's
to
get back
secure
on that
their second
Rakan,
of
the
game.
Leona.
We'll see what soul it is, because it's going to take a big comeback in this one for TL if they're going to bring us to the 2-0 win to upset completion. It's Infernal, so at least, extremely valuable soul they've got a 2-dragon lead on, but I don't know if this is going to be the last dragon they take in this game or not. I'm kind of leaning that way.
So I've been
because
seeing
there's
people
just no
choose
map
Corki over
control
Trist a lot,
whatsoever.
actually.
Another turret down.
FlyQuest did it as
T1
well.
just
I
feels like they
don't
can
know.
do
I feel
no
like Triss
wrong
is
with
just
this
better.
lead.
Like, she provides
Certainly
more.
feeling like we're getting angry
She's a
T1.
little bit
I
less
feel like we got
gankable.
angry
She shoves
G2
waves just a
yesterday
little bit
after dropping
faster.
The first game to FlyQuest. Angry T1 are certainly out here in game number 2, and this is immaculate gameplay. This is
Does it need
what
as
we were
long?
expecting from the world champions.
In game
I
one,
mean, what we're expecting in a grand scale, but they did just lose to KT, so there needs to be some caveats. But after taking down BLG, it's definitely good.
No, true. I mean,
I think those early kills matter, though.
Their game,
Like,
their play style.
Yes,
game
I think he
plan,
could have
T1
stunned
to react.
Sejuani
This
under
time it's
tower.
T1 playing
Okay, but then
their
what?
game plan,
They're still
their
down
play
a
style.
shit ton of
The
gold.
Zeri top flex, Guma's Caitlyn, excellent handling of the lane swaps, good map movements. All around.
I think it was just
You see
bad. I
gold
think the
being
lane swaps
reflected
were just
here.
went
It's
bad.
a lot of 80 carries with a lot of money, Wolf.
Yeah, it's 3 of them at the top of the charts.
I think even
Baker
last
actually
game, the
behind
lane swap
Zayas
was
in
bad.
gold.
T1 just trolled.
Despite being a 3-kill Tristana, was able to take up so much there in the mid turret as well. But it just really shows how well T1 knows how to play this comp. But this is the style of comp they practiced going into this tournament, the
God,
style of
run.
comp they showed us in their very first game against BLG. And it is a much different story, a far cry from game 1.
Certainly is. Humpty now moving in, wants to try and stay out of vision as he moves into the top side here. To try and catch them unawares with this large amount of damage that he does have available. Ono looking for impact, and we'll be able to find the Winter's Wrath. Young moving up as well, and the brand is
There's
still
not shit.
lurking. Now going to be following these minions.
I wonder what
forward.
Brand's
Can this
damage
flank
chart
angle
is this
actually
game?
work out as Yon has to get himself out of the way. Teleport.
The
to
long
come in
flank?
from APA
Okay,
as well
that
as
hits.
Zayas gonna get
Okay,
slowed
okay,
down, and
okay.
he will pop like a balloon, and that could talking about there, Wolf, because that
It's a
could have
start.
been a much larger shutdown if it hadn't already gone over to core.
True, but it's still a big kill.
Man, he's
here
gonna
on
get-
the Zeri as
Oh, okay,
Baker
Faker Faker. He's going to dive into 3 people. Not sure
He
about that. When he
lives?
flashes away
What?
immediately, maybe just didn't quite know where everyone was because there's
Oh my
a
God, he's
Rift
gonna live, they're all
Herald
gonna die.
destroying the inner
King's
turret
not there, they
in
don't have
mid
damage.
lane, and TL seem unconcerned about that particular eventuation.
They
It's
have
going
damage.
to be Umpty going down though, and T1
No way.
are winning on this side as well.
Yona got the
JJ
kill.
takes down Ona, but T1 are still on the offensive. TL get towards the inner turret. Not going to be
The
any
crazy
more
part is
attacks
both
now, but
tier
I
2
think that
fell
inner
mid,
turret is
tier
going
2
to be
is probably going to fall
That's
bot.
a very T1 moment there, where Faker goes
And top.
in, the rotation is coming up of his support, and mid laner, or rather top laner, is pushing bottom lane. They have
Those
to
scrubs,
push
bro.
in mid. Guma can crush that turret so quickly, so buying time, keeping TL locked in to the top lane. They get mid turret, they're going to get this bottom inner.
Yeah, trying to protect the minions here as
TP.
they look to try and take down the turret. They will be able to do so as APA has to flash away Impact.
They have
He's
all
gonna
some.
make his way in though. Core is there as well.
It was just trolling, though.
Turns into 1v2. He
Ooh,
flashes
he gets it, though.
forward. APA will go down, but it'll be a trade as the Zenith Blade
Guma
max
flashes,
range
saves Clint, he
will
knows he's dead.
outlock down Gumayushi. TL, they ain't going down without a fight, but it's still not looking too great for the North
dang, I
American
mean-
squad down 9,000 gold.
Yeah, there's just no critical kills onto
Light.
the carries here. You know, there's
There
no
is
extra gold
a
going over
light.
to APA. The shutdown there from
Very dull,
Zeus
but
there, or rather the kill
hasn't
traded
burnt
from
out
him
yet.
was actually well played.
It's still,
and then you
there's
look
still
at Corki
some
sitting
embers
on
left.
A Triforce and a stacked tier. That's not
No,
really where you want to be in this mid game when you're looking at a
No.
Tristana sitting on
Somebody in
2
chat
items,
said
and
no.
Caitlyn
Nothing-
about to be hitting 2 as
You don't
well.
know, bro.
The Zeri also very much close to 3 items, sitting on 6 kills. And so, yes, you got some shutdown gold. Yes, you got some kills back, and it's not just TL going quietly into that good night. But at the end of the day, this Tristana with 5 grubs, we talk so much about this in this tournament, in the LCK, everywhere
Grubs were
regionally.
so bad.
In every domestic league, this Tristana can be such a problem, and she certainly is. Zeus knows he is.
I mean, he's
doomed
a little
here.
bit for fun.
Yeah,
Decides to go for the kill.
As soon as he runs over the wall, he's like, well, I'm dead. Let's see whether I can kill someone as I go down.
And Umpty actually, you know, I don't want to say he stole the kill, but going over to him, still relatively useful gold here. Because Brand utilizes
they're starting to get their
items very
tabs.
well in terms of team fight damage, but
Triple tabs.
it's the Ezreal that can
You have
never
2
stand up
dragons,
this
so
Caitlyn,
if
cannot
they
stand
can
up
find
to
a way
Zeri.
to
I mean, he's
stop
just
the
gonna get aced in the
bleeding.
hole here by Guma.
But they're
and
down
pushed back, and
9,000 gold.
This is the problem here for TL is if the shutdowns were on the right champions, if the kills went over, maybe you could see a world.
Hit the stun,
Might be
Promise
able to find
Flash.
an opportunity here as the
We're
Glacial
fighting 2
Fissure
different
comes
fights.
down. Doesn't really do too much there as it's eaten by Impact.
But that Leona's pretty
And now
tanky.
JJ taking a lot of
Faker
damage.
has no flash, Faker has no flash, Faker has no flash, Faker has no flash!
Oh, just barely!
Oh, but
He's going to
Brahms,
miss
fat
his
ass.
carrier. He'll have the door back and he'll be able to protect the go to the mid lane. In the meantime, Erner's looking to 1v1 Yon, who does have the cleanse available for the Glacial Prison. But the fact that Erner can kind of walk in front of 3 people and not
Fucking
care
grubs,
while an
man.
inhibitor is being taken on the bottom side of the map just shows how far T1 are in the lead.
Yeah, and we talk about Zeri's ability to kill turrets sometimes when you end up getting a kill in the mid lane and it's like, okay, AD carry is going to maybe get some extra plate gold if it's that early going mid, or okay, maybe going to grab an early turret because she can hurt turrets really well. And the side lane, as a top laner, can do a lot. Now, this is a Hail Mary call here. They have control vision on this Baron.
One
They
expects
swept
this.
it.
Sejuani's
I don't
in
know
mid.
if they have enough damage though.
Nah,
And
nice try.
Carrier spots this out. Faker nearby. They're in
Oh
trouble.
my god, and that
Yeah,
hits
now
Leona, of
Coach JJ
course.
actually going to get tagged by the Winters, by the Ignite comes in, and Faker, he does have the rocket
Holy
jump.
shit, that one
He,
almost did as
kinda
well.
learned from what happened last time around, though, doesn't want to dive in on top of
They
3
might just start it
people.
now.
And T1, they do exactly what they want, right? They get them off the Baron, stop that from being traded potentially, and force TL to go back. And so, not really going to be losing anything from this play. We're approaching 10,000 gold, the lead for T1. And they're going to start stacking. It could be a 4 stack of Infernal Drakes if this game goes that long.
I don't know if we're setting up
Meh.
for a game that
The game
long
goes
with
that long, it's
10,000 gold,
winnable.
But you know what? It
But
certainly
Caitlyn
could.
went second
That's
item
an extra
LDR.
backup plan, you know, potentially.
Guma's
Maybe
playing to
they'll kill
win.
the Nexus
Static
first,
Shiv
but after
LDR.
they
Guma
kill the
loves
Nexus,
Static
they'll go
Shiv
back
on
and
80
they'll kill
carries.
the rest of the dragons.
Yeah, they'll just not press continue and go back.
Yeah. Do you want to keep playing? Yes, please. So we've all been in that situation, you know? You feel like you've got such a great run going that even though the game's kind of over, you want to play with those cool items that you've built.
I want to play. T1 want to play endless on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this Baron. Definitely, there's enough damage here for T1 to take this one out. Keria is just kind of holding the door.
Brand will steal it.
Metaphorically,
When the slash
in
comes
this
up.
choke point. They have also this Caitlyn trap. Really tough for TL to close the gap. They're not going to actually complete the Baron, but we'll just put Guma in mid and continue to push. Yon's used
That
his
little
E, and
scoop
now
there.
we're set up for a potential vision clear and start it up again.
Yep,
Look at the
all
Caitlyn
of-
traps now.
yeah, all of the traps just going to be lining the choke as teleport actually going to be invested here from Zeus. So
We have
they want to lock down this Baron now. Looks like TL should
clear
be
this
able to get
ward.
themselves in here, though.
Oh, we
So
don't have
at
any
least
oracles
it
up.
Could be an opportunity. Flash available for Umpty to get into the pin.
Get in there,
Let's
get in there,
see
get in there,
whether
get in there,
the
get in there,
general
get in there! Oh!
pushes through, but he's unable to lock it
It was a
down.
nice try.
And
Brand
now
burn! They're burning!
Team fight already. The brand is being taken out. Core JJ so low, but there's the all out from Impact. And Yon over to the side. Zeus.
Only one Baron. It's on their best Baron user, but honestly, not bad. Bro, the brand. Now imagine if he would have stolen that as well.
Very well there, and
If he would have stolen that as well, oh my. I think they were out of wards.
in these moments, and yes,
Did a
you get
flash
the
over
Baron
blind.
here, but TL
That's
with a
just
much
sub
better
gap. They're out of
setup
wards
coming
everywhere, and they're
into the
sitting on
fight.
3 wards with no
They have
oracles. It's
Leona
rough.
pushing through, got over the trap wall there, and was able to close the gap, and then T-Long are kind of trapped there. They win the 50-50. I mean, it's practically a 50-50 in this case. Umpty's not quite able to steal it, but they can't win the ensuing fight. These types of fights, I mean, this is one baby step, it feels like, compared to the gold lead here. But these types of fights, if you can win a few of these, maybe TL could get back into this game. As you see, Core JJ slips through.
See, I was blind. They were all out of wards.
On a nice angle here.
I think they have vision like Corky Q, maybe.
But look at this engage from Core JJ. APA free fire.
It's look at that ult. Look at that passive stack. Boom, boom, boom. Brand.
I'm taking you with me, but also using you to close the gap. Zeus will just barely escape with his life, but it's a huge swing of gold here for TL. Still 9,000 gold behind.
Yep, so much shutdown money going over to Yumbo, so that's definitely fantastic for this Ezreal. As Core JJ going in once again. Gumayushi, nice net to get himself out of the way.
What are we doing, Impact?
Flare. There's now Impact trying to be valuable, looking
Series
for
of
these
monster.
cues as Carrier. Standing stalwart in that front line. T1 just going to get these waves in order, though. The one last Baron circling around Zeus here will be able to conga line all of these minions with full power.
Unfortunately, Zeri still has Baron. They're going to lose this tower.
Just going to run circles around TL here. Not
Do they
take
get a
the straight
flank,
up
though?
5v5 fight. They don't want to deal with Impact as a frontliner.
This is somewhat dangerous, though. You can see Impact is rotating over, and there is a Zenith plate to connect this one.
Hey,
Pillar
Brom
of
Shield's
Flame
down.
Really landing, and that is a true shot barrage straight into a door. And Faker wanting to take down this.
Oh my god, he griefed!
My goodness, okay, Zeus. I'm not sure about that one, but he takes down the brand, and there goes another one as
okay.
well. They get the shutdown, but
Zeus is playing for fun, by the way.
brick wall, and he's
Maybe.
take another one. Yun chasing.
Oh my god, wait, Zeus is actually just playing for fun. I'm not going to lie. I said it earlier, but I don't think he gives a shit.
TL winning the fight.
Yeah, let's see if Yun can catch Faker here. It looks like he's not going to take the chance. Doesn't have flash. Looking for a potential angle here. We're just going to head top
I mean,
side
they're only down
instead.
1 kill.
No, I don't know if he actually
Fuck
wins
the
that
goal.
one anymore, unfortunately for him either. If he does find Faker, Faker would be happy to take the exchange. But at the end of the day here, you can really start to feel the lack of a true frontline here for T1. As Carrier, when he's got the door,
They're getting armor.
he's a frontline. But when it's on cooldown, it gets a little bit tougher. Owner's isolated here by Impact on the other side, and there just isn't the same amount of consistent damage here to deal with Impact.
But Rylai's, bro,
Even,
Brandon
three
Rylai's
hits,
is
once
so
Uber
broken.
jumps in, it makes,
Impact's becoming
interesting
problematic.
decision there,
I
would
don't
say.
know.
The damage output, unfortunately, to break
I think they gotta.
through
I
this
think
Asante is
T1 has
just
to win this
not
game
there.
from side
That's the
laning.
trade-off. Yeah, you have 380 carries, so yeah, maybe you can toss one in and it won't necessarily matter. But TL, they have a huge front line. Randuin's is done. He's got Warden's mail as well.
They
He's
did
so
get those 2
incredibly
dragons, so
tanky.
they have
I
time.
think T1 still
Getting
massively
dragons
lead,
buys
of
you
course,
time
looking to get
perma.
their
Plus,
second in a
look
row.
at
Maybe
T1.
need to play a little bit
Look at
respectfully
Team Liquid's
in the
buys.
next engagement.
Tabs.
I think
Warden's
TL
mail,
are also
Warden's
gonna
mail,
get a little bit more
cloth.
scary as this game goes on,
Randuin's
because
Warden mail. Like, oh my
we
god,
haven't
they're actually
really
building
spoken about
correctly.
the damage profile because the
LDR on
game
Caitlyn,
kinda
LDR on
went completely
Zeri.
out
Let's
the
see
window
how
very
close
early
Trish
on.
is to
So
LDR.
items weren't necessarily a relevant thing. However, you mentioned the amount of armor that Impact's building. You can also see a Warden mail being picked up by Core JJ. There's some Tabis being picked up across the board outside of Umpty, who does want those sock shoes. And so, if this game is allowed to go on much
Not even
longer,
close
and
to
you can
LDR.
see it's 14-13 in the kills. TL.
That's
have
what I
really
said.
pulled back as far as
Bro, they
damage is
copy
concerned.
me.
It's the 8 turrets to 0 that's the massive gold lead.
Oh, yeah.
But with bounties up, if they start to take some of them, it could really swing back as the Glacial Prison. Not a whole lot of follow-up here as TL are going to stand their ground for the moment. Zeus pokes his head out as
This
now
is
Faker
bad. He can't
thinks
die
he's
hero.
found Yun, but he does have the arcade
Oh,
shift
now we're
himself
like doing
out of the way, and
some
now
NA
Zeus
shit. We're
with
like
a
we're
chase
like
after Impact.
everybody's
Umpty gonna be
completely
the one
split.
going to
Like
go
what the
and
f is that?
Oh, the brand is a big part of the damage profile here for TL, and now Core JJ.
I mean, that was a world. It's lost, but
They're falling like dominoes, just one after the other. And
what
right
happened?
as I was talking about it, the window's back in here for TL. T1 are going to kind of slam the door shut on their fingers.
I mean, they had a hope, and they just
fall down. The second inhibitor going to go as
had
well.
no hope.
And T1, they might have been thinking about it as well. They're like, well,
It's grubs,
let's
bro.
just not let them build those cool armor items. Let's just end the game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to end here unless they get another pick. Umpty coming up in 12 seconds, Core JJ up in 10. They should be able to grab that final inhibitor. So
my God,
that
the
in
ego on
itself
Faker,
is
he doesn't give a shit.
practically as good as the final nail in the coffin here for TL. But
Yeah, I mean, now they can't
still
contest Baron.
have one
They have double
final
TP up.
opportunity
Oh, just
here.
one
45
TP, actually.
seconds until this next Baron spawns. And like you said, I was going to say it, and you called it out first. If they win one fight, grab Baron, and take all of the standing gold that's on the map, plus the bounties they'll pick up, I mean, the gold lead will actually swing. It's rare to see.
Okay,
like,
so we
to
had
even
Ezreal
discuss the
mid.
possibility of, like,
For some
a
reason,
10,000
Impact
gold swing,
pushed that
but it's
far
rare
up
for
top,
the taking.
where
All they
two
have to do
people
is
on
win the fight.
Sejuani.
Well, that's the hard part. That's the tricky
What is
part.
what
Three
was?
inhibitors down.
I wonder what the
I don't
comms
see
call
it
was
happening.
there,
I don't
because
think it's
nothing
gonna
about that
occur.
made sense.
But it may be a Hail Mary, maybe some miracle play comes through, but I think T1, all they need to do is play safe, control this vision, let the minions, the super minions, do the work, double stacked across all three lanes with no inhibitors up. TL fighting blind.
As Jan wanted to avoid the ace in the hole damage, 50% on the health bar now as Ona is kind of able to ignore.
They can just Baron dance forever. They're up triple inhibs. They just
point in
they're
time as the Baron
in the
getting
game. She
taken
one
down so
shots towers.
incredibly quickly. There's a lot of AD carries in this game, and they do a lot of DPS. There's Umpty looking to move in once again. He does have flash one more time as well, and T1.
No, they just TP bot side here.
This is not the fight they really want to
Game's
take.
over. Zeri just TP back doors.
Because there are super minions that will win.
Play for
the
Zeri
game.
back door.
The minions are doing their job, and this is putting TL between, as we like to say in the LCK, game, between a rock and a hard place. You're going to either have to defend your base, but you got to stop this Baron. You can't do both.
Flash for it, bro.
And it's a very precious rock and
Oh,
a
there it
purple
is.
place in this game, Wolf. That's where they find themselves. And T1, they kind of want
They
to win.
kind of went too early, though.
Down first. There is the passive being
I mean, if Impact finds a way.
Zeus is just in there. Impact goes all out, but he will be dead. Or out of there. Yeah, there he goes. Explodes in a fiery
Bro,
explosion.
I don't know. I hate these lane swaps. I don't know. I hate Leona. I hate the lane swaps.
One apiece after game number 2.
And you know what? We got to see TL
I don't
play
know.
their game in game 1. The Ziggs, absolute control with the lane swaps.
Whatever, we
T1
go to
played
game
their
3.
Game in game 2, and we got to see
We gave
two
too many grubs.
back-to-back
We go to game
stops
3. It is what it is.
between
It's not done
LCK's
yet.
representative, the final one,
We go to
and
game
NA's.
3, boys.
I can't
Lock
wait
and
to see
load.
what
You get the
game
side
3
you
has in
want.
store for us.
I can't wait either. I think a little bit more one-sided here in game number 2, but game 3, it'll be a side selection
Hey, watch
switch
this.
over. We're going to go to a short break. When we get back, the studio are going to break it down.
Like Team Liquid, think about it. It's a 24-hour travel day. No, they're from LA. It's a 26-hour travel day.
With this lead, just back away. Faker can clear this, no problems. Like
Support just stealing it away.
yeah, I mean,
I think the answer back.
they certainly.
And
Okay,
TL,
so
see whether they can carry out.
I think there was a way to get kills here.
JJ in a bit of
Okay.
trouble, but Impact already wet.
Braum flashes. What do we have? We have everything on Ez.
Waiting, carry out, having to
We have everything on him. I think if Brand just like walks into Sejuani, just says "F you, Sejuani."
get himself out of the way as Umpty moves on over.
Yeah,
Let's see whether
maybe
they
not. Maybe there's. I don't think there's.
We get back to
Never
lane.
mind.
Turn from barrel. Ready for TL are actually going to set up here.
Okay, we go top lane
Answer straight
with a
up
lane swap,
be terrible, and they've already showcased they know how to lane swap.
but that means
That's what
we
we're gonna be
can't
seeing
take our
here
Gromp,
at level
and then it's
1.
actually
Yeah, once
goaded
again,
because
dodging the
they're-
bot lane
Zeus
matchup.
is
You can
helping
understand exactly why
owner
Impact trying to
jungle,
get
so he
into
goes
range
faster,
of
so
these
they get
minions.
bot lane faster.
Zeus and Ona just gonna be
And this is
pairing
all
up
like
to try to
unnecessary
clear out this
damage.
jungle
He's trying to
as
get
quickly as
CS.
possible.
Like
Impact
that was good
needs to be
damage.
a
He got
little
CS,
careful.
but, or trying to get XP.
These camps do one at the same time.
A good time 1v2.
This is all on
He's
vision.
coming over.
He's going to be up for JJ as they have pushed that wave. And this was the change that happened. Is Impact taking a bit of damage here from Ona right now?
Like
Permafrost
before,
goes
no deaths, they're down 600 gold.
down. Impact down to about 300 health.
Let's watch this top fight.
Deep move PA wave. Going to get complete.
But T1
And Umpty comes on
He
over.
starts
He's able to clear out this
Krugs.
camp. Krug camp
I
pretty
feel like
quick.
they know Sejuani's top by how he's playing.
And Umpty comes on over. He's able to clear out this.
Oh my god, Sejuani got 6 off this last caster minion. Are you serious?
Camp pretty quickly.
Wow, that's insane.
Doesn't see that Ona's moving on in. His top lane in a whole host of trouble. There's
And then we don't get the stun off, which would have been close anyway.
going over to Zeus as the turret is going to be tanked here.
Wait, did he hit smite as well?
Going over to Zeus.
Oh my god, and he smites for the heal on the Krugs. Brand had smite up, just didn't smite it.
Going over to Zeus.
Oh.
Is going to be tanked here by Ona.
Oh.
A little bit of extra damage, but he doesn't.
But then dies. He almost lives as well. Oh. It was just, we were just gapped. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh my god. Oh wow. Just gapped. It is what it is. I gotta take a piss. We're back. Fine. We win game 3.
Welcome back to the Esports World Cup presenting League of Legends as T1 came back with fury after their Game 1 loss and put a shellacking down on Team Liquid in Game number 2. Although Team Liquid did try to make it look close, 10,000 gold down, T1 were able to close the door on any comeback attempt that APA and the rest of Team Liquid had to tie us up here and send us to a sudden death game number 3 here in the semifinals, our first semifinals here at day 2 of EWC. And only one team can move on to play for the lion's share of $1 million, have their frame immortalized in the totem, and the key put into the game trophy. Welcome back, everyone. Digon alongside Joshi and Valdez here in the area. And Joshi, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was a bit of a slacking right there. We didn't have a whole lot that we really showed in that game. We had a couple moments where it felt as though T1 were making it look a little bit more difficult than they potentially needed to, but ultimately, every single time they made one of these small mistakes, they were still getting objectives anyway.
T1 were just so far ahead that no matter how much happy gaming they went for, it just did not matter. And, you know, I'm not sure if they really had to do that. You know, Zave's flashing in on top of a brand, ulting everybody, and then immediately dying up 10,000 gold. Probably not what you had to do. But they didn't have a lot of engage, so I guess they got the job done eventually anyway.
Let's take a look at the draft here, as it felt like there was a specific game plan in this one by Team 1 to attack a target here at TO.
It really was. They had a lot of pressure getting put onto Umti's champion pool right off the bat, but after that, I really like this Zeri flex pick that T1 has built up for themselves. Now that Zeus has showcased that it is a strong counter pick into the Cassante up in the top side, it puts a lot of pressure on Impact to try and make something happen in these games when he's just going to get out stat checked every single time he goes for a fight.
There's definitely an angle for an R5, you know, kind of pick that we don't see very often, like a Rammus or something like that in the jungle, and just build up a ton of armor because 380 carries and Sejuani. So, but the game just didn't ever look like it was in a place where that ever mattered. Obviously, it could have. You know, TL could have gone for that pick, and maybe this game would have looked a little bit differently. But yeah, eventually the early game was just so one-sided to the side of T1 that I don't think no matter what champions were on the Rift, they were going to win the game.
Yeah, again, clinical and exactly what we expected from the world champs. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from game number 2. We start with Impact now on the.
He actually got 6 off that dive, by the way, off that fucking melee minion.
This was kind of T1 coming back.
Or that caster.
rectifying their mistakes from the first time. They tried to dive Impact the first game. It didn't go so well, and this time I was a little worried that Umti was going to get
They mentioned they
something
could have
back and
picked
a kill,
Rammus and
but
stacked
turns out you can just
armor.
kill him.
You can just kill him. Double
Dude,
kill
I'm
for
pretty
them,
sure.
for the Zeri, and you know we stamped that official Zeri moment very early on in the game, and you know that's only one of the 380 carries that they had. The rest of the lanes were also going very well for T1.
That's right. Bot lane is where the next set of action happened as, again, more on the same
Swear he
front
played
here
it.
as Keria just jumping onto Yan and just not a lot of things that TL could do to kick things
It's
off.
not.
Ace in the hole almost cleaned things up, but then APA getting caught.
In many ways, this felt like T1's last real attempt to come back into the game. They bring multiple members down to try and find some of these.
I mean, it was
counter
fucked
games,
up.
but Unfortunately, a really good trap coming out from Gumayushi does end up.
I don't know if
taking
it was
down
too much a
APA
pick
there,
problem.
and
I
then
think it was just like
it happens again because Zeus ends up coming down towards the bottom.
I don't think it was
side, trying to
draft
find
again.
even
I
more
think we just got
opportunities. They
IQ
find
gap,
more and more
hand
dives,
gaps,
and it just
macro and
feels as though
micro gap.
T1 is just
Simple.
firing on all cylinders.
Which
and
is
Team Liquid didn't have
way
anything
she
to say about
goes.
it.
Yeah, and after these couple of plays, the game got extremely messy. There were a lot of moments where T1 were all over the map doing crazy things that they did not have to do. I personally did not want to see that because, you know, they were so far ahead, they could have just cleanly ended the game, but instead we got a very happy second half of the game from T1.
That's right. And a lot of that happiness came here over at the Baron pit. Umpty had to have a couple of ways on in and try to make some hero plays, but T1 just shut the door.
Wallets are very heavy, Degon, and these wallets were extraordinarily heavy. And even though there were a couple moments here where we did get to see Team Liquid actually find a lot of kills, turns out just having the one Baron buff on Zeri was enough. Even though we only had the one Baron buff here, T1 was still able to take the mid lane turret and the mid lane inhibitor off of that.
Yeah, again, I think you were looking in the draft maybe for the Rammus or something, but the Kasante is starting to get a lot of
Killa
value.
said I
with impact
forgot
on the
about the
top side of
trash.
Valdez.
I mean, he built
But
one item.
they didn't do it on July
That's all he
4th,
needed
for
to
sure.
build.
Maybe when they
And
reschedule
eventually
it.
he
They send
became
emails out,
almost
not by
immortal
email.
in this game. It just, again, the goal difference was just so large
Best
that
of
it
3.
didn't quite matter as we do take a look at the end of the game as well. Eventually T1 decide, okay, let's group up as 5 and not send our Zeri in to try to 1v5. We could probably just end the game.
Yeah, it turns out Zeri just needs to go in for the teleport at the end of the game in order to get a couple of Nexus turrets and also find, effectively push Impact out of the game entirely. This really felt like the T1 that a lot of people were
Put up
expecting.
Dion
to go
Sejuani's
up
only
against Team
hope.
Liquid,
I
but
don't
still
think
have
he
a little
played
token
that
left
bad
up
on
here, Degon,
Brand.
because the next game
He was just
Team
kind of
Liquid's gonna be back on
non-existent,
the
but he was
blue
non-existent
side, and
because
that
them
means that
taking
way
that
more
Gromp
opportunities
his path.
That's right. Zig's going to be helpful here. 60 seconds before we toss to the break and get into the action here, Valdez. So what do you see that was successful here for Team 1 in terms of preparation?
If up his full clear, he
that
wasn't
will
level
carry
3
over
when he
here
should have been,
in
so he
game
can't
number
base,
3.
doesn't have Faded Ashes
I mean,
first pack. It's
I
just
like
like
to
everything.
see that even with kind of a wonky
That's just
draft
because they
and
lane
some
swap.
interesting picks, they were still able to dominate very
Kinda
early
just
in that
scared
early,
of
and that's what I
2v2
like out of T1. That's
on
what we
both
see
sides
very
of the
often, just
matchup,
very
actually.
proactive early game plays, getting early leads all over the map. And they were able to do that. So I feel like game number 1, a little bit of a fluke, you could say. Team Liquid did play excellently, and T1 were very caught
Okay,
off
it was
guard, but I was happy to see
13,000
that
gold
T1
lead. They're up
actually
30
just
kills
kinda
to 5. That's a
gathered
massive
themselves
fluke,
and had
bro.
great,
A
game
fluke's
number
like
2.
winning
All
a
right, Josh, I'm
lucky,
gonna put you
getting
on the
lucky in a
spot
team
here.
fight and like
Mid-lane
getting, come on.
matchups, we've seen a lot of Trist, a lot of Corki. We know that Ziggs is the prior there for TL. What does the GOAT pull out on
Damn,
the
this guy dropped the
opposite
fluke
side
word.
I definitely think we're going to be looking at another Tristana game, most likely from Faker. You cannot afford to be playing the Azir. You don't really want to be giving over the Corki either. And
the
it
Corki,
really
AP's
puts a
Corki is
very
trash,
limited number
man.
of champions that Faker really wants to play.
Stop it.
All right, again, a matchup that we've seen 3 times so far this split. Team Liquid versus Team Liquid versus T1. I was going to say Team Liquid versus TL there. Team Liquid versus T1. Again, this one for the marbles. Who will be
I was just
moving
about
on
to
to
say
the
that.
finals of EWC? We'll find out together after this break.
After this break, 3-minute ad. Oh, you're trying to look cool on the screen? It's cringe as I mean, at least they're trying, I guess. Ads don't feel so good, huh? I played ads. Best of 3. Last game. Can we watch dog shit G2 lose? I am praying on their downfall. God. Yes, I do. Fractures. Dude, I mean, top gets 2-0'd easy. I can't wait. Or, excuse me, G2 gets 2-0'd easy. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I get esports rewards for watching up your stream, or can I have to watch? I think it's not on. I don't think that's on this, bro. I think it's on like the LCS or LEC. You'll be so mad against. You'll be so mad if G2 win against top. Oh my god. I'd be pretty pissed. There's support champs right now in solo queue. Nautilus, Leona. Pretty much play anything though, if they lock in anything else. TL win. TL won game 1. 1-1 right now, going into game 3. Bro, where's my segment I recorded? By the way, can we drop it? Are we saving it for finals? They did not throw it out. Stop saying that. Who knows, bro? Maybe they didn't get all the footage they needed because I was recording for like 8 hours, right? And the like director there who like manages like where I'm supposed to be wherever. Like apparently the broadcast, the people that were recording went past their time with me, and I was needed for an interview or to do like an announcement thing, and he was getting bitched at by production, and the people that were recording with me kept saying no in like 20 minutes and like 20 minutes. So he randomly just said, "No, I need him right now!" And like yanked me out of the room we were in and took me to the interviews because he was getting bitched at. So I was like, damn. So maybe they didn't finish recording.
We've got a lively crowd, and I'm a little nervous for this next part because I think I know how it's going to go. But remember when we did Battle Chants a few days ago?
Oh, God, let's not.
All right, I believe I'm in the T1 section right now. Can I get a T1 fighting? They're just going to keep going unless I stop them. So I want to hear from the Team Liquid section over there. I know that there's at least a couple of you. Let's go, Liquid! All right, we're having a lot of fun here at the arena. Oh, we got some booze as well. But we're going to have even more fun together because we're all here as fans of League of Legends. So we're going to get the wave going that way, and we're going to get it back.
That is not a sports crowd, bro.
Oh, my. Oh, God.
Thank you so much, Kangas.
Oh,
like you're
God.
having a lot of fun out there.
Oh, God. Shut it off.
A whole lot of fun on Sunday.
Oh.
It's actually just going to be a whole lot of intense action because T1 and TL, both of these teams.
Holy shit, bro.
Last chance.
That was a hard watch. It's not even like it's his fault. It's not even his fault. They just don't know what to do. Oh shit. Okay, let's. Okay.
Blue side, as was alluded to.
Woo! It's not his fault. They just are lost. That's crazy.
Gone. Senna gone. Feels very familiar.
What do we got here? Okay, so they banned the Senna, LeBlanc,
Will they ban the Ziggs? Is a question.
Want to give him?
You know,
okay, so Ape's gonna pick Triss.
Game 1. certainly something to consider. Rumble already
But then they
taken
get
away.
Sejuani.
and
No,
they will
Sejuani's banned. Okay,
actually-
they
and
want
ban
him
the
on
Ziggs.
Sig.
Respect shown here.
Or they
for
want him on
APA.
Tristan, I mean.
But I think
Okay.
it's a trap because TL then just gets Tristana for
I mean,
free.
It's a trap
It's a
for what?
dangerous
They-
one. A gambit here taken from T1. Still not fully making up their mind just yet on the TL side. But I think this Tristana is a pretty confident lock-in.
I mean, Tristan's picked every
And
game
I'm
because
very
how strong she
intrigued as
is.
to what Faker
A lot of
has
people like to
as
go
the
hui
response
into
to
her.
the Trist.
Something like an Azir here might just be the way Faker goes.
Yeah,
You
go
know,
even.
These are the two main AD mids that we have.
We
the
got
Corki, the
Ness
Tristana
or-
no longer
got Ness
available. We've
plus
seen
or-
Yone, but it's really tough to play. It's tough to play the Tristana
Also,
here.
is the block like
It could
actually
be one
that
of those games
strong?
where we
I've
just
seen
see
it ban a
T1
lot
go back to
against Caps and a lot
comfort.
against
Now, the Ashe
Faker.
is
Like
also
that
still available,
problematic.
even without the Sejuani, without the Rumble. A very strong pick here. They don't have to lock in jungle just yet because there's a pretty good chance they're not going to be looking for a strong AP jungle on their side. See what they grab with this. I think we will see Faker's mid pick in this slot. The question is, what is it going to be? The
Wait,
Azir,
wait.
the standout one for
Azir?
me.
Yeah. And just a bit of a standard one here, and of course, APA can buffer
Actually, AFK
the
Farm
rocket jump
Fest.
to get out of Emperor's Divides and things like that. We've seen Tristana into Azir many, many times.
Talia,
see.
I did not-
Oh, this is an adaptation, and I think
I
mid-lane
don't know if I
Talia-
liked
Talia has
Faker's
been nerfed on
Talia
this patch,
at
right?
MSI.
But,
Was it
mainly the
MSI?
jungle
I believe it was
variety,
MSI.
And Faker has certainly put in a whole bunch of hours on this particular pickup, so a different flavor of Shreem and mid laner.
Yeah.
As now Umpty back to
I think it was
definitely
MSI.
one of his most played.
It
Of
did-
course, he played 2 champions back in the LCS, and this is one of them.
Bit
Yep,
crusty.
The Sejuani game in game 1 looked pretty good. That was the other pick that he did.
Oh,
play
it
in
could
the
be a
LCS.
Talia
This will be
jungle
the second.
flex, but
Picking
Talia
the
jungle got nerfed.
Talia early here is pretty interesting, considering they could have gone for a Vi pick
Went
in this slot
Maokai.
as well if they wanted to play that duo. There's a lot of different options here being considered for APA. I think flexing that
Like,
Tristana
insta-locked
bottom
it.
is a risky call. Don't think this is
They gonna
really
flex
the
the
angle
Trista
TL
bot?
we're looking for. Maybe perhaps just reminding everyone.
Or he's
how
just
good he
hovering
is
as
as
one
the
trick.
champion. But he is gonna lock it. Oh no, he's not. That was just
No.
trolled by production.
Yeah, he's gonna lock in the
got the
Zerius,
Zeri.
just making sure
I
he
think
messes with us as much
they're
as
gonna ban
possible,
Rakan.
staying on brand.
Because
Is
TL will
APA in the
give
mid lane. Not on
Fiona
Fiona. Umpty. He's gonna be
and
playing
gladly
Maokai this
play the
game.
Rakan.
Price stock's way up.
I wonder if
You
T1
have
just doesn't
Talia
ban Rakan.
already. Zeri can get locked down by Vi. Now you are playing into a Maokai, which can be kind of tricky for Vi. But I think your ability to lock down the Tristana, lock down the Zeri, it makes this one a pretty obvious lock-in here for Owner. Very classic LCK setup we have right now, where the arrow leads into a shove. You have the Vi follow-up. You can set it up with the Vi as well. So lots of
I think the
really
Rakan
strong
was a
ways
problem.
to
I
kill
think they
this
banned
Zeri.
Rakan.
We
I'm
move
not gonna lie.
into team fights later on. And this is a really tricky part of the draft here for both sides in terms of predicting what the top lane is going to play.
Oh, they
And this
could
is where
also
red side
flex
gets
the
a huge
Ashe.
edge.
You're
On
right,
blue side,
man.
you got to take the Tristana away, but on red side, you get counter pick for Zeus.
Yeah, and I'm feeling like it's feeling very good for T1 because we haven't even mentioned the
I hate
layering
that
of
Maokai pick.
targeted CC for Zeri is generally good thing.
Yes.
And that's what they have in spades as well. And you mentioned the chain that
Is
can
co-stream
then
LCS?
occur.
I
So
will
Yoda gonna
around
be
the
very, very
finals,
careful
they
about
said.
his
They'd let me around the
positioning in this
playoffs.
particular game. Maybe not flashing into 3 people and pressing R like Zeus was pretty comfortable doing the last time around. There's Nautilus being taken away, so only one form
Okay,
of
so you
that
want them to go
brutal
Leona?
targeted CC. You just can't get out.
It could be
Yeah,
Ashe
that's
support.
one more gone, but they certainly can just opt into the Leona instead.
Okay, they're
Unless they're
banning
gonna
Leona. They
ban it
want him on
away
Rakan?
themselves, so that is going to be taken.
I really
off
think
of
this
the
is Ashe
board
support,
here.
actually.
See what this final ban is going to be. We pretty much have all of the main CC threats for Zeri already either locked in or banned away now.
What if they play
So this is
Rakan?
a curious one. Perhaps a ban towards Zeus here on the top side might give us a hint as to what Impact is thinking here in this draft about what he wants to play. Can protect this pick a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm wondering now, with the Leona being banned away on the red side, the Gnar going to be taken away from Zeus. He
Ashe
hasn't been
support.
allowed to play that one all series long. Still does have the Cassante to go back towards if you would like to. But I'm just feeling like we might be in for a last pick Varus.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh my
like.
God,
I'm
it's gonna
just
be Ashe
feeling
support.
we're on the same page. We cast this team
Because
so
they're
often, we
last
know how
picking
they
it
like
as
to play
well.
these
They're,
types of
like,
drafts,
picking
and that
top
was
tier
exactly the same
blind.
thought that was going through my mind. You ban the Gnar, they pick the Cassante. Now they do have this Gragas in response here, which has been quite strong. Either the Twisted Fate or the Gragas.
Good
Both are
CS,
great
bro.
picks
Spice it up a bit.
into the Cassante in the top lane. Good for your damage profile if you do end up.
Oh, they are going
opting
to. Okay,
for
they
the
are
Gragas.
going to Rakan.
It's like they're gonna
Okay.
lock
Oh,
in.
no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I haven't been happy with the Udyr.
Oh,
personally, we
I
haven't
don't
seen it do good
like
things
this.
and have
Looks
happy times on Summoner's Rift, Wolf.
Yeah, the Bard pick here
Not good.
is going to be pretty good. I'm a lot more of a fan of this one for Core JJ in the bottom lane.
Guys,
and the ability
this
to
looks
potentially
bad.
control the Ashe matchup. This is one that does help out quite a bit, but it's going to get a little bit tricky if it's going to be, for example, a Varus or Kalista pick. Classic T1 bottom duo with Ashe. So many different combinations.
Okay, so it's
A lot of
Rakan.
discussion about this one.
I think it's
They
Ashe
opted into
support.
Rakan.
Oh,
I
God.
liked the Bard more for what the lane is going to do.
I like
but with how
Rakan,
well
but
Core JJ
I think
played
they just
Rakan in
lose if they
game
do
one.
go
played
double
like a
Hellblade
pick comp.
spot.
They have the setup to blow people up with this Tristana.
Like,
I'm
I
not
don't think
gonna
they can
hate
play.
this one. We doubted
So
it
then what,
last
are they gonna
time.
lane
We saw
swap
some lane swaps,
again?
but it worked incredibly well. Let's see what the game plan is going to be here for T1. Sivir Ashe is another pick duo that they played before,
Sivir?
actually, and
Alright,
they're
there
going to
it
do
is.
it again.
So it was the right idea that we were having, of course, with
I
Carrier
can't remember the
playing
last time
the
I've seen
Ashe
Sivir in
the
pro
support
play.
role. We know him as probably the best Ashe support in the
Ever.
world, and was
I
for
can't
a very
remember
long
seeing
time. It was a little bit sad that it was Beryl that got the Ashe skin in the end, but you can't have everything. I mean, still, this is absolutely
One rep bench
terrifying
max,
and should have a
450.
lot of control on that bottom side if it is going to be standard lane.
They had so many different things they could have played with this Ashe. This is why Ashe is basically permabanned
Well,
domestically in the
Muller
LCK.
plays it in
because
LPL. I just
put
haven't
an
seen it
Ashe
forever.
Varus,
I
Ashe
play it.
Kalista,
I played it
Ashe
last split,
Sivir,
or earlier in
and
this split.
There's so many different ways you could just crush this bottom lane, and it's so hard to play around. Consider
I
also
don't know what-
that Rakan is very fragile. If he gets caught by any of this CC, including the Vi,
Yeah,
he can get out of a lot of
and
things,
it's
but
Rakan
targeted
against
CC
Talia,
like that
so
Vi ultimate just
it's
sets
not
up everything
easy.
else. Same with the Zeri. I think Umpty has a
And I hate the Maokai. I hate
going
the
to these team fights to
Udyr
make
pick.
sure his ultimate is impactful. He can turn
I don't know.
on a dime, shut some of
I
his
hate that
dives
giraffe.
down if his ults are timed correctly. If he goes in,
200
and
KD
sets
bench.
up
I
a
bench
route
press.
at
My
the
max
right
is
moment,
450.
Jerry gets that first kill. Could be a
I
completely
don't know, we'll
different
see.
story.
I
don't
don't
think
know.
this
The
draft is
Maokai and the
unplayable
top are the
for
problem.
TL
I'm not
by
too
any
worried
means,
about
but it
bot
feels like
lane.
we're going back to T1's bread and butter.
Oh, here we
stock
go.
Standard, what everybody loves to play. in
Game
the
3.
LCK. This is their wheelhouse, and they.
Let's go, Liquid!
To be honest with you, Atlas.
No, I would agree.
Let's go, Liquid!
TL do have some strong points, but I just keep getting drawn towards the top lane, Wolf, and I'm not a big fan of the Udyr. And maybe, watching FlyQuest really not find any value with it yesterday, could be coming into it.
Oh, I wasn't
Have to
supposed to
see
yell.
what Impact can do on the champion instead. But I'm hoping that we do see the level of pressure from this Udyr lane that you require extraordinarily early on. And the thing is, if it is going to be more of these lane swap shenanigans, maybe Team Liquid have a little bit of a plan to get Impact into a better spot so that throughout
See what they do early.
game, he can really put the pressure on
I don't
there,
know.
because it otherwise could just really once again be an Udyr running around and not really doing a whole lot of much towards the end
Let's see
of this
what
game.
they
Trying to
do
be tanky,
early. They
not
are gonna
necessarily
try and lane
figuring it
swap?
out. So I think we do have, once again, a little bit of something going on. I think it was Kerry that was being...
Wait, this is good. This happened game 1 in TL1.
We'll just have to find out, as here we are. Never mind. Nothing going wrong. We are ready for game number 3. I hope everyone in the Gideon Arena is also ready to dive into this one.
All right, what do we
as
got,
everyone's
boys?
spawning in. I'm looking forward to seeing whether things are going to work out for TL like they did in game number 1, or whether T1 have just locked in, and we're just going to have them sailing towards the final.
It has certainly been 2 very one-sided games leading up until this point.
Yep.
And this draft, we
Again,
do give
Faker's
a
Talia
huge
looked
edge
a bit
to
crusty
T1
at
based
MSI.
on the ways they can shut down this area, how
I just think
comfortable
it's
they are
like
with
it's
this
Talia's
composition.
good against Rakan,
Obviously, you
Zeri,
have 2
Triss.
LCK casters sitting on the casting
I mean, her
booth,
minefield.
so, there's a little bit of feeling like I know
I hate
what
Maokai,
T1 could
man.
do with this more than I trust TL with this composition. Impact going to try to be a little bit annoying.
It's press
here
the
at level
attack,
1.
Sivir.
Now, I don't hate the Udyr, but I do think it is pretty binary. And the ways in which Impact can make an impact.
okay, so let's say that they get in a
this
group
game,
situation.
are going to be reliant on a lot of map control, reliant on his ability
Udyr's
to
just
flank,
running at
whether
them.
he has
Sivir's
a
just
lead
free
in
firing,
his lane, if
boomeranging
Umpty
past
can
him.
get some ganks
W.
for him. Maybe he can put the pressure on this Cassante. Otherwise, he's just going to be a relatively weak front line that double 80 carry bot lane is going to rip through. And he's not going to be that slippery into a Vi either.
Oh, got a bit of a late
They're
invade
lane
here for
swapping
T1. I
again.
think understanding that there was a very high likelihood that once again Team Liquid are going to go for a bit of a lane swap.
read it.
That has indeed occurred.
He's starting top side.
And as we can see, Zeus
On
is
vision.
still
They all
waiting
know
towards
it.
the top side. with a bit of an idea of what's happening.
Mid's lost
APA
instantly.
now
That's
gonna
the
have to worry
perma-roaming
about
Ash,
carry
by the
as
way.
Ash,
Remember my
who we just
perma-roaming
haven't had the
support
pleasure of
arc?
seeing.
That's
Even
literally
in
it.
the LCK so far
Okay,
this
so mid's
season, it
lost
hasn't been
instantly.
something that carry has ever been allowed
I
to
hate
play.
this lane
Yeah,
swap
it's
shit,
permaban.
bro.
Like we said earlier,
I
it's
hate it.
not really a pick that is ever allowed through. Zeus going to lose half his health bar.
Yep, still just wants to be able to get the experience for those melee
Didn't
minions.
get
So
the
looked
XP.
a little bit curious, but was just trying to get as much as he could. His Impact doing exactly the same thing, but he has to deal with two ranged auto attackers, and one of them that slows you down every time they shoot you.
Look
Pretty
who's here.
frustrating.
You can't do those Krugs.
Son of the Royal, I'm not sure, bro.
And unfortunately for Impact, he's not going to be able to do anything about this. Similarly, though, Umpty is taking
he did get the XP,
jungle
but
of Owner
the
on
mid
the
prio
top
is
side.
fucked.
Zeus, I go back here.
Okay,
Grab a pot.
you can try and dive and
Waste
mess it up
some
again.
time, though, the little Krug chasing Impact down there and just chilling with him underneath the turret.
It
means
might
that
on this
it's gonna
cannon
take
wave.
A while for Owner to actually finish off the camp. So it does.
Oh,
so in the
okay,
end,
there's,
standing on
never
one.
mind, they're
And
leaving.
Impact
Fuck. They're like,
well
wait, let's just
aware
not
of
do
what
that.
could be coming for him.
So I want to talk a little bit. Okay, we're going to maybe have something occur here. Impact
He's
is
getting
very
the
good at
CS.
wave clear. That's one of the good reasons to pick the Deer in this situation because his wave clear in a
Did they
lane
kill
swap
top
is
here?
pretty fantastic. As meanwhile,
He's gonna level up.
Zeus in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Umpty's
doesn't
already
level up.
rotated up. There's the Brambles.
Oh,
Pushes him
Rakan got it.
away,
That's
and
it's
that
better
is
than
gonna
nothing.
put clean
He has to
dive
TP back
from
to the
TL.
wave.
Huge
And he blew
win for
flash.
them.
They
should be
dive
able
on the
to grab
TP?
some plate gold
Okay,
here
he's
as
so
Zeus is
close
gonna
to 2 here.
teleport back to the lane, but not in time, and they may just go for it again.
Okay, he does get
Round
2.
That's going to be Core JJ taking out the turret this time. It's Zeus.
Slow slow. Oh my god, they get it again.
Straight back in.
Oh!
And the juggle is
Oh!
beautiful.
Thanks for plus 300.
And he misses the entire wave. His TP down, his flash is down. They get a plate. Oh my god! Impact gets all that XP bot lane too.
Man, he didn't learn from Ben, did he?
No.
This is a bit of a rough start.
Bro, I've seen that happen top lane on the LEC server, on LEC as well. Fucking Broken Blade did that same dumb shit.
Specifically was chosen just in case of the lane swap strong into the 2v2.
It's a long flight home, bro. NA doesn't want to go. NA doesn't want to lose because it's a 27-hour flight
no
home.
way for Owner pre-6 to actually have the same sort of impact that we saw from
Okay, we gotta kill bot on Rakan and on Ziri. It's actually so good. Because that gives them a Ruby Crystal buy plus boots plus
Tried for
dagger.
the opportunistic execution.
First
And
up.
now it's just
Oh,
going to be
they
a
don't get
regular
2v2 now.
2v2, but Jan has that 1-0-1 on the scoreline alongside Core JJ with the same. So this is
No, it's
definitely
27 hours
a
of
much
travel.
better lane
No
state
way.
than what
It's
it could
27
have
hours of
been.
travel. It took
Moving
me
into a laning
24
phase
hours of
against
travel
double
to go from
80 carry that we
there
know
to
provides so
Missouri.
much pressure,
They're on
especially piloted
fucking
by
LA
these
coast. They're on
players.
LA.
As Core
They're in LA.
Unfortunately, going to find out that there's a whole bunch of bad guys there. Jan having to dash without being able to go through a wall. And but it
Where
doesn't
did
quite work
Rakan
out.
go?
Phenomenal spell shield here from Gumayushi as they're looking for even more as T1 answer back on the bottom side. And Jan gonna miss
I had
out
a
on this
layover.
full wave.
Yeah, I was going to mention right before
Also had a
this that,
16-hour
you know,
flight.
Jan was significantly
Qatar
behind
to
in
Dallas,
CS because
16
they
hours.
went for that double dive top side.
15
He had to
hours,
rotate
52
bottom, was
minutes,
very late,
46
so
minutes.
Guma picked up some extra farm, but now
All right, now they're down
you know, he's
gold.
really
I don't know where
behind,
Core
obviously,
DJ
as
went. He had
well, and
heal plus flash.
Taking a look at this one more time. The idea here
Oh,
is
he got-
fantastic for the side of T1.
why did he
You
go
know
that
he's
way?
Still top side. Owner coming through here. Young flashes, but Owner can follow flash
Why did
for that
Core
extra
go that
damage.
way?
Guma spell shields the knockup perfectly here, as you pointed out, and is able to walk away scot-free. Carrier commits the heal just in case, and it's just enough to get him away. So a kill going over to Guma, still furthering that CS lead.
This is pretty doomed for Zeus, though, as we can see.
Yeah.
Impact was holding on to that freeze for quite some time. You can see 10 CS for the Cassante.
Umpty also was able to catch up a lot in farm during that because he wasn't involved in the play. He was pretty significantly behind, but actually is now caught up. These lanes a lot matters. You always have to kind of take stake of each and every lane. Like every action has an equal and opposite reaction elsewhere. But the big win, like you said, is Impact being 2 levels up on Zeus at the
I
moment.
mean,
You can
him
see
dying
his
was
XP bar on
crazy,
top
by
right of
the
the
way.
screen next to his level 4.
He gets zoned and an XP as well, and he gets that RNG kill right there.
And Zeus not even able to get up to it.
Look at the XP bar of Impact. He's close to 7. Zeus is
Brother,
sitting at
can we
like
dive this guy and get on the
1/3
stack
of
wave, by the
5.
way?
So
Yeah.
he is really far behind. And this Udyr pick, we talked about how it can, from behind, really have a lot of problems. But with this lane swap and the wave clear and how well he dealt
Yo,
with
if
Doom's
anybody's
bottom
there
side
at the
now,
stadium,
advantages he's
can
picked
they
up because he's been able to get so much
hold
farm.
up a sign that
He's
says
really
like,
getting value out of
yo,
He
T1
certainly
Alpha's
is.
fuck,
We
like,
haven't
yo,
even
TYLER1,
looked at
we
the
love
mid
you or
lane
something.
whatsoever.
Please
So this
make a sign real quick.
you know, that we've seen have so much power. It's not even relevant yet. As the
Jump
grubs
me out.
go down, that is going to be Umpty securing all 3 of them as APA
Hey, jumping
dives
on
in
him.
on top of
What's
Faker.
that?
Seismic shove going to remove him, but still, trade is going to be okay for the Tristana. But with that big
Is it?
rock landing, never mind. It's actually just colossally not great. Still, only going to be able to secure the first dragon of the game. That's going to go over to T1. And TL still retaining a slight advantage as far as gold is concerned, and I think they're going to be pretty happy with how this one's going. Impact behind turrets, and this is the kind of Udyr that we're happy to
Thinks he's
see.
Ani
Start
Pixel.
getting
I don't know
lead,
who that
and
is.
you just keep
Ani
pushing the
Pixel.
issue, making it very awkward here for Zeus. And once Umpty hits level 6, you know, you
Who's
won't
that
be
guy?
necessarily safe. As you can see, Impact is just happy to even tank this turret here and try to play some games with Zeus. Come
Trick.
over here now with some grubs. They pick those up on the top side as well. Going to allow him to get more
I watched
gold
Trick
here
2G
in terms of
VODs.
the extra plate. Now, bottom side, though, could be in shambles here a little bit. Owner, experience lead here, has level 6. I do not think this is a fight TL should take over red. Should be willing
This
to
side, they want
concede
you to
this
see it.
one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Core JJ can at least figure things out with the Gleaming Quill. An opportunistic little chance there
Up
with
700,
the Extendo Beam,
three
but not able
grubs.
to actually
Pop
grab
his
the
gap.
Bramble back. And so that's
The
going to be
Impact
another
finally
steal
carry a
coming
game
on
once
through
this
here.
entire
They'll
tournament.
have full vision of the top side of the map of T1, and so it could just be a counter red
Can we just perform
taken by
once,
Umpty,
bro,
but he's
please?
sort of nowhere near right now, and it looks like Owner is just beelining right towards that buff as Carrier taking a bit of damage. Yun and Core JJ, I think, realizing that in a straight-up 2v2, it's very difficult to stand toe-to-toe with this Sivir Ashe lane.
So when I look at this game state here,
Fine scale.
I give a pretty big, especially after this, I give a pretty big edge to T1 because, yes, the Cassante is massively far behind, 20 CS behind at the moment, lost some plates. Udyr is almost 800 gold ahead, but they still have Talia Vi. They still
We
have
still
a lot of
have
proactive
Maokai.
plays they can make. A Cassante from behind could still catch up later and become tanky and still be relevant. And Udyr with a massive advantage may be useful now, but if you can't utilize that prio, if you can't put any pressure on, you can't set up any dives on the Zeus or take the whole turret, Zeus will eventually just say, well, I don't really care. It's really bad now,
Okay,
but
nice.
it's going to
We're
be
finally
okay
clearing
later
these
on.
wards.
It's not a massive advantage I'm giving
That's
to
gonna
T1
get
here, but I
instantly
do
cleared, though.
think, considering the damage done, still feels like a pretty good scenario for them. We're going to have to wait and see, though, how these first few fights break out, because that's when you're going to see the Vi, Talia, Synergy. That's where you have to look for those picks. If they mess it up,
And if they
Yun
don't
gets some
get
gold,
one shot,
catches
I
up.
think
He's
it's
only
just fine.
300 gold behind right
Like,
now.
if they don't
TL
get
could
one
definitely
shot on
swing
the
things back.
Vi,
But a good
Talia
start for
CC
them
chain,
with how this Udyr is working out. Let's see how they use it.
how do they ever
Yeah,
die?
it's going to have to be used effectively, and I'm really glad that you bring that up because I think Zeus.
I
his
think about it, they're
buttons will
only
do
APs
things
to
that are
Leah.
good, kind of regardless of the amount of gold he has.
Doesn't
but
Impact
that's
just,
good
like,
buffing
go
from APA,
Goku this
able to
game?
get out of the seismic shove.
guess he can get ulted out.
Umpty not quite able to find an opportunity
He's
here. As
cooking, by
Impact,
the way.
He's going to spend most of his time, I think, behind the enemy turret.
can't die,
Carrier
though.
walks over a control ward and doesn't actually
Good,
see
good,
it
good,
here.
good.
His Impact already on the run.
Hit him with the
And
smiley, bro.
he should be all right. Volley going to come on through, still able to eat the ward, and wants to kind of run after Carrier here at the same time. He doesn't have Merc Treads, so Tenacity is at a bit of a premium, but he'll be all right.
Yeah, and Zeus can just teleport to bottom lane here, start to put the pressure back on that lane, see what he wants to do. Could just walk it out, but is going to commit the TP as shown here in picture.
Thankfully, has to.
picture.
If she
Yeah,
went for
this
that,
is a
Lee
really
would have to
awkward
flash.
for
There's
TL
no way.
because you know Zeus can't show up to the fight. Impact has teleport, so maybe you want to heavily commit.
I'm saying about
to this
Tristana, by the way.
objective,
It's just
but
like a new,
at
like,
the same
dude,
time,
there's no skill. You just push.
Vi, Talia, Weaver's Wall at the ready. You're going to be so cautious about how you're going to approach trying to set up a fight here on the top side of the map. And I think just backing away is a better game plan. 5 seconds till those grubs spawn.
Yeah, control of the river is here for TL. At this point
Monte
in
has
time,
no
I
TP.
like
He's
this
just
try
gonna
rush
walk all the
reward
way up.
that T1 does have. The control that they can pick up there as Umpty sees that ward going over. We'll be able to get it down
Going
there.
for
as
this Ashe
There's a great
flash. This is
entrance.
good. He's locked
Gonna be
down.
the target.
Talia's not even close. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. Owner's down. I like the Maokai play there, surprisingly. This is an oh!
Finds the buster shot.
Oh!
And that's a
It like lagged. Okay, APA. I thought you would spell shield it. Bro, he did an insect.
Umpty, and also the setup from Core JJ forces the flash out of Carrier, and T1 are not.
They
first
did
on the
have
day.
TP
I think
advantage.
this
I don't
is
know why
very
they did
different
try
if they're
that.
diving on this area. If they're the ones starting
Holy.
off, they know Impact had the ability to just join with the TP. That's always a scary thought. But as you see the setup here, Owner wants to go into Young. Look at his spacing.
That hits the flash. Nice reaction.
Sets up the charm. Carrier has to flash, and look at this ult from Umpty.
Oh,
Layered
Sivir
on top.
eat the
Carrier's
Maokai
extra CC,
ult.
and then APA is going to have his time to shine here. With an
Just
insect
flash
as
though.
Play. Flashes onto Guma.
Gonna follow the
and
flash.
will force him down.
Or insta flash like them,
huge
whatever.
win on the fight.
Yeah!
They had
Woo!
the setup.
The boys in blue, baby!
But they just did not expect Core JJ's engage, and TL looked so ready to take every step of that fight.
Come on!
To finish. Now 1,500 gold ahead.
And I think also they would have taken into account that Faker didn't have his teleport and APA did. Its teleport advantage utilized absolutely beautifully here by TL.
Correct.
And now they're set up to try and do battle
also got
for this
all the grubs.
second
Oh my
dragon,
God.
Infernal. On
Utter
the rift once
pushing.
again. Not going to be the soul this time. Might be
Trish,
Ocean,
we
might be
fight this
Chemtech.
dragon as
That
well?
wouldn't be great. Hopefully Ox, who's setting up to be on
We have all sums
in the
up.
area for our second series. Hopefully he's paying attention right now so that we don't get that Chemtech soul. And as APA trying to take down this top outer in picture while we're doing this, TL kind of getting the better of every situation right now. As Extendo Beam
The
comes
impact
in,
does not
Gumishi
respond at
getting
him.
a lot of value out of the spell shield. And Core JJ lying in wait.
Hey, got a dragon.
T1 just got to give this up.
Yeah, they have
This
to.
is
Now
looking.
in a position to Weaver's Wall in and cut this team in half. This is a Zeus at level 9.
This is looking pretty
just
good,
sitting
I'm not
on the
gonna
turret
lie.
Against
This
a
is-
6 Void Grub APA who is just pushing down this turret. Zeus going to eat a bunch of damage. We'll try to clear the wave. This
That's the
turret
first
is
turret.
gone.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to get a few more autos into it. A little maybe not out,
quite.
and it's just he's going to require
Ash
one
might
more
Citadel.
wave. But I don't think Zeus can stick around because as soon as that turret is down, he's going to get jumped on.
Ash might
Rona
ult
moving
with
up now, but
Talia.
it's going to be a little bit too late.
Yep,
I
here
guess
it is.
Faker
Here we
can
go.
skate on over, and there is a dragony arrow
Smart,
flying
smart.
past. Shoutouts to Beryl there, whose skin is going to be employed for this
I
one.
think it's just
Faker
worth
wants to
to get
try
that
and
turret,
protect this, but
because
the
he's
minion
gonna
wave
fall
has
if he
made it
does
to
it.
the turret. Seismic shove is decent as APA is
Walk
going to
it,
get
bro.
a push
Oh,
on
they
the
didn't get
way.
the gold, and you die
He's
anyway.
gonna move on.
No!
Into the brush. Let's see what APA can actually get.
No, that is so bad, bro. You gotta get that. Oh no.
Here, and APA just being a bit frustrating.
That was first turret, right? Yeah, it was.
He's gonna get
Ugh.
a bit of it before he's punched to death by the Vi.
Oh.
I think if APA plays that a little bit safer there, maybe he actually gets out. The
Getting
arrow
out? Get the
misses.
turret,
Weaver's Wall,
bro.
That would have been 2 big ultimates down, and he walks away. But he sticks around it a little bit too long there, and Owner's there with the rotation. Owner also doesn't even have to flash for the ult there, so really well played. Faker gets
He got it, I think. I don't think he
He's going to
did.
teleport, and so that's going to get him out of there. Yun, he just trades the ult. Sometimes you just want to press R, and yeah,
He knows it.
Yeah, I would recommend that particular use of the emote in that point in time.
Sometimes you have a whoopsie, it's okay.
Yeah. And if it was a back, so he probably just caught a glimpse of Faker, and he's like, if he's backing, he's dead. And so just presses the R button. Otherwise,
I don't know if he
they
did.
get a
Did he get the
teleport
goal?
and
I've
try for an ult, and you
Yeah.
take those.
Still a win to get the teleport.
I
out
was
of
watching the
Faker.
gold
They
chart.
also now have
All I
complete
seen was
top
plus
side
50.
control,
I didn't
so he
actually
has to
see the
play one
gold.
over in those final seconds.
It
there
actually
before they
matters
go
if we
off,
got the
but
gold or
TL
not,
gonna
by
be
the
able
way.
to get this Herald, which will then lead into potentially dragon control here.
Oh,
in
he
3
didn't. Okay,
minutes.
so I thought, bro.
And the biggest and scariest
If he
problem
didn't get
for
the gold,
T1
that's so
is
bad.
this Tristana. To me, given all the grubs they've stacked up, how great she's going to be in the side lane, and frankly, how well APA has been playing this tournament. As Impact's got a lot of wave clear here, there's a lot of T1 members on this bottom side, but he should be fine. Let's see what they can get done cross
We're
map
still
here
up
as
2K.
Yun is also starting to push this side.
Ooh, Faker is, it's a bit of a question mark. Just gets hit by
Okay,
a bunch
so
of
far
damage.
so good. These
Yun's
Ashars
still just up
are
there
not
in the
hitting.
1v1 as we can see, and the Rift Tower
Okay,
is
APA
going to
plays
come
a little
down.
confident.
APA dealing with the minion wave. Shelly going to go for a charge.
For JJ on the flank.
Yeah, and Nature's Grasp is going to come out. Core JJ, is the quickness actually going to be invested?
Whoa,
Grand
whoa, whoa,
Entrance
whoa.
going to come in as the charm is down
Whoa,
on
whoa,
Toner,
whoa,
and they
whoa,
clear
whoa.
out the minion wave. T1 do not lose this turret for now as Yun gets
Hold
himself
up.
over the
A
wall.
little bit too much dip on your chip.
Scary, was
Relax.
almost within cease and desist range, but Owner not going
Relax,
to go for that
guys.
very long
Relax.
journey towards the Baron Pit.
Yeah, it was a very scary moment there for T1, but handled well. Core JJ going to get his back interrupted, but not going to lead to too much here. As
Fucking
it looks
hate
really
Maokai.
good for TL when you consider the Maokai ults coming through. You have the setup there for Core JJ, but ultimately that turret's still being very healthy and not enough damage
This
actually to
dude's
follow
huge.
up on anything.
They're all
So,
AD, bro,
a lot of
except for
tools used
Tia.
here for TL. Had
so
they gotten
big.
the turret, you'd feel really good about what their Dragon is going to look like here in a minute 40. They don't have it. Now they don't have the Herald to try to force something with it on Dragon either. So this feels like a pretty small win, but a significant win for T1 at the same time.
Yeah, and if you have a look at the gold, looking at there to the left, Yun and APA are still sitting very much at the top of the table when it comes to that. So in a straight-up 5v5, these 80 carries feeling pretty happy, sitting on their core items for the moment. And this turret, maybe not long for the world, as APA, he's just going to teleport in.
Ooh, nice knockback, so he can't get close to the wall to ult.
The turret, but Zeus is very, very dead, guys.
Nice, they give the gold to Triss. Let's go! What the fuck?
As well. And this is another way to create
Bro,
a lot of control of the bottom
I
side
don't
of
know how they lose this game, actually. It's looking good.
They find a weak point, they abuse
Dodge
it.
another Ashar.
That's good too, as Ona moves on in. Impact gonna have, almost avoids the seismic shove. Cease and assist with the help of the turret. He's going to come through, and he is not that tanky. Ona.
Ooh, the Kraken shot!
Though, as the explosive
Thank
charge
God it
goes
makes it a
off.
1-for-1.
Another seismic shove from Faker, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end. The inner turret was under fire, and look at that, it's almost dead. I mean, they were there for like a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds.
That's Tristana, baby.
Dude, that
That's APA
Cassante
pushing it
early
through,
game play,
and
why did he do that?
T1, they are able to get the Udyr, but it's a traded kill back. 20 seconds until this dragon spawns. They're going to have to later reset, so this does favor T1.
Wait, the game just got from that.
It's just
This is
the
awesome.
quick nature of how TL
Way
are
too
moving
80
around
heavy.
the map.
I guess
Saying,
this is why
okay,
people have been
we
picking
tried to
AP
push the
junglers
arrow,
every
we get
game.
a pick. Doesn't work. We're going bottom lane, we're getting a pick, we're getting a turret. Oh, you guys are a little bit late on the defense. We're going to get 3/4 of this turret, and we'll even take a 1-for-1 trade there in the end. Now, Dragon should be going to T1. They're actually going to reset as well. Not going to actually go to start that one up. They don't feel like they have the damage, so maybe I'm going to eat my words on that one.
How does it get better,
TL
bro?
Actually coming over here faster, so they get most of the
It
turret.
can't.
Trade one
How
for
does it
one,
get better?
Get Zeus, get a bottom outer.
Ash ult?
And now they're going to get the
Ash ult
second
pick.
dragon
How does it
of
get
the
better?
game. Cross map here, Impact. Let's see if he can clear this wave.
I don't see it.
He's very tanky. It's not going to be the Leandro.
No way this. Oh, Ash ult. There's the Ash ult.
To the Udyr as well. With the
Even that, look at that. He's stunned for 8 seconds.
Even though that
Oh, no, they're getting
stun from the
desperate.
arrow lasted about 400 years. Impact is still able to just
Oh, he's dead, actually. It's
soak it up
flash.
unless... Okay, Weaver's
he
Law
did it
comes
flash.
in. Impact is very fast. Cease and desist comes in. There's the flick. And there goes the Udyr. They have
Impact, you're trolling, bro. Got bot tower.
For Udyr. I guess you'll take that as Zeus is also
Yes,
going to
flash.
go down.
Careful.
The Unstoppable does
Oh, he
come in.
trolled.
He's gonna be
What is he
60,
doing?
but He's so tanky. It does not matter. And it was even.
This turret's just gone.
Are they going to take even more?
I think
Carrier
so.
comes on over. And
blue
he
side-
can't defend it.
This blue side.
Mid turret's gone, bot turret's gone.
Mad value in this game, Atlas. Mid
Bro, is the gap closed?
TL just out macroing T1 with this draft once again. Now Faker will be able to at least get the majority of this turret. Indecisive on the recall.
Bro, I think the gap is closed.
Decides not to go back, but the damage has been done to the base, and every time you open up an inhibitor, that Tristana is always going to be a threat. That one goes down, that unlocks potential Baron takes for TL because it's on the opposite side of the map, that bottom inhibitor.
Oh my
And TL
God,
just been
please let
so
them win
quick.
and G2
They find
lose.
an angle.
Oh
Zeus is
my
not
God, oh
tanky
my God, oh my
enough.
God.
Look at his build, Hollow Radiance. That's not going to be enough against this 2-item Tristana.
Why does this guy have a
Push the
Hollow
turret,
Radiance
and
first
T1
item?
are trying to cross map top side against an Udyr. The Udyr is working well in this draft. He buys so much time.
It is. I was a little bit skeptical, but
ultimate. Like, thank you
after the
very much
ending-
for dying, Impact, because we're getting way more than T1 got.
Yeah.
Look at the
Oh
bottom
my
lane.
God,
And
if
the only lead
TL does
that's
well,
here
it's gonna
for T1
save
is
innate
Ona
League
with
of
a bit of
Legends.
extra gold.
Oh my
And
God,
otherwise,
if
it's
TL
1,000
wins
here,
Worlds,
1,000
is
there
NA League
for
back?
TL, and that is on all of the members that kind of.
Oh my God, I'm getting excited.
TL now moving up here towards his top side. Ona on a decent flank angle. APA might get caught out. Let's see. Oh, actually still in that fog of war. It's Umpty that's going to go for the face check, and he can. Because he is a big tanky tree. He's flashing. There are 4 members of T1 up here, Umpty. I don't know whether this is really what you wanted.
What are we
He'll
doing?
Be taken down. Gumayushi grabs that kill. And now the teleports in from Zeus at the same time. They want even more off the back end of this one. Still, APA does massive amounts of damage. The all-out comes in. And the ulti's there from Yun as well. Let's see whether they can actually answer. As the extender beam splits up the fight. Great flash from APA as Ona tries to get that Vault Breaker through. He doesn't have cease and assist, but here's the Weaver's Wall. It's split off the fight completely, and APA, he'd have to invest the rocket jump if he wants to get on over. Both of the tanky members from TL were eviscerated, and now T1 have so much momentum.
Oh man, you could take Umpty out of Pro, but you can't take the Pro out
Hey,
of
it's
Umpty.
still fine.
T1 fans are calling him a Giga Chad for that one because that was a bit of an overextension, a lack of vision
It's
there.
still
Thought he
fine.
found an
Are
angle
you
onto
stupid,
Faker
man?
and Owner, thinking
You're
perhaps
like, know your
Kumo
place. You're on
away,
tank
but
duty,
unfortunately,
bro.
Cortez'
You don't have the
rotation
hands
way
to
too
play
slow.
anything. Just get
Miscommunication
carried
here
front to
on
back,
the side of
pressure Little
all
W
things
button,
considered,
throw your ult,
this fight
stop
goes deeply
flashing
for them,
forward
despite
ever.
the really bad,
We got
setup
Impact
because they
DPing.
lose too early. But with
Like
double
Impact,
AD
again,
carry
I
and
said
how
you're
big
playing
APA
well.
is,
Don't get it
they can
twisted,
almost
bro.
make it work. If they get that kill on the
It's just
Zeus,
because you're
get a
stacking
jump reset,
armor
they
and
might
Zeus ran it
but
down.
T1
Like,
strike back in a
for
huge
some
fast
reason,
fight.
the top jungle thinks they're actually playing well. Relax, guys.
Ricocheting 1 billion damage around the fight. And see able to do a whole lot, and APA
Fine, they're still up
requiring
gold.
our respect
3.5k
in
is
this
still a
game.
lot of
As
gold.
you saw,
But
it was
we've
almost
got to
the
be better.
entirety of Zeus' health bar just eaten
Literally
by
me
this
think that's
Tristana,
3,
who does
true.
have those
Freedom
two
Fighter.
items now completed. One of them
USA,
being an
Freedom Fighter
Infinity
USA.
Edge. That's a pretty cool one. And so now TL moving towards this Baron pit once again, and I think that we shouldn't be fooled. They are still very, very strong in this game, and they are starting off this Baron.
He could just lock them out with his ultimate as well. They don't have a lot of vision though.
What is
Baker's
this?
gonna TP in.
Yeah, they do get the teleport.
I don't like
so
this
TL
one bit.
already a bit up in this particular situation. Are they going to flip
His
it?
might, come on.
A cease and assist, and he manages to take the Baron and flashes out and says thanks for the leash.
What are we doing?
TL with no real vision control. I think they just said, I think we get away with it. Against T1, you usually don't. Really great in and out play from Owner.
That was a drive-by.
What is the comms call? Yo, guys! Let's 50-50 Baron!
Almost breaking 5,000 is very diminished here, and with T1 having the
It's like
Baron,
quarter
they should
day
be
on
able to
comms.
go
It's
ahead.
good. It's good. It's
If you
good.
had
Like,
vision
no.
there, if you
What?
had Umpty in a position to actually lock them
Oh
down,
my God.
a lot better about the take because they had positional advantage, but not a lot of information about T1 coming through. So,
Oh my God. Now they have time to get back into the game. Everything was going so well. 2 dragons. What these last 2 fights, what are we doing?
T1 are happy with their decision.
Absolutely. And now we've got
Like,
14
again, you're
seconds
on tank
this
duty,
Ocean
bro.
Dragon. T1 can
You're
even
locking in
score
a
when it
tank
comes to
every
that
game. We've
particular
seen your
neutral
disgusting
objective.
brand.
Utilize the Baron to
Like,
try and
you
get
think
that
you're,
extra
like,
control,
better,
and they're gonna
bro?
be able to eat up these minion waves.
Like, be for
Gonna
real.
deal with the wave on the top side as grand exit here for Core
Oh
JJ.
my
Wanting
God,
to
now
battle dance
Core's
over the
scoring
yard,
it.
and he is
Oh
going to be
God,
able to
it's
get
just,
there.
what is happening?
Still might have to go.
I
for
literally,
a
what is
reset
happening?
now as the
It's like
Dragon
a
spawned.
switch
No
flipped in
one
their
really
brains,
paying
like
too much
drooling
mind
on
right
themselves.
here. And Impact
Sir!
needs to deal with this mini wave that's about to kill the outer turret on bottom side.
Okay, Faker nearing death cap as well. He's about to be huge in this game, damage-wise. Has otherwise been pretty quiet.
Oh,
This
what the
game made some big plays when we go to the team fights, but hasn't actually been able to do all too much. Might make a play now.
Impact almost able to get to the other side of the wall and then realizes that there are a whole lot of bad guys moving down towards the bottom lane.
But top side.
Yeah, it is going to be an inner turret in trade, and I don't think APA is going to waste very much time taking this one down. Zeus
What are we
also
doing?
maybe
That's
caught out of
tank,
position, but
brother.
no,
Get back.
very hard.
Back up.
Main CC, a Kasante.
The trade's
Feels
worth it.
really
We
good
lose
for
Dragon, we
TL.
get that
I mean, this is
turret.
during
Maybe
Baron
AK
that
can
they're
do
trading
something.
turrets like this, and yes, T1
I've lost all
even up
confidence.
The Dragons is a result of this, but Arrow going to sail wide, and this is during T1's Baron buff. They get a turret. It's going to take Faker a lot of time to get over to this one that's full health, so there's just not going to be a turret in
Here's level
exchange here for
17.
T1. So
Oh my God.
once again, that weak
Also,
side
Vi's power
Udyr
farming.
putting in work, buying time for this 6 Grub Tristana to wreck another turret.
And T1, they will even out the Dragons. That's what they were able to claim for it, and also claim
Baron
a whole
almost
bunch of
over?
control.
It's the longest Baron
Seeing here
ever.
With the last few
20
seconds off
seconds?
the Baron, they want to try and take down this outer turret. It is going to be Impact teleporting into defend.
Bro, I literally said
That
I
will
don't
be
see how they lose this
successful.
game, by the way.
So empowered recalls to
And they
get
literally
that
found a
quick
way to lose it.
reset
That is
and back
unbelievable.
onto the map
It
for
was like
T1. But
unthrowable.
What this Baron has done
couldn't
is
throw it. It
triage,
wasn't
right?
possible.
What it's done is given them back a whole
It
bunch
wasn't
of money into
possible.
those coffers.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have very even team fights moving further forward.
Baker does have his Weaver's Wall here, so TL need to be super respectful. This is still a Vi composition.
Yeah, Auntie could once again be in trouble. Seismic Shove almost pushes him back over the wall, and there's no response because the wall cuts off the rest of TL. Auntie, we've seen this before, but
I don't
he got
understand.
caught out a bit earlier on, and now it's
I
once
don't
again
understand how,
finds
like,
himself in the death chamber.
You
This is
snap your
T1 really
fingers.
starting to get back in
And
the
then-
driver's seat. They got the Baron, the
Like,
triage
it's like
dimension
I'm
is a
watching.
great way
They
to
were
play
playing
it, but
Smackro, everything
TL
so well,
moving
and
a bit
I
too
used
far
to.
in the
It's
jungle there
what?
without controlled vision, trying to take it away, but punished by Faker. Now has death cap. Owner did not ult, by the way, and he's getting ready.
Yeah, great buffer there from APA this time around. Avoids the Seismic Shove.
They
He's
can't
got
even
his
play.
eye
What
in
the f? They
one.
can't
Is
even
now
play.
T1 looking for another inner turret. They don't need a Baron to lock this one down. They just got
Bro,
so many
what is
members,
going
and
on?
They will be able to secure it. Core JJ wanting to
Just,
find the
you know what? They
opportune
lost.
time
They lost.
T1
Go to the
not
post-game
really
interview.
giving him
Explain.
that opportunity.
You embarrassing
Jeez.
pieces of shit.
This
So I
is
don't get my
the
hopes up for this
North
dog
American
shit region
fans
ever.
took
I'm just gonna
a
start
step away
flaming.
because
They're trash, man. It's true. They're playing good. They're doing things well, and then in a fashion, they just crush you. They crush your spirits. They crush your will. This is why I have a T1. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I have a T1 jersey. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I want a T1 to win. I don't care. They're trash, man.
And get out. The vault
It's
breaker
garbage.
come through, not the vault breaker, but the cease and desist, whatever they call
It's
that
garbage.
nowadays.
It's embarrassing. Is it not embarrassing? Like, do you not understand it reflects me too? Like, you embarrass me. I stream it this game every day. People come in my chat and laugh at us. By the way, you people, you pros don't stream. You don't see people laugh at you. Oh, on Twitter, you have like 20 followers, bro. Nobody is tweeting you. It's embarrassing. You embarrass me and my brand. You just get blown out by 15,000 gold next time.
Then it's really hard for TL to try and fight back for it because
I don't even know how they win. It's like now it seems unplayable.
That's just kind of how it goes.
And TL, Team Liquid were so reliant on the Tristana pressure, but they've kind of pulled all those turrets off the map. And there's no more gotcha, got you on the cross map on this one, pushing the inhibitor.
I mean, they have to like side lane, but it's not possible because
Look at the bottom lane.
How? It was not.
We're gonna see Impact try to maybe set something.
What
up
happened?
Here. Unfortunately,
look at the gold.
The rest of the map is looking bleak here, and then walk into where you don't have vision. And then
it wasn't like
CC
T1 was making
to
good
CC
plays.
CC, like we talked about in draft. Does T1 take a gold?
Check his PayPal, umpty fucking umpty. Go stand on a wall so I can kick you down and you crack, kid. Fuck it, bro.
Certainly is. You can see TL had such a big advantage. Carrier taking a fair bit of poke from the extendo beam, as Faker's going to be able to clear out the Rift Scholar. Baron now back on the table, and TL, they still have so many tools, right? Tristana and the,
the fights don't seem playable. Like, they can't even get autos off. I think his CC is dead here. Actually, Kasame's he went a bit far, actually. He trolled. He went too far! He doesn't die. No, he doesn't die. Wait, we kill Vive, kill Vive.
Comes in on top of Core JJ, and then it's Owner that's out once again. APA torn apart at T1. That was absolutely gorgeous. The flash forward from Faker to finish the job, and it's just Impact that's left alive. I think T1 are kind of done with this game.
I think they're done with it. They want to push down this inhibitor and end the game.
I don't know, bro. I literally said, holy shit, the gap is closing. And Umpty Dumpty dumbass flashed into 5 and died. Impact reject TP'd into 5 and died.
Well, he does go golden. But that's not going to apply to his turrets, unfortunately, so they will be taken.
I'm a T1 fan, like I said, but holy fuck.
It's not gonna
like I said, I have T1 to win the whole tournament. I'm like a whatever, but you know, I seen I seen Team Liquid play, and I was getting excited, right? I was getting excited, bro. I don't know why. And like I found myself low-key rooting for Team Liquid. Low-key. I was like, wow, wait, okay, let's go, boys. Okay, the boys. I even get the boys in blue. Woo! And then it just gets crushed. It's like the Dallas Cowboys. It's the same shit, bro. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Every time I get my hopes up, it's all just tarnished. Get off the stage. Pick up your mouse. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it, bro? Unplug your mouse, unplug your keyboard, and get the off the stage. It's embarrassing. Go have Umpty Dumpty hand over the key, please. Or dumbass Impact, hand it over. You know it's tradition. The worst team always hands over the key. The worst player always hands over the key. Come on. Dude, they had it won. What is wrong with you?
This third game, come back there. They make it to the grand finals.
I kind of feel bad for APA because it's like, what are these guys doing? You know? Don's like, like, honestly, Quarter J didn't play bad, right? It's just Umpty and Impact. I don't know. I don't know why they did. And then, why did we flip Baron? I forgot about the Baron flip. What is wrong with you?
Hello everyone, welcome to the
Well, actually, we were losing the entire game, and it turns out NA's just dog shit, so they 50-50 us. Then he laughs and flips off the camera.
Congratulations on your win. Talk us through the emotions right now.
NA sucks, say it, bro. That jungler's dog shit, say it.
너무 어려웠던 게임이었는데 좀 너무
The jungle just outclassed the entire game. They're dog shit. Next question.
떠난 것 같고 아직도 살아남았다는 거에 감사한 것 같습니다.
Well, I'm just relieved that I survived for another day. I mean, it was a really, really hectic game.
He ran it
but
down.
my
He ran it
teammates and
down.
myself
We let him. He ran it down and we let him
survived
win.
this, so
You should feel
that's what I
ashamed.
feel.
Hang your heads. Do not hold them high. It was a, oh, we played well. You.
Opponent, so we will have the team captain from Liquid come up to the stage to hand over the key. Guys, can we have it one more time?
I mean, unfortunately, it's core. Respect. He didn't even play bad. Actually had a pretty good series. That first death on bot
Please
lane.
do take it. It's yours to keep. Thank you so much.
So I kind of
for-
feel bad for Flame. Like, I can't even flame core.
All right.
He actually
Another
performed
one added
mostly.
to the collection. This one was
on the
maybe a
Rakan.
little bit more difficult. It went all the way to the 3-game series. What
Oh,
were your
guys, enjoy that.
expectations
Again,
in
yo,
this
Steve, by the way, don't put these on business class. And do not give them first class. Make them fly economy. Make Umpty Dumpty fly with the luggage. Period. Period, bro. Let them, hey, middle seats only. Middle seats only. Let him experience that 20+ hour flight, please. It's embarrassing what he did.
좀 어떻게 보면 계속 초반에 힘든 게임이었던 것 같은데 그래도 세 번째 판은 저희 팀원들이 너무 잘해줘서 잘 극복해낼 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
Well, obviously, Team Liquid prepared a lot strategically,
Yeah.
so we struggled a lot. In the first game, we suffered in the bottom lane, and the third game, we suffered in the top lane. But I think in Game 3, we somehow managed to fight it off.
Somehow, he doesn't even know. We somehow found a way. Yeah, because they ran it
The
down.
lane swaps, their unique lane setups.
Somehow we found a way. Yeah, they ran it. He's like, Zeus is like stunned. Like, wait, how do we win? Like, we don't know either, bro. I don't know.
라인 수업 전략에 대해서 좀 카운터를 그래도 좀 준비를 하셨을 것 같긴 한데 막상 그래도 이렇게 부딪히시니까 좀 어떤 기분이 드셨나요? 좀 어떻게 이제 대처를 좀 하시게 됐나요?
일단 당연히 라인 수업을 준비했을 거라고는 예상했던 것 같고요. 그냥 사실 라인 수업 자체가 어느 한쪽이 좀 대처를 잘못하면은 한쪽이 좀 과하게 많이 손해 볼 수 있는 그런 상황이 나올 수 있기 때문에 일단 좀 다시 돌려봐야 할 것 같긴 한데 좀 저희 대처가 좀
Damn, he's given
하지 않았나
essays.
생각이 듭니다.
Well, obviously, I expected the lane swaps from Team Liquid, but the lane swap itself is kind of a neck and neck situation. So if one party does not play well, then the balance shifts dramatically. So I think we need to revise our games and see what went wrong.
All right, we have one more game coming up today, and that is going to be G2 going up against Top Esport. Do you have
Oh,
have
we
a
need G2 to
rematch
lose
with
so bad. I'm
in the
not gonna
finals?
lie. I am praying on everything that is
G2
holy
아니면은
that
TS를
these
상대하시게
Euro
그
pours.
상대하신 팀이 있을까요?
사실 경기한 대회나 이제 스크림에서 해봤을 때 G2도 너무 잘하는 팀이라고 느꼈고 또 그리고 TS도 대회에서 너무 좋은 모습을 보여줬기 때문에 정말 누가 올라와도 좀 힘든 상대가 될 거라고 예상할 것 같고 그래도 오늘처럼 좀 끝까지 포기하지 않고 계속 시도하다 보면은
Zeus is giving some
좋은 기회가 있을 거라고
answers.
생각해서 열심히 해야
Poor
될
translator.
Well, I mean, in the scrims, G2 were very powerful, and of course, TS showed a really great potential as well. So we'll see. They're both great teams, but we will prepare for anything, and we'll try on all the odds. We'll try against all odds here. So we'll prepare as well a lot.
All right, looking forward to it. Once again, congratulations on making the finals. Thank you so much, Zeus, for joining me. Thank you, Maddox, for the translation.
I think that translator
Dion,
forgot
we're gonna be
halfway
heading
through, but
over back
whatever.
to you.
Whatever, dude. I said, I'm not, okay, let's be real for a second. I'm not an NA, like I said, I got the T1 merch, like I wanted T1. T1's my favorite to win it all. I kind of got caught up in like the NA hype, and I was like, I wore my T-Liquid shirt, I was like getting excited and shit, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's NA, whatever, T1 win, T1 fighting, but bro, let's be real. Like, I don't understand, we gotta watch this one. I actually just don't understand what just happened. Dude, like the game. So it went from literally unlosable to lost. What are the comms?
Moment. Right now, done. It's not going to be the
like it was looking hopeless.
Is going to connect here onto the Udyr as well.
Was that after as well? Like even this, like even like I'm calling, like Ash is gonna ult you, bro. You gotta look out for that. Whenever he dies.
Pushing down this turret, Zeus gonna eat a bunch of damage.
Hey, this is the APA play, bro. We have to get this turret here.
and there is a dragony arrow.
Like, I think a death is worth it here. Maybe not because of the XP, but if he gets his turret, what's it, like 600 gold? For a 300 gold kill, but the turret's going to fall anyway, but you only get the... Yeah, he only got plus 50. And then he dies anyway. Like, you can't also die. Like, you have to get the turret, or you have, like, there's no not getting the local gold and dying. That's not acceptable. You get it and you die. Like, or you don't die. You don't do both. Like, oh my god. You don't get it and you die.
Hollow Radiance? That's cross map top side so
with a bit of extra, and that is on all.
Bro, they're up 4,000 gold.
APA might get caught out. Check.
Okay, what is going on here? You have no vision of anybody. Nobody's on midwave. You're up 4,000 gold. You have dragon spawning in what? 3 minutes, whatever. You have full vision control. Everybody's good. You have all sums up, right? Your jungler, your top lane's bot lane.
That's gonna go for
okay, we walk in here. It's fine. It's fine. Like, okay, we just walk away. Like, it's not like Rakan and Zeri aren't even close. Like, yes, you could say, oh, well, they didn't expect them to be behind them. Okay, but what do we have then? We have Triss pretty far. Like, and she flashes. So if Triss is just like Vi still ults, like you don't ever go for this play. I get it. You're like getting confident.
And he can because he is a big.
Know your role, bro.
He's flashing. There are 4 members of T1 up here, Umpty. I don't know.
Like, and then we like after the play's already dead. Oh, he had a TP. Wait, they planned to drop a ward and TP. That was the plan, because he did that way too fast to reaction to it. So that was the call. The call was, yo, I'm gonna. They must have knew. Maybe they thought it was only Ashe. That was the call, though. See, he gets shoved, wards TPs. But it's just he gets one shot. Now Impact's just dead. Talia, Zeus is just zoning. Okay, whatever. It's not okay. It's 2 for 0. You're still up almost 4K, by the way.
Oh man, you could take.
Hold on, let me see if we got a TL interview.
T1 fans are calling him a Giga Chad for that one because that was a bit of an overextension, a lack of vision there. Thought he found an angle onto Faker and Owner, thinking perhaps Kuma and Carrier were far enough away, but unfortunately,
okay, no, we don't. Okay, so whatever.
Miscommunication here.
It's the game. It's not even that bad. Like, okay, yes, it's newbie as fuck to. You're still up 4,000 gold. We don't fully sweep this. We have full vision. Everybody's on the map. Dragon spawning in 1 minute and 20 seconds. It's our 3rd dragon. We're just stronger.
They don't have a lot of vision though. Faker's gonna TP in.
Yeah,
on what planet are we just like, oh, 50-50 the Baron?
In this particular situation.
And at this point, like, maybe we can like Triss R Vi out of the pit, but she can like buffer it. Yeah, she ults. And then we don't even smite. Like,
in this particular situation, are they going to flip it?
Maokai doesn't even like ults. Like, he ults late. What?
In this particular situation, are they going to flip it though? Is the question. A season assist, and he managed already a bit up in this particular situation. Are they going to flip it though? Is the question. A season assist, and already a bit.
It's so
up
newbie.
In this particular situation, are they going to flip it though? Is the
like, and we just have no vision anywhere. They don't have vision.
They don't have a
lot
of vision though. Baker's gonna TP.
Like pink ward. They don't even know where Vi's at to like Aura. The call is actually just 50-50. I wonder if they said, why are we even on Baron at 22 minutes with Dragon? Dude, what are we doing? And then after that though, after that it's just lost.
And think them out with his. What's their tail already a bit up in this particular situation? Are they going to flip it though? Is the question.
They flip it and he lives. And it's just like now they can't even do anything. Oh my
flashes
God, bro.
out, gets the.
Whatever. I'll never get my hopes up again. It is what it is. Like I said, I came into that game neutral. I wanted T1 or TL to win. I'm a fan of NA. I'm a fan of NA. I'm born in NA, not really a fan. But And then I'm a T1 fan, but bro,
almost came back to bite them there.
Yeah, well, they did have the level advantage lead.
They didn't have vision of Faker team. Like, I mean, if they would have been looking there, it would have been fine. I don't know what just happened. Show their interviews, bro. And if the first question from the person interviewing is, why the fuck guys start Baron?
Honestly, you gotta ask what's going on in this one, because Zeus dying the first time, sure, that happens, but this is the kind of play that you know
G2
it
has to lose,
so
man.
many times. There's so many different
G2
levels
has
of
to
player.
lose. They have to lose.
Teleport back was the real mistake.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going through his mind, to be honest. I think maybe a little bit of frustration, thinking, okay, they're probably going to back off. I should be able to survive the second time. But as we were watching this,
tired,
I'm like,
boss.
why are you TPing back in? You're just going to die again. And, well, he did. No excuses on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, and you could hear in the post-game interview, Zeus was definitely being hard on himself.
Sure.
Saying we need a review. The lane swaps depends on how
I mean,
everyone plays it.
He
knows
did not
that
perform
he can
that
do
game.
a little bit better. But on the opposite side,
T1 is kind of scraping
Impact
by in these
didn't
games,
go
though. Actually, they gotta focus
unscathed.
up.
He also was getting caught out, but TL was ready to pounce on opposite side of the map.
And this is something Team Liquid have done fantastically throughout this tournament so far. They're willing to give up one player.
I played with
here or
Umpty
there,
Dumpty
but
and
Team
Solo
Liquid
Q a
gets
lot.
so
I think
much
I
off
flamed
of this
him more than I
play
flamed
anyway. We end up
poor
seeing that
JJ.
they're going to get Zeus on the bottom side. They'll also
It's
get
actually
bottom lane, hit the
dude.
turret, and
APA
all that is
actually
happening, we're still
performed.
getting a push
Like,
in the mid lane as well.
Don and
It's just
Corda,
Team Liquid,
they
this is
played
one of the
very
major
well. They
points
played
we
the
actually
series
saw.
very
The
well.
map
They
that Team
did.
Liquid has perfected that
Like,
has
maybe
gotten
there's a
so
couple
many
minor
wins in
things they
LCS.
could have done, but they just got griefed by their
Absolutely.
top
It
jungle.
was, this
They
was
really,
the moment
like,
we
game
were like,
2,
hey,
whatever,
TL, they're
they
winning this
played
mid
that
game.
last
They're
game
doing so
very
in the
well.
macro game. Like, all of the angles that they have, like the Udyr's working, they're getting huge value. They're getting their marksman very far ahead.
And then,
well,
let's play that and then here. Highlight number 3. It's Zeus, it's owner getting
How's
on
the
in there and
Why did they
making
do
the
this?
big bucks here against Umpty.
This is one of the more egregious things that we have seen it in a while. Because Vi goes in so early on, you definitely have the time to just kill the Vi. You can definitely take down Owner, but Team Liquid continue to hit the Baron. They don't end up having a strong enough turn, and then Owner's just got a better smite this time.
yeah, I mean, you can't really flip there. You can't afford to do that. I think they were getting a little bit hasty with their play. They were like, okay, well, we didn't take Baron fast enough in game 1. Let's try to do it here. We've got a good angle. And
I mean, is
they
that what it
did,
was?
But they didn't cross their T's, dot their I's, and they let the bike get in.
I did like the decisiveness, right? That was one of our major criticisms of Team Liquid in game 1, and seeing that they did learn a little bit from that off of that loss that they had. I think that is a great learning point that hopefully Team Liquid can take back to NA and actually continue to show that dominance.
Yep, and with that gold lead then, control of the game, T1 close it on off. It's a decent look here by TL, but
I thought that was out like a glimmer of hope here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if we got Zeus, maybe. Look at the fight. Look at like Simmer free firing. I mean, it's just
multiple times this game. I know you and I, Valdez, were looking at the fact that Vi still has ultimate. This was definitely one of those times for me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was
Problem
really nice
is,
set up here from the side of
like,
T1.
even for me,
I was
you're gonna
like,
see this
you know,
game and they're gonna be like,
honestly,
wait,
T1
NA actually
didn't
played pretty
necessarily
well.
deserve to be in this
Right?
position, but once
Like,
again,
FlyQuest
once you
put
give
up
it to
a
them,
good
they're
fight
gonna set
against
up a very nice
G2.
play. Excellent
TL
walk,
had
great beat from Zeus, who
T1
was
in
trying to do that the
in their
entire
like
game.
grasp.
And
Like,
the
it was,
story
they
of
had
the
it
series
won.
To me, feels like classic T1.
But
here comes a team.
dude, it's NA.
with
It's still the
talent.
same
Here comes
shit
a
over and
team
over again.
with the
Losing's
plan,
fucking.
but the
Doesn't
ultimate
matter how you
will
lose, you're
accept
still a
anything
fucking.
them and
At the
then
end of the day,
counter it. They do
nobody's
it in
gonna
the draft,
remember
they do it in their
fucking
play,
years
get it
from
done
now.
here in the
Yo, by
semifinals
the way,
of the
remember
Sports World
when
Cup.
TL lost?
Going to be seeing
Put up
them
those
move on to the
good
finals,
those
is
good
a
games
major
against
question is, can
T1.
this legacy org just add yet another victory to international tournament? Who everything that they've done so far again.
Remember that one time where TL almost won 2 games
legends
against T1?
once again on the brink.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, going into this tournament, we talked about how Gen G
Please,
were
G2
big
lose.
favorites. They fell, and then maybe we thought, okay, maybe T1 are the favorites, or is it top esports? But now with T1 struggling against a couple of teams to get here, maybe it is just top esports that are the best team and the favorites currently.
Yeah, something that we'll have a ton of fun debating. Is it
Well,
TL
remember the Baron Club? Like, you remember DL Victor? Okay, it's not World. The Esports World Cup.
Travel,
Relax.
whatever. Let's look at from a TL perspective as we're waiting to hear from APA.
Oh, APA is gonna talk. Poor APA. I can't even flame him. He actually played. I usually flame APA because before he was a known person, shenanigans. I won't mention them now. I flame him for it. But bro, don't make APA sit here. I can't even flame APA. He played well. He actually played well. The Ziggs game, he 1v9 9, the
finding
Triss
that
game,
moment in
he
between
had some
is
sick
gonna be a
plays.
huge
He was
opportunity for
perma push. Oh, he had that dumbass top play.
Game 2 there,
Like,
at
right?
10,000.
He has to get that. He has that was the misplay, right?
That does happen.
He has
to
to
us
get that
sometimes.
turret.
I think we saw it at MSI.
Or he has
We
to
did
live.
have leads in at least 3 of those games.
All right, well, standing by right now with Kitty is the mid laner for Team Liquid, APA.
Hi everyone, this is Kitty for the post-game interview. By my side is the mid laner of Team Liquid, APA. That was a devastating loss.
That was.
It went to 3. You guys could have took it all, but what happened in game 3, man?
Explain.
Well, I think our early game, like our early start was very good. You know, we got the top lane play successful. I'm trying to think what else. I know we made a couple other plays, and then I made a really cool play top lane, honestly, in my opinion. I think we had really good map movements. It was just around the Baron, like, we lost 5 flashes topside, and then we lost the Baron 50-50 smite fight. And then from then, it was just
Why'd you do
a little bit hard to like progress the game.
Why'd you take that Baron? Ask him, Kitty.
Yeah, you could tell that the team was spiraling
Ask the
out
question,
of control
Kitty.
ever since Umpty did flash in as that Maokai 1v5, and it
Yes,
did
look,
also
he's like, yeah,
collapse
look at him, look at his
into the
face.
Baron 50-50. So
Holy
walk me
shit,
through
that's
the
hatred.
communication. What went wrong?
I gotta watch the VOD.
Well, I think we just have a very,
Holy
like,
shit,
killer
he was
instinct
actually mad.
in our,
It
like,
slipped through the cracks.
mindset
He
of
was
the
actually
team.
pissed.
So, like, watching from Umpty's POV, he only saw 2 people, and he knows, me and him both know we win that 2v2. So, like, he instantly flashed forward, and while we could have more awareness, like, I can fully understand him going for that play. Like, I don't blame him at all.
Most definitely, and of course,
Baron?
with T1 advancing into the finals, and
Well, that's
on
what
the
the
other side of
Baron.
bracket, it's going to be G2 and Top Esports. Who do you think is going to take that one and end up in the finals?
I'm honestly a big fan of G2. I think they can be, like, to be honest, they can win this whole tournament. So I
He said
hope
that he
G2
lost, but it makes sense.
And you guys put up a fight up against T1, so for the fans watching at home and in the audience, what do you have to say to them?
This is my 3rd time losing to T1 in a year. Hopefully, if we end up meeting T1 at Worlds, 4th time's the charm.
No, don't.
There you have it, 4th time.
Don't say hopefully, bro. What you say is if we meet T1 at Worlds again, we will win. That you don't say hopefully. Where's the PR team? Can we work on this shit, bro? If we meet them again, we'll win. We'll beat their ass. Like that is like what builds like brand, like your brand and your image and things like this. You drop the hopefully we'll win. Like you don't say that. Whatever, bro. If we meet him again, we'll win. That's you don't gotta cuss. If we meet him again, we'll win. Let's watch this VOD. Bro, I don't think he was happy.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice win, I would say. You know, getting that 1-game win over T1, you kind of prove to yourself just one step forward. You know, we joke, we mean 4 times the charm, but
Watching from
Maokai 1v5, and it did spiraling out of control ever since Umpty did flash in as that Maokai 1v5, and it did also collapse into the Baron 50-50. So walk me through the communication. What went wrong? It was spiraling out of control ever since Umpty did flash in as that Maokai.
Like right here, he's like, look at that, look at that. He's like, wait, what? Hey, what the dude, whoa, that kind of scares me. Holy shit, that's like a kill. That is scary, I'm not gonna lie. He looks at me like this, I might be a little bit scared. This is like a kill, like, woo. That is a look, bro. It's like, oh yeah, some Homelander shit. Like, Homelander, like, eye twitching and shit. Like, his lips twitching. That is... And then it's like the switch flips and he's like... Ah! Yeah, whoa! Whoa, I don't know about that. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. We must have masked our emotions a little bit there. That I don't know if he feels that way.
Spiraling out of control ever since Umpty did flash in as that Maokai 1v5.
I don't know, bro. It is what it is. All right, whatever. It is what it is. Game's over. Game's over. Whatever. TL lost. We pray on G2's downfall. Yeah, he said that they didn't know that where they were, but dude, you have a lead. Why else would they be there? if they don't have backup. I understand the wordplay, but whatever. I just want to know the comms on the 50-50 call. Like, did they feel the game was that desperate to 50-50 it? I thought it was so, like, unlosable.